everybody. My name is Frankie McDonald. You're watching the SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr on every Sunday nights. See you then.
I'm Frankie McDonald, and you're watching SimpCast, starring Chrissie Mayr.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
The best podcaster in the world, Chrissie Mayr.
Cardiff, OJ, I like you two a lot more than this guy.
Hey, what's up, my
He was gonna say ninja.
I'm Johnny Knoxville. Today we're going to do a little boxing.
Hey, Chrissie, it's Jay. Doing this on my phone. Just want to say congratulations. You made it. I don't know if you won a prize or anything, but congratulations on 100 episodes. You deserve all the success. It was awesome meeting you randomly in an airport. What a crazy story that was, but that's a story to tell for another time. But again, congratulations and many more to come.
Hello, congratulations to 100 episodes of SimpCast. I raise my Jamba Juice as a toast to you. Congratulations. Good job.
Alex, can I read a quick super chat?
Okay, I'll lie.
From Chrissie Mayr. Love you, Alex. Can Tiffany please say SimpCast is not real? Don't do it. She only paid $20.
No, you can say SimpCast is not real.
I don't know what that is.
SimpCast is one of my very favorite best friends show, Chrissie Mayr, with a lot of beautiful women. I went on there recently and I got in an argument with an adult film actress named Brandy Love. So
I feel like I shouldn't say anything that I don't know.
Chrissie, she doesn't want to say it, but I'll say SimpCast is, what did she want to say? SimpCast
is not real.
SimpCast is not real, but that is a real thing. Okay, it is a real thing, so now we're lying.
I didn't want to upset anybody.
All right.
Hello, welcome to SimpCast. It is Sunday, November 19th. Thanks for coming on and watching with us today. Before I bring in our fabulous panel, I have a couple of stand-up comedy shows to promote. Yeah, in a couple weeks, I'll be in Tampa, Florida, headlining the Side Splitters Comedy Club. Come on out and see your girl Sunday, December 3rd. That's exactly 2 weeks from today. Nice early show. 7 o'clock start. My dear friend Keanu Thompson will be joining me in Tampa. So it's just going to be a blast. And then I'll be in San Diego the first weekend of the new year, Friday, January 5th and Saturday, January 6th at the Mic Drop Comedy Club. We got 1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and Lila Hart will be joining me at these shows, who's also goddamn hilarious. Get your tickets at ChrissieMayr.com. And as always, if you know of a cool, based, fun-loving venue in your area, tweet at them, tweet at me. If you're not a Twitter person, pick up your phone. I don't know. Send an email, send a homing pigeon. I'm always looking for new places to perform. Places that would have a right-wing extremist such as myself. You know, someone who has an American flag nearby. Okay, we got some newbies on the panel tonight. We got some people popping their cherry for the very first time on this show. One of which, she's a YouTuber. I just had her on my channel recently. We did a one-on-one interview. She was absolutely delightful, so smart and fun. So, and if you don't subscribe to her, I don't know what's wrong with you. Hello, NotSoErudite. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. You
Yes,
can hear me, right?
of course. I can hear you. I can see you. I can feel you. Our next guest, I think, also popping her SimpCast cherry tonight. She's the director of digital content at National File. She's the producer of the campaign show with Patrick Howley and the niece of my dear friend Ann Coulter. It's Kim Coulter.
Hey there. We're so excited to be on here. Yes, first time. Popping the cherry on the SimpCast.
I thought you were going to say yes, first time. Yes, last time. That'll be determined. Our next guest, she is the host of the Misty Winston Show on TNT Radio and the co-host of Action for Assange. It's Misty Winston.
Hi, friends. Thanks for having me, Chrissy. Always a good time.
With a chic purple background.
Yeah, I have I'm sorry, and you can still see the green screen when I do my move, so it's very trippy. But I had to move to a new part of my house to do my show, so there's a big green screen behind me now because we're going to video tomorrow. We start video tomorrow, so.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
you look like an apparition. Our next guest, she is the queen of royal news and gossip and the vice president of content and executive producer at Popcorn Planet. It's Stef, the altar nerd.
Hey up, everyone. Lovely to meet you all for the first time. Mr. Winston, Kim Coulter, and NotSoErudite. Lovely to see you guys and meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You know what I should have hired a translator for Stef because not everyone understands whatever language she's speaking.
When you first popped up on screen, I thought you were that Star Wars girl. You kind of look like her a little bit.
You kind of do.
Just when you first popped up, I was like, is that? Oh, no, it's not.
That's really funny. Have you gotten that before?
Misty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's fun. I have not had this combination of personalities on before. So I would love to just, and some of you are new, go around, let the people know what your channel is about, what your content about, and then maybe something you've done recently that really got your juices flowing. God, that sounds creepy. Kim, we'll start with you.
So right now I'm actually juggling a lot of projects. As you said, I'm producing a show for Patrick Howley. I currently write and do reporting and digital content for the National File. But the thing that's got me the most juiced right now, actually, Chrissy, is I'm organizing an online Dungeons and Dragons campaign for mostly right-leaning, but what as you would describe as base commentators. We're going full not woke, full traditional gameplay. It's a big project that I've been working on for quite some time, so that's going to be incredibly exciting.
So really you're collecting virgins is what you're trying to say. You recruit them.
God. Actually you would be surprised at the different kinds of people that I've been able to find that play Dungeons and Dragons. It's such a wide variety from your standard jocks all the way to your virgin nerds, but it does attract a wide variety of people, and I really discovered it in the pandemic, just in the sheer boredom of depression and trying to find stuff to do when you're inside and when the world around you is kind of shut down. And I, started watching Critical Role, and they're considered kind of woke, but they're incredibly talented. And I thought to myself, there's not actually a lot of right-wing people willing to step into this space. And yeah, I would love to just make this universe that people can like run around and have epic adventures in, and just let loose for a couple hours, because life is so serious, and that's a lot of what my content is. And I could be kind of a brute, you scroll through my feed, you'll think, oh, this chick, I don't know if I want to interact with her. She's kind of, I'm
You're extremely based.
Yeah, I was going to be a little bit more on the erring on the side of caution here. I know my content can offend a lot of people, but really at the core of it, I just have these base values. I'm trying, I feed the two wolves between like, maybe I should be nicer, and feed them their heart because they don't know what the heck they're talking about. So, that's where I'm balancing, and I'm trying to bring more enjoyment into that circle, and that's where Dungeons and Dragons comes into play. So
that's awesome.
But
maybe
it's awesome.
Maybe you could connect with the Geeks and Gamers guys, because they run, I think one of their channels is, maybe they do a tabletop channel. I don't know. I think I did play Dungeons and Dragons or a similar type of game with them once, and I was laughing my balls off because I had no idea what I was doing, and I didn't realize like there was a role-playing aspect to it, and you have to like, it's like being in a middle school play. You have to like call out what you're doing while you're doing it, and there's like a lot of back and forth, and I was so clueless, but that's what made it fun.
Well, I love the Geeks and Gamers. That would be a dream come true. I actually, I don't think it would have gone into its message request, so it was a long shot, but I actually reached out to Jeremy.
Erudite, I think Erudite. God, I'm not saying his name right. He hosts the Geeks and Gamers tabletop.
Yeah, they're an incredible group over there.
Sweet. I love that. Hello, NotSoErudite. I'm not sure if you're on another show, but hi. Let the people know who you are, what type of content you like to dabble in, and like something that's got you fired up recently.
Ooh. Okay, well, my name's NotSoErudite, but you can just call me Erudite or Kyla or whatever. Just not Kayla, okay? Don't call me Kayla. Many traumatic histories with that. My content is like political, kind of like where the social meets political, I guess is where I'd say. I've got a background in psychology, so I can diagnose all of your moms. And
oh God,
that might be useful.
Yeah. They're all narcissists. Don't worry. Okay, I got you.
Everyone's mom.
Everyone. And when you're a mom, you're a narcissist too.
I was gonna say, does that count for the current moms?
How can we avoid this?
Please don't give Chrissy any more fear.
If we fell back to an authoritarian regime where the true patriarchy was reestablished, then women would be saved from their narcissism. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Just making shit up. Yeah. So if you want extremely esoteric jokes and political and social commentary, with tits, you can check me out. So
yes, anything with tits sounds great.
True. But like not big tits. Yeah, you have to settle for like the C's. So
I really hope the options for being a mom aren't like being an overbearing narcissist type, or you just don't care and then your kid becomes a crackhead. Like I'm trying to find a comfortable middle space.
Well,
you got it.
Check out my channel to find out if that's possible.
Okay.
So.
All right. I might need
look
you
forward
to. Do you find that you are giving your friends therapy one way or the other?
I have pretty good boundaries. Like if I'm being not Mimi, I have pretty good boundaries with that. So I'm always happy to like give resources to people and stuff based on my education. But I don't know. I tend to pick fairly emotionally stable friends, so I tend to be pretty good.
Well, that's where you and I differ. I love having an emotionally unstable friend. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, they're great. Would recommend.
I left my last therapist because it was during the pandemic and she wanted to charge the same price for Zoom therapy as she did in-person therapy. And I was like, it's not the same. You're not like smelling my scent. You're not looking me in the face. I'm not like using up your tissues.
I use smell a lot, actually. Like pheromones is the main.
Oh, really? Because I would waft it. I would waft at her.
Yeah. We know that if you're using like the Britney Spears perfume, that you're for sure a narcissist. That shit smells way too good. You're being way too aggressive. So yeah, release pheromones a lot.
So I said to her, I was like, I guess I'm cured then, because she said, well, I know this. I see this other person, and they make more than, or this other couple, and they make more than you, and they are paying it no problem. And I was like, ooh, look at that, I'm cured. Look at that. And I threw my cap into the air like Mary Tyler Moore.
I said, I'm saved. Yay. No more mental illness.
Oh my gosh. And until the next round of mental illness. Speaking of mental illness, hello, Misty. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hello.
What is new with you? I'm loving your hair. It's very sleek. It's very chic. Did you do an Asian straightening?
No,
treatment?
my hair's it's dead straight, bone straight. Like I could dry, like just get out of the shower and just let it dry naturally. And this is what I get. It does. There's nothing. It does nothing.
I want that. I love that.
I don't know. I don't know if you do. Grass is not always greener. I can't do anything with it. This is just it. This is it. That's what I get. But nothing's really new with me, I guess. I mean, just like I said, we're going to video starting tomorrow, which is I'm not happy about, honestly, because it was cool to be able to do my show like in my pajamas with no makeup on.
And this is for your show on TNT.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple of times, and I always like.
We need to get you back on. It's been a while.
I would love to come back on. I always get like made up, and then I'm like, oh, it's radio. Okay.
Yeah, it's audio only.
I unbutton a couple buttons and I relax.
Yeah. I could just like show up with my jammies on and my hair a hot mess and didn't have to worry about it. I came sick, like all looking like death. It didn't matter. Now I can't do that anymore.
Wow. And the video starts when? Next
tomorrow.
Week? Oh, yep. Tomorrow.
Yep. Tomorrow's hopefully. I mean, hopefully there's no like technical issues or whatever. They've been working on it honestly for a very long time, months, trying to get it going. So we'll see if it actually goes off without a hitch. But I mean, I did video before, but it's new to TNT, and so it's already on all the audio stuff, and they still stream on like YouTube and all that right now. It's just they have like the TNT logo, and then it's just the audio that streams. But tomorrow, I think they're even going to be on Roku, which is pretty cool. And they're working on trying to get on other various platforms. So yeah, that's about all that's really going on. That's new, I guess.
I wonder if then now you can write off more of your clothing, because if you're doing more on
for
camera
sure, I would
stuff,
hope so.
Like I had a panic attack the other day and bought this oversized 80s rave sweater.
I love it though.
I was like,
it's great.
Nothing fits me.
Yeah. It's great though. It's a great choice.
I feel like Regina George after she's been tricked into eating many weight gaining protein bars. And like, this is all that fits me. So let's see. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I don't have anything like this. I have many a leopard print, but I was like, I feel like this is what I'm moving into, like an 80s mom vibe.
Yeah. When are you due?
April 19th.
Perfect. You picked a great time to get pregnant. Like in the wintertime, being pregnant, so much better.
Oh yeah, as somebody
So
who's
much better.
done both, 10 out of
I
10
did.
would recommend.
I did
winter
both.
pregnancies.
I keep forgetting you. So many of you guys have kids. Like you all look. Does anyone else have this? Like I look at someone, I go, "Oh, you look too young to have kids," but like that's
I'm not young.
obviously not true.
No, I'm not young. No. Yeah, I have two.
Yeah.
I did. My oldest was born in May. That was perfection. My youngest was born in October, and that was so awful. Like I live in Ohio, and so the heat and humidity of summer when you're like 7, 8, 9 months pregnant is torture, and I do not recommend it under any circumstances. Don't do it. Sucks. It's so bad.
Yeah, my second baby was an October baby. So and it was it was literally like I got pregnant with him right after my first pregnancy. So it was literally like they're 14 months apart. You know what I mean?
wow.
So there was no break
Irish
in the
twins.
middle. Yeah, basically.
I like that. Mine are 2.5 years apart, and I wish they were closer. But yeah, that's October. Like the heat is just so bad, Chrissy. You picked a great time to get pregnant, legitimately.
Thank you. I just laid there. I wasn't planning. I wasn't. I may have not even been conscious.
Your body was looking out for you for sure. It was like,
oh my gosh! And
good
then
job,
you
Frank.
hear,
Way to go.
Everyone's got hello, Stef. By the way, hello, Stef. Hello. I don't want to ignore you any longer. And hello, Star Wars girl. Hello, Anna. I don't know if you're
What's
there.
up?
Then people love to tell you the horror stories of various body parts that rip open during birth, and then people like to tell you, oh, well, it doesn't matter what you want because they're going to cut you up anyway. And I've been hearing just a lot of very scary things. And I'm like, oh no.
You're gonna
Like,
be
can't they
fine.
take it out the back? Why do they have to mess with the front? I might be using the front again for something. Go out the back door.
That doesn't sound better.
No.
Don't know how you live
use
and do it.
use the freight elevator. You know what I mean?
When I was little, I used to just say, like, science will get to the point where they can just put a zipper in my stomach and they can just, get her out of there. And
Velcro.
it didn't occur to me because, all the organs and stuff. But in my mind, I was just like, at some point there will be a way for them to just be like, whoop, whoop, here you go.
I think I've seen that Halloween costume. Actually, they were selling that at Spirit Halloween this year. Just a zipper. That's what I was sad that I missed out on, having like a very pregnant looking like Halloween costume, because they were some cute ones like Mummy, but they are limited. I think I have to have a
Like
side
aliens
gig.
coming out of you, and you're like,
I want to do a side gig where I make cute costumes for pregnant women, because the options were, maybe it's just because I just looked on Amazon, but the options are basically like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
And
you can
and
my
an
alien
avocado
idea if you want.
I think my favorite I've ever seen
a good
was
idea.
Moby Dick and the White Whale, and the the front of the bump is the beginning of the whale.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then they have ones where it's like just creeping people out left and right. Steph, what's new with you? What have you been up to lately? What are Megan and Harry up to lately? I heard that she may start a talk show with Oprah. She could barely do her own podcast.
Yeah, pretty much, and then get cancelled and be called an effing grifter from an exec at Spotify. Yeah. So the latest rumor going around is that when she was at the Variety Power of Women Awards, that she was secretly wearing a recording device underneath her dress. Now, yeah, that rumor isn't actually unfounded, because she's been rumored to do that before with the late Queen's funeral and her Jubilee as well. So
I guess a recording device, like she was wearing a wire.
Wow.
Yeah, like Netflix show and all that lot. So yeah, I just came off a stream about an hour ago on my channel, looking at all the evidence and discussing that. Other than that, basically just being morons as usual. So I talked about that, which is pretty cool.
So she had an event or like a dinner, like a private dinner, and she had the wire on, or
No,
she
it
had
was a proper event, red carpet and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
She wasn't allowed the wire, I'm guessing. It's very naughty.
No. This was if it's real, if the rumors are real, then yeah, she was definitely not allowed to be doing that at all. But earlier on this week, she made headlines because she was on that red carpet at the Variety Power of Women Awards, and one of the assistants had to push her off because she was on the red carpet for way too long. So like, yeah, move along, Cal. Like you had your turn. Like, now move along.
Are you diagnosing her a narcissist now?
Oh, she's proper an epic narcissist.
For sure.
Mainstream media has called her out on it and called her a narcissist.
sure.
Who is this?
Likes of
Meghan Markle.
Markle, yeah.
Yeah, Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much the latest. Continuing to be narcissist morons, the both of them, Hazza and Megsy.
Wow. Okay. Do you see this? Do you see a talk show happening for her?
No, not at all. The rumors around Hollywood is that no one wants to associate themselves with Hazza and Megsy anymore because they see them as toxic. That everything they do just turns to rashes. And everything that they do, you see in terms of the polls that are then coming out afterwards, their popularity just keeps going down on a downward spiral anyway. So no one in Hollywood wants to touch them. And in all honesty, the rumors are that they're all siding with Prince William and Princess Catherine because they'd rather be on their good side rather than their bad side. Because then when they're over in the UK doing like their movie premieres and whatnot, they want Prince Harry and Princess Meghan to attend the movie premieres because that gives them even more publicity and whatnot to their film and stuff in the UK. So yeah.
So they're basically just like influencers with a lot of money at this point, like glorified influencers. But like, what a downgrade from what they could have been or where they were.
Definitely. It's funny you say influencers because Megsy's rumored next step is to go back to Instagram and do the TIG 2.0. But the problem is that even then, if people don't like you, then they're not going to like and buy into what you're trying to sell them in the first place. So she's got a major big problem on her hands that's not being resolved anytime soon. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything they can do to get back into the good graces of the royal family, or do they even care? Do they even want to?
There's indication that they do care. King Charles had his 75th birthday party earlier on this week, and for the first time in 6 months, it's been reported that they did call King Charles to say happy birthday and whatnot. And the only way I can see them trying to get back into the good graces, not only of the royal family, but the public as well, is to actually start making amends publicly, apologizing publicly, like a whole big full-on mea culpa. But
yeah,
they're not going to be doing that anytime soon because the ego and the narcissism is just going to get in the way of all of that.
Yeah, maybe he could just light all of his books on fire.
Do you think it's him or is it mostly her?
It's both.
Yeah.
Co-signing each other. Yeah. They're co-signing each other. I mean, the popular theory in the Megxit community is that she's controlling him. She's influencing him.
That's the story I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really don't believe that. I believe it's always been in him. It's just she's brought it out in him and he's bringing it out on her as well.
I think he's an enabler. Is he an enabler?
They're both enablers of each other, I think. I mean, he's a grown-ass man. He's been to Afghanistan in military. Whatever he did in Afghanistan, whether you believe he actually did anything or not, that's a debate in itself. But he still went.
Do learn a lot about
He's a father. He has his own mind. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, turn around and say it's all Megxit doing it. It's just taking responsibility away from him, and no.
Yeah, true. My tour in Afghanistan, I learned a lot about narcissism and self-responsibility too. So, no excuses.
Yeah.
You were in Afghanistan?
No, I was not.
Oh, maybe I had a stroke. I thought I heard you
Yeah,
say
I
that.
really thought you just said in my tour in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
Oh.
Oh my God. How embarrassing for me to miss a joke.
That's
my thing. A couple little soupies. Thank you, Torgo the White. Javier Millet won in Argentina. Let's get that. But I have no idea. Is this some sort of sport you're referring to?
No, he's a politician.
Oh.
They just had an election.
Do we like him?
Some people do. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, the Libertarian Party's super pumped. I have a lot of friends in the Libertarian Party. I hope they're right about him. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Is he conservative? Is he?
Yeah, he's a WEF guy, so he's World Economic Forum. Yeah,
okay.
he's a raging Zionist. He's yeah, I don't know. He seems fishy to me. I don't trust him. But he's a politician. I don't trust any politician. So that's just the way it is.
Torgo likes him. Well, we'll just have to
Some
wait
people
and see.
do. I mean, we'll see, I guess.
Oh, Erudite, check the private chat. We have a couple messages there. Push-ups. SimpCast is not real. Thank you, push-ups. That's all I wanted Tiffany Gomez to say. That's all. Come on. And I was telling her it's okay. She's like, she was very tentative. She was very tentative on Alex's show. And she just has so much potential. Like she could, God, she could do anything right now. I don't know why I weirdly am a little obsessed with her. I want more from her. I want to see more personality from Tiffany. A raft task. Thanks for the super chat. Happy Thanksgiving, Chrissy and SimpCast crew. Thank you. What are your guys' Thanksgiving plans? Do we care about Thanksgiving? Do we do a Friendsgiving instead?
I have to work.
Okay.
I have to do a show.
I know that feeling. I'll never forget. And this was my first job out of college. I was a tour guide at Radio City Music Hall. Because I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grow up. I still don't, but I gave tours at my college, so I was like, oh, I could give tours at this other place, and we had to memorize like a thick booklet, like this thick, of just random facts about Radio City Music Hall. And they would tell us during training, like, "Ooh, Wesley Snipes used to be an usher here. You know, there's big things in store for all of you." And we were like, "We're making minimum wage." And God, what was the point of this? I had to work Thanksgiving, and until you like do a job or you're working Thanksgiving, like it gave me such a new appreciation for it. And now every year, every Thanksgiving or even Christmas, like you go somewhere and like I always just tip the people a little extra, or like, hey, like are you getting off soon? Like I know that I hope it doesn't come off like trite to these people that are like working and like, oh, this person doesn't give a fuck, they just want a chai latte. But I don't know, you gain an appreciation when you have to work on a holiday, and sometimes it can be cool. Sometimes you're trying to like avoid your family. That's fun too.
Well, what I have noticed is that they seem to be just skipping over any mention publicly of Thanksgiving, and we're going right to Christmas.
Yeah.
It seems that is more
like
prevalent this
every
year.
year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely oblivious and I live under a rock, but it feels like it really even in my local stores, like there was no Thanksgiving stuff that went up at all. There was no
Halloween,
little
Christmas.
turkeys. It was Halloween. Literally on Halloween, people were switching their stuff out for Christmas stuff, and I'm just, maybe it's just me, but I thought it, at least there was a little bit of an interval last year and the year before.
Well, they didn't even have 4th of July where I live. It was just like Pride,
Really?
and then immediately it was Halloween. There was no 4th of July. I was like, the fuck is going
You know
on?
why? Because even maybe more so with 4th of July, but Thanksgiving you definitely can't commercialize because it really is like the kind of one true holiday that is about just family or friends
Yeah.
getting together and spending quality time. And like you can't really sell people stuff for Thanksgiving. It's about the food.
That's it,
I don't know.
yeah.
American marketers are pretty good at selling just
You know,
about anything.
They used to. I used to have a bunch of Indian and Pilgrim stuff and turkeys, and now it's gone.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
now everyone's woke and we can't.
I
I can't do my
absolutely-
You can't have Indians and Pilgrims anymore. That's not okay.
Well, I do. I absolutely hate Thanksgiving because I hate Thanksgiving food, but I will watch Addams Family too, and my house will always have turkeys, Indians, and
I
Pilgrims.
love that movie.
Amen.
I love that movie. And by the way, Anna, you look really pretty today. I know I'm not
Thank
supposed to,
you.
but you
What
really
is-
do. You look
I just got
amazing.
back from a photo shoot. So
Oh,
I'm
okay,
still
you look
like,
amazing.
I did
Is
a
this
photo
the
shoot
Princess
with my
Leia
dog.
costume?
It is. So I dressed Tulip up like an Ewok, and we went to the Redwoods. And so everyone's doing their like engagement or Christmas cards or like maternity, and I'm just there with my dog as an Ewok.
That's
Yeah,
so
thank
cute.
you.
Is this for a calendar or just
amazing.
for like your own well-being?
I had the costume and I wanted pictures with Tulip.
Yes, you must. That's a great idea.
Are you gonna post them? Because I totally want to see them now.
They're on my not the finished one, just like the pictures I took. They're on my Instagram right now.
okay.
I need to post them on Twitter. I'll post the link in the private chat. So you can
And I just watched Revenge of the Sith, and before that I watched
see.
The Clone.
I don't want to talk to you about Star
You
Wars.
want to talk about it?
I
Oh,
love you.
man.
I don't want my opinion on you to change. There's a reason I don't talk about
What,
Star
'cause
Wars.
I
with
have
people.
wrong opinions about Star
I had
Wars?
Chrissy, I had to mute you on Twitter because you were making me so angry.
Oh my God, these pictures.
I had one tweet. I said that Anakin
No,
was a
you've been
Sith- a
tweeting after
Sith
every
Lord.
movie. I have to
This is
mute you
one
for like an hour or two, and then I have to unmute you because I'm like, oh, I'm so mad.
Spoilers
What
or
is
bad
so
opinions?
wrong about
What is
saying
it?
Anakin is a simp lord? He's a simp lord. He's a mega
No,
simp. I have no.
He marries her. He marries the chick and has babies with her.
No, he comes on way too. He does
David,
only because
every
he
husband is a
tricks
simp.
her. He tricks her into loving him.
Wait,
He
doesn't that make
uses
him
she-
the mastermind?
She's into him
Like
too.
not the simp.
It wouldn't
feel
have
like
worked
he's
if she wasn't
tricked her
into it.
having his own children, then he's like the least simpy person ever. I feel like
You
that's
mean
the
your
opposite.
mic is like really cutting out?
Yeah, it's really low. It has been the whole time. Like I can hear you, but it's very low.
Check the settings to see if it's even picking up that mic.
It is, but I'll just swap mics.
How's this? Is this system better?
Much better.
Yeah, it doesn't
there
like
we
my
go.
Rode Pod mic for some reason.
I
Better?
just don't think that
Yeah.
Anakin was a good communicator.
Yeah, but he can't be a simp. If he
I don't
had,
think anyone
if
argued
he had
that
his babies,
he
then he
was.
ain't no simp.
Okay, fine. Maybe
If
simp
he's
is not
paying
the
for
right
her
word.
babies from a different man, then he's like a simp. And depending on the space.
What
maybe
about
a
if a
cuck.
woman does that?
Then she's called it. Never mind. Actually, I'm not gonna make that joke. I don't know you guys enough yet.
Is there a word for that though?
Is
There
there
should
a word
be.
for that?
I've not heard one.
In the red pill space, we would call that a single mom, probably.
Or a
Have you guys
stepmom.
seen that one? The couple, I think they live in Jordan, and the guy's in prison, but he's a multimillionaire, and she wants to have 100 babies, and so she's given birth to 2, but I think they have like 20 babies right now, and they're all babies, like infants. And so what she's doing is she's just using, because he's in prison, so he can
Played
just
way
jerk off
too much
under his
Pokemon
sperm
as a
whenever.
kid.
But have you seen this?
Wow.
Is she collecting them
No.
all? Like she
No,
wants
she
to give
just
birth
her
to
goal
100
in life
babies?
is to have 100
She wants to
babies.
birth 100 babies, or she
No,
just wants to like
where did
collect
we
them.
go?
How did we
Her
get
and
here?
him. So she's only given birth to 2, but they've been doing like the
So she wants to
artificial
adopt.
insemination. But
Oh,
they have
okay.
over 20 babies right
Like
now.
surrogates? Are they?
Yeah,
So
they're
they're
doing.
adopting and doing
He's a
surrogates.
millionaire. Or he's
Wow.
filthy rich. So he's in
Her-
prison. He just
Her
sends his
Pokemon lineup
sperm,
is
he
going to
does
be
the eggs.
stacked. She's
I'll
going to
see
go
if I
all
can
the way to
find
the
the
top.
story. But so that is like a whole nother level of crazy. But that's her goal
Yeah.
in life, is to have 100 children.
I blame Nick Cannon for this. I think Nick Cannon is making a lot of giving a lot of women like this competition feeling. Or who's the other one?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah,
was
Elon
a
Musk has a lot of
bunch.
kids. How many does he have?
Sean
He has
Diddy
12.
Combs.
Like 11,
has a
right?
lot.
11? I don't know.
I think it's a. Don't
So
quote me
he's
on.
got
but I'm-
5 with his first wife. Then he has the 3 with Grimes. Then he has the twins. And then
Oh, he has
Amber
3 with
Heard.
Grimes? I didn't know he had 3 with Grimes.
He just had another one.
2.
They were there. She just had another boy. And then the one with Amber Heard, which is not official,
That's
but we all know
secret,
it's
right?
Amber's. We all know it's his baby.
Wait,
looks
that
like
just blew
him?
my mind.
No, because they were in a court battle over embryos, and she won.
Oh, yeah.
And she just magically has a baby. Umbrella
You know
Guy
what they
talks about it all
say? They say embryos before bros. That is that is a phrase on the streets.
Yeah, Google
Idiots.
confirms 11, and
11.
unless they're not counting this love child, which I would definitely count, but it, according to Google, it's 11.
How many does Nick Cannon have?
Not.
It's
Oh,
more than 11, right? Is it not?
let me
I won't be
consult.
surprised if it was in double figures and all.
It might be 11. It's 12.
12.
Wow. It's
All right,
12.
Elon, you got some work to do. Got to catch up.
Well, apparently not if the Amber Heard thing is legit.
Fair, they could be tied.
They could be tied.
They could be tied.
I swear, if you're a rich man out there,
he
you
would
have to
have
guard your
13.
penis so carefully.
For sure.
Or don't. Or don't.
If you're a man, period.
I
you
think
should
Elon
do.
Musk
have
wants
as many
that.
kids as possible.
Yeah,
His
isn't
whole
he
thing is like there's not enough people, but he would
Yeah.
technically have 13 because his first kid died of SIDS.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
And
does it
then
not count?
Seasonal
then-
affective disorder?
No.
No, it's when your baby
Sudden
stops
infant death
breathing.
syndrome.
Yeah, sudden
Yeah.
infant death syndrome.
Oh, it's not like your baby's like, oh no, winter.
No,
Ugh.
they don't really know. They don't really know. It just sometimes
There's a lot
babies
of
just
controversy
die.
around
There's a lot
what
of
SIDS
controversy.
is.
You know,
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
A lot
You
of
know
people
what,
say that-
Chrissy? You might be onto the new theory. Maybe it is seasonal affective and we just didn't know.
Because it's like, this is my first winter out the womb. You're like, whoa, they didn't tell me about this. Like, it's
I
very
didn't expect
cold.
to be a vampire. This is ridiculous.
I'm used to being
They didn't tell me
surrounded
about this.
by warm liquid.
Like, I'm revoking my
shit.
visa. I'm good.
That's nerve wracking. Yes, we do have a little bit of a spam happening in the chat.
We do?
It's okay. I am on top of it. I banned him. I wielded my power.
Okay, I just put the chick in the chat that has they have over 22 children,
Okay, this
and
is
she
the
wants
Wow.
100.
why. I mean, it's nice when you don't have to pay for the kids. It's
Yeah, I'm sure they have tons of nannies too, and all that
Oh my
stuff.
goodness. Yeah, this is
This
real.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Y'all, I have 2 and I'm exhausted.
Same.
whoa.
I mean, I want like 5 or 6, but
I'm
feel
done.
that.
She's 22. Oh wait, she wants to have 22 children at the age of 26. That's her goal. Or
no,
that's-
she
No,
is
she wants to have
26
100.
and she has 22 children.
22
She's only
at the
26
age
and
of
she has
26.
22.
She's 4 behind her age. She's not even trying hard enough.
This is not a family. This
I
is a
expect
little
more.
army.
I was
Right?
gonna say this is a cult. This is
Right?
that's
She's
what this
prepped.
is.
She knows what's going to happen in
Whoa.
2024. She's got her army ready.
They're all
Wow.
kind of the same age. This looks like Children of the Corn.
This is so ridiculous. And they probably all have ridiculous names too.
I mean, they're all so cute, and
and they're not religious. Like there's the one, I don't remember the Duggars or whatever, that they're like, that's just like
18
their
kids and
religion.
counting.
Yeah. Is this that thing? Like it's a
No,
religion thing, or
she's my
just out of her
husband's a
mind?
millionaire, and
Okay.
I
am crazy.
100 children. Yeah,
Is
I don't
how
know
long
if that's
does he
better
have
or
in
worse.
prison?
I don't know. This came up on my timeline last week, and I forgot to bring it up last SimpCast, so I'm bringing it up now. But I just saw it. I was like, "There's no way this is real." And then I looked into it a little bit. I was like, "What the fuck? It is real."
That's
It
crazy.
scares the shiz out of me just having one kid. Like having 22, it's like that's just a nightmare beyond.
He wants
Like, I'll
100.
take We've got all any day of the
Well,
week.
think about it.
22
A
kids.
preschool teacher, you typically have about like what 20, 25 kids in a
Yeah.
class, or a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah,
And
maybe
sometimes
30.
you need a TA, so maybe she's got like a baby.
For sure, they have nannies. For sure.
Oh, they have to.
friend nearby.
Yes, lots of nannies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know what?
Chrissy,
She
with
got
a
Especially if they're all
preschool
babies, you know
teacher,
she's not
you get to
breastfeeding.
give them back. That's the best thing about someone that's childless. You get to give them back. Like
That's
you
what I
have
hear.
them all right, and then as soon as they start like playing up, crying, having a hissy fit, throwing up, it's like right, they're yours. Bye. Have fun with that. I'm
The
not doing
best
that
thing
mess.
about having 25 kids is like, if you have one kid or two kids, there's so much pressure on like those kids being good and making
Yeah.
you proud. With 20, 25 kids, you're like, oh, like 3/4 of them could totally suck. And if you have a couple that are great, you're like, wow.
Well,
Look at
wasn't there
these
that one
4.
woman in Russia that had 60 kids over the course of her
What?
life?
What?
Yeah,
That's
if you look
crazy.
it up, the woman with the most children. Well, I mean, you got to think this is back in Russia when there's no birth control and literally nothing else to do. But she did have quite a few sets of twins and triplets.
I was gonna say that.
Madeline Carnuaba of Brazil.
Yeah, and you see the picture, and it's like her and her husband. They're super old, and they got all of these kids, ranging from like full-grown adults to babies.
I think it's 32. It's Brazil, and she
Okay.
got married at 13, and she had 32 children.
Wow.
13?
Oh,
32.
Wow.
You know,
Lord
I don't know
I
how
think
these
that's a
mothers
different
do
one.
it. Like seriously, you mothers have got like my respect for life. Like I'm honest, I'm never gonna have kids. I'm too selfish.
At least you know that.
I
A
know
lot of
that.
selfish people have kids, and then
and
True.
that's no good, right? I'm too selfish. I mean, if I met someone who's got a child, then I'm okay with that. But my own, no, I'm way too selfish for that. So when I see like mothers like yourself and Kim and now Chrissie Mayr and everyone else, and they have children, I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it.
I don't
Like,
know how you do it.
seriously, I don't know how you do it. I just couldn't.
Okay, I got the picture.
It's nerve-wracking. And you wonder if these kids like feel, I mean, I know families of 3 kids where sometimes 1 or 2 feel very ignored. So
yeah,
how do you
it's
deal with
hard. Like again, I only have 2, and it's hard to like make sure that you're spending enough quality time with each of them, and that, you know what I mean. Like it's not easy. It's
I
I mean,
think if you're trying to have 16 pairs
Wow.
of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets, and 4.
wow,
Wow.
Wow.
Wait,
that's a
Based.
fertile lady.
Now
That's
that
the
is
same
based.
photo of the woman from Brazil. Okay, now I
This
don't know.
woman, I remember specifically this woman was Russian, but let me see. So her name is
How could someone have
Valentina something.
twins?
Okay, now I'm reading that this is
Wow.
an
I think
Indian
it's
woman.
genetic. Some people are genetically disposed to
Yeah.
having multiples.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I think that this is fake news. I don't know if this is real.
Somebody in the chat said that mothers who have kids for clout are terrible. Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, there's so many
People who monetize their kids. I mean, listen, I don't want to like judge. I try not to judge parents because parenting's fucking hard, right? It's hard. But if you are monetizing your kids and like putting their childhood out on display, and it's just weird to me. That's
I
very.
mean, I think you
creepy.
could judge about certain things. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there are like, I forget what their names are. But there was like that family that was like, you know, the picturesque Instagram family, and they were like chaining their kids in the basement and doing all sorts
Yes.
of horrible stuff.
It just happened
you know.
recently, right?
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
recent. And I
Yeah.
mean, you know, this new trend of new mothers like posting their kids' embarrassing moments on social
Yes,
media.
the egg
and-
cracking thing. It's so Oh,
It's
come on.
horrible. Like, you know, your kids are eventually going to
It's
be able to
child
see this
abuse.
stuff, right? You know, like
Yeah.
you should be a little bit ashamed of taking advantage of your kids to get clicks on social
Yeah,
media.
my
Like,
kids are
yeah,
nowhere on social media. I don't post their pictures. I very rarely talk about them. I've never said their names out loud, and I won't.
that's smart.
I will
What if
not.
I made my child a YouTube mod, like away from the camera, but still being productive?
Chrissy's uterus.
You should make an
Chrissy's uterus
Instagram.
tenant is a
Make
moderator.
an Instagram.
It's
Not
like
uterus.
uterus tube.
Uterus tenant.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out this lady who had 69
uterus.
kids, her
Mhm.
husband had 85 children in total with the second
Holy
wife
shit.
after she died and in child labor.
I
feel
told
like
you it's
after
fucking
69,
crazy.
They should be like,
God,
after
do
69,
what
they're
you love.
walking out. They're like, thanks,
Yeah,
mom,
no,
for the 9 months
exactly.
stay. I'm good to
She
go.
probably
But
is just like, oh, another one just fell out.
I didn't even know I was pregnant. Yeah,
Just
for
sitting
sure.
in the
She's like
bathtub.
grabbing
just-
cabbages and there's
Oh.
like babies popping out. Yeah,
Like, there
probably.
must be a point where your
crazy.
vagina gets destroyed pushing out that many babies.
mean, no,
come
I
on.
heard it's after one, so I don't
No,
know how it is.
I'm
after
not going to
69.
talk about like the
Her
details
vagina's
of all of
pretty
that. But
large to fit a baby's head going through, but she's the bed 80 odd.
women's
Chrissy,
That's
you
a
bodies-
can
magical
look
number,
forward
though,
to this.
know?
guys,
I'm
women's
doing
bodies
Kegels
are
right
made
now.
women's bodies are made to be
Right
able
now,
to
as I
safely
sit here.
deliver babies.
Yeah.
A lot of the pain and the fear that comes with pregnancy and delivery is, I believe, largely pushed by entertainment and media, but a lot of the the problems that happen in labor come from fear, come from, you know, rushing to
Ooh.
decisions because you're anxious, because, you know, typically for a lot of women, you know, a hospital setting is this kind of like an anxious place. You know, they treat it kind of like a medical condition rather than a natural part of life. And I'll tell you, you know, I've had two. I had them one right after the other. Everything's good. You know, like you can watch, you know, classes online. You can read a bunch of material. There's ways to, you know, breathe and push during delivery that you can minimize your chances of tearing. And minimize your pain and minimize all of that, because
Hannah.
it's a natural part. It's very natural. Your body is made to
Yeah.
do this. It's literally the biological incentive. When you were born a woman, you were mostly, unless there's a genetic abnormality, born capable of having children, and your body knows how to do that. So this idea that like, oh no, I'm going to ruin my body forever and it's going to do the permanent damage. No. Take a deep breath. That's probably, just arm yourself with knowledge. Like, just like with almost everything else in life, if you go in understanding what's happening in your body, understanding what you have to do, understanding how you have to participate, you minimize your chances of, you know, damage, of tearing. And, you know, it's not like there's no chance, but you can mitigate that chance down a lot. And it does not have to be this big, scary thing.
But Kim, even after like sprogging 80 kids plus,
well, I mean, it's not like they're coming out one right after the other. I mean, there is a recovery time, but it is a muscle, you know. And if you practice like your deep breathing, if you practice, especially, it's about how quickly you're pushing typically. And if you're allowing your body to do that naturally and letting the contractions come and letting yourself kind of assist the contractions along, the muscles are meant to open up like that. So you know, maybe if they're with multiples coming out at once, there's a higher chance of tearing. Maybe you want to get it out quicker. Maybe you at some point start pushing faster. But no, like, there's really no reason your body can't recuperate from that, given proper aftercare and going in, like I said, armed with knowledge of how to not fight your body's intuition of naturally pushing, because that's what contractions are. Contractions are helping your body naturally dispel this body, and that's what dilating is for, you know, not to be super graphic. But
Kim, you're gonna be my midwife. You're hired. You're my doula. I'm
good.
gonna have you on
I'm
speaker.
happy. I mean, I'm honestly
whole-
happy to talk to any woman about this. It's because it can be daunting, it can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't.
love
You have
that.
control over. You have control over what happens to you. You have control over how much you know. You have control over every single little thing. You can prepare as much as you want. So, and you know, I see all these videos. You're working out. You're taking good care of yourself. There's no reason you can't have a beautiful delivery. There's no reason it has to be stressful and horrible and scary.
I love that. What do you think of people who give birth like on all fours, or standing up in their kitchen, or like in
I
a
think that's beautiful.
bathtub?
I haven't been able to successfully do that myself. I would like to with one of my pregnancies. I think a lot of that was somewhat of a lack of preparation on my part, but there's a couple different influencers that are good to follow for this stuff. The pain-free birth. I'll send you links and stuff.
Yes.
But basically they're like meditative techniques that you practice. I'll give one as an example. You practice holding onto an ice cube and breathing through the kind of sharp pains that brings, and that way you can kind of zero in on what meditating through a contraction will be like. There's I think that it's perfectly possible. Like I said, the more you understand about birth, the more I and the more women that I have talked to have felt comfortable with the idea of doing it naturally and doing it, standing in your kitchen or being on all fours. It's really just a matter of preparation. I know I'm driving that home, but it's just about understanding that you will feel certain levels of discomfort. You need to anticipate this and prepare for that instead of being scared of it, because the
Right.
fear is what
Embrace
causes
it.
the problem. Exactly.
Anna's face is cracking me up through all of this.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean for this
You
to
have
be a
you have the best
pregnancy.
attitude, Kim. Because I also believe, like this is I mean, this can't be harder than preparing a new hour of material or like shooting a special. I'm
I mean,
amazed.
okay, can I be the negative? I feel like in the
Please
same
do.
way that some people's bodies are better for basketball, I do feel like there's probably a spectrum of bodies good. Like my hips are a 12-year-old little boy's hips. They don't exist. In fact, they've only heard about hips in the literature. They've never known hips to exist. And I'm extremely dubious about their capacity to like bear. My husband has a big fucking head, big fat old head. I don't want that shit. That too, yeah. Yeah, I was here to just brag about my husband's
You
dick.
probably would just have like a little 5-pounder then. I think it's
He's got a big fucking head, and my brother's 6'2". And I'm tall too.
You'll be all right.
So
Tall is
I,
good.
you
Well,
know,
don't
like
your
lay
hips
down.
widen when you're pregnant? Like that's what
Huh?
I heard. Your hips
sorry?
widen when you're pregnant.
Well, you
Yeah,
get
they do.
lignin, so they do
You're,
stretch, but
I was gonna say, I
how
mean,
much?
different body types, like realistically, it can vary, but that's still like your biological purpose.
Mine are already super wide.
Your body knows how to prepare itself for that kind of thing, and like I said, if you understand that and you a large part of it too, when you have like a narrower frame, is kind of like the stretches that you do to help facilitate the widening of your hips and to help facilitate kind of your pelvic floor. So there are like, if you have certain body types, they suggest to do certain things rather than others. There's different ways that different people prepare. Some people that get, some people have higher risk factors. Some people go through like some sort of like diabetic thing when they're pregnant. There's different requirements for all different kinds of people, but I do believe that for each person and for each kind of thing that they're encountering, there is some method that you can find. I like the a la carte method when it comes to preparing for birth. You read as much different resources as you can, and you kind of pick and choose what suits, your ideology, your comfortability, and your body type. So, just playing devil's advocate.
I want to be
bit.
like not quite a full blown hippie, like giving birth in the woods. Like I don't want to be like, but I don't want to be all the way like give me all the drugs, do all the things, very hospital-y type.
Well,
I am
yeah,
100%. Give me the fucking drugs. I don't
took
want
the
to.
drugs.
I heard
I'm like
tearing more often.
I'm
That's
very
the problem. They're gonna
against the
fucking trick ya.
C-section, but I'm like you. I have the lowest pain tolerance ever.
Wait,
so
how come you're against the C-section?
because I don't like getting cut open. I had surgery when I was a kid, and so I'm just if it
I thought you
has
meant like
to-
morally you were opposed to it.
No, if it
Yeah,
has to happen, I do that. But I had a lot of surgeries when I was a kid, so I'm like terrified, and they were botched surgeries. So I don't like the idea of a doctor cutting into me when I perfectly am capable of shoving something out of me. But
I'm just
yeah,
of the
no.
view that giving birth is natural, but also it was like the #1 killer of women before modern technology. And I know that in the zombie apocalypse, I'm a fucking zombie. In pre-medicine, I'm the woman dead during childbirth. I just know that that's the case. I'm the NPC character. I've embraced that reality.
Oh, you could do it.
I would have died in childhood if it
With
wasn't
modern
for modern
medicine.
medicine.
Yeah, true. Same.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna feel
Christy,
like
do you have a bump yet?
Bikram yoga. It just looks like I gave up on myself physically. It just looks and feels like I'm getting fat. And
It takes a while for your first. Like,
How
yeah.
many months are you now?
I'm 18 weeks.
oh, you're like
Okay,
early.
Yeah.
You're not going to show for a while. It was so like I was really impatient because I'm like, I just want to look pregnant. Like I just look like I ate too many burritos or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
just
that's
a little bloated.
Just give me a belly. Yeah. And it took forever. But once it pops out, it's like, oh my God, there's a belly.
Yeah, I don't think I got my belly until 7 months with my first.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like again, you'll look bloated. You'll look like you ate too much or whatever.
yeah,
you don't get like an actual.
You gotta send me your meditations, okay? I
I got the puffy face and everything.
I know,
the
and I'm like,
puffy
is this
face.
a baby or is it just because I'm eating bread again after 2 years?
Is this gluten or baby? Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, you're turning your food into your baby, so you know,
Yeah.
the little column A, little column B.
Oh, I wish I could be like, hey, what do you want? Like, I don't know. I wish I could. He could
they
send up a
kinda-
message.
yeah.
You know.
You should
That's
tell
what
it what
cravings
it
are
wants
about.
to
That's
set
what
it.
cravings
Yeah.
are
Your
about.
cravings are is your
That's what
baby
cravings
demanding
are.
what they want.
Yeah.
But also, if you, depending on what you eat, it will determine your baby's like cuisine,
I've
natural
heard that.
preferences. So make sure you eat like the most esoteric, annoying food. Like just eat a lot of truffle, so that they just like crave
Ooh.
truffle all the time.
I have some sardines.
Don't get parenting strats from me either. Obviously.
I'll just eat stuff that I like, be like anchovies, coconut stuff. Yeah, I love anchovies.
I know for me, my first pregnancy, my big pregnancy craving was pickled jalapenos. That was like the thing. I was like constantly. It was so weird. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm grossed out by it now, but it's what I wanted. I don't know.
Did you ever have a pickled jalapeno before?
There
Did
is
you,
just
like-
something I'm very unappetizing about imagining a pregnant woman just like feasting on a jar of pickled jalapenos. I'm sure though.
Ah, interesting. I'm intrigued. Oh, I got a couple more little soupies. Dan Halen, hail SimpCast, and hail Javier Millie. Thank you, Dan. Gabriel Knight, President-elect. Wow, everyone, you guys are very excited about this man. President-elect Millet, let's go. Trump 2024 next. Araftas, I love some base D&D content. See, we got recruits for you, Kim. Russell
That's great.
Hall, thanks for the super chat. Sometimes the front tube tears open and the baby slips through and comes out the back that way. Who
Someone
knows?
really
Maybe you'll
paid to
get
say
lucky.
this?
Oh, Russell.
This is Russell. He's a bit irreverent.
Hang on a minute. That can actually happen?
No, don't believe anything a chatter says
No,
ever.
no.
Never believe, especially if it's a man chatter talking about pregnancy. Holy fuck. This is the worst source of information.
Russell's full of random facts.
Hunter says, I'm with Misty. Thumbs down to Zionism. I honestly don't even really know what it is.
Yeah, Zionism, no good. That's the moral. I'm glad the chatters are getting the moral of the story. Zionism bad. Good
Hey,
job, guys.
Daniel.
Hey, Daniel. What's up, Daniel Clancy? Good evening, ladies. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
It's gobble time. Let's do our
I'm
turkey
glad
noises.
somebody's celebrating Thanksgiving.
Turkey noises. Hunter Vogt. I love Thanksgiving. One of my favorite holidays. It's a great one.
I just like to eat. Like the food's good. All right.
I love
I'm gonna
stuffing.
starve.
Anna can't eat anything. She's
No, I can. I just hate Thanksgiving food.
Oh no.
Make
all of it?
Whatever you
What
want.
about
All of it.
Thai?
all of it.
I always
I
do
know-
Thai for Thanksgiving. Do you like Thai?
Dude, my
Oh, I do.
What do you like? If you don't,
I
you
don't-
don't like turkey, you don't like Thai. You just
I
like
don't eat Asian
chicken
food.
nuggets.
No, I
All
don't like
of it?
chicken nuggets.
Just like the entire continent of
The
Asia. you're like,
entire continent of Asia.
prohibited
The only
that
thing I
shit.
will eat is mochi. That's about it.
Mochi's good.
Mochi is good.
The only thing
least
I'll
you
eat is
have
the
one.
whitest version of Asian food ever.
Basically. Yeah, no,
Do
I
you
don't.
like burgers? Like what do you?
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to make burgers on Thanksgiving.
I could
But-
make turkey burgers.
Turkey
If they care
burger.
about you
I don't like
and they
turkey.
know you don't like Thanksgiving food, they should make
I'm
you a
not going to
burger.
make everyone change because of me.
No, I mean just make you a burger. It doesn't take long to make a burger.
Yeah,
true. That's
I'm just not
fast.
going to inconvenience. Thanksgiving is my day of fast.
Oh,
I'm the opposite of the rest of the world.
All right,
Do you even
Anna,
like the desserts, like the pies or
I hate
anything?
pumpkin
or-
pie.
Anna,
No?
what's your ideal
my
meal
God.
then?
She's like, grilled cheese and chicken nuggets is all I want. For my
I don't like
meal."
chicken nuggets.
Of course.
I don't know. I
Broccoli?
don't. It's just not my thing. You know,
Unsalted fries.
I feel like eating is just a waste of time and it's really inconvenient. But I mean,
I feel that way
if I
too.
were to eat like a meal, I like pot roast. So
Okay.
that takes like a
good.
long time to prepare. You know.
So just sliced
It's
beef.
not hard.
You like sliced beef? Do you like beef
I do
jerky?
I do like beef jerky. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like Italian food? Like
I do like
pasta?
Italian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Misty was being risky by throwing out a whole cuisine. Good one, Misty.
Okay, so here my
I'm
cuisine
impressed.
is basically
All
American,
of Asia,
Italian,
the entire continent off.
the entire
Italy?
continent gone.
At least the Italians, they're in.
You know what?
Greece? How do you feel about
What about
Greece?
Mexican?
I don't like Mediterranean food. This is what I eat. I eat Italian, American, and Mexican. That's about
All
it.
right.
Okay.
American. Okay, so burgers, fries, pizza.
Hot
So
dogs,
chicken nuggets and grilled cheese is
I don't
correct.
like chicken nuggets. They're just not
Right, you
good.
don't like
I'd rather
chicken
have
nuggets.
chicken tenders than chicken nuggets. I don't know. There's,
Oh my
there's something
God.
different. There's slightly
Ain't no
different. It makes a
way.
difference.
I mean,
Tenders are
Christopher
for
Columbus was Italian. Why don't you just make a good lasagna or something?
I don't like lasagna.
Well, it's not Italian
No,
food,
you can't
then.
like Italian
Just
food if you don't like
Italian
lasagna.
food,
No,
exactly.
so I don't.
I
don't
like
eat vegetables.
marinara, penne, and some spaghetti. And that's
I don't like marinara. I only like Alfredo sauce.
Okay.
So you don't like
I
Italian?
don't even think that's
cuisine.
Italian. I think that's American.
You're just
Okay,
like
well, I like
American
Alfredo.
Italian.
No, it's
She likes Olive Garden.
I hate
Oh.
Olive Garden.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's so good. I like Buca de Beppo. That one's good.
This
Oh,
you're being too
Olive
risky, throwing
Garden.
out whole chains of food.
I really shouldn't talk about food with people.
It's
You have
okay.
bad
You
food
talk
taste.
about
You have-
food, and I'll talk about Star Wars.
Oh God,
That's
that's actually a good
Chrissy.
equivalent.
Chrissy, what did you think of the latest Star Wars, and how do you feel about
Ooh, well, the last one I did a watch
whatever her
along
face
to
is?
was Revenge of the Sith. But what was the I guess the most recent? Oh,
A
what
chick,
was the most?
a chick,
Was it
a
Rogue
chick
One?
walker.
Was that the
Chick
most
walker.
recent one?
That
I don't
doesn't
know.
count. No.
The chick, Ryan,
Ray.
Ray. There we go. We got there. I knew it was like a gender neutral sounding name.
Yeah, I was not impressed with her. I think she had no. I don't know if it's just her or the role, but like I think she had zero emotional range. But maybe they wanted someone who was more stoic and kind of like unfeeling, unemoting. But
Yeah, the
she
tips
didn't
they
do it
gave
for
her
me.
was think of Kristen Stewart in,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
she's
just do
terrible.
that, but be a Jedi.
Yeah, not the best. MK Solid Chrissy, it looks like Frost never came back to social media. You have to give her credit for actually going away. P.S. Stef is looking good.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate
Simp
that.
in the chat. Oh, I don't think I made Frost go away. That's giving me too much power for sure. Hunter
I don't think I know
Bogut.
who that is.
She was
It was like a game
kind of
dev, right?
poster girl for the G4 channel, which was like a reprisal of a 90s like gaming channel. It was like G4 and X Play, and kind of like what they do with a lot of movies. They take an audience and then they put a new face on it, and like, oh, like Frost was a super duper feminist, and then instead of talking about a video game, she went on a rant about sexism in gaming. And I think from that was kind of the beginning of the end for her, because she made it about her instead of trying to appeal to the audience.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did an impression of her, and it was fun. Hunter Bogut, would any of you ladies have 100
No.
children?
Hell no,
No.
wouldn't even have one.
Oh,
I mean,
No.
if it was realistic and not insane, like, yeah, the more children the merrier, as many as God wants to give me, but like it's not realistic, and no.
Imagine like
I
trying
don't
to
have a
afford.
millionaire prison husband who's gonna pay
How could
surrogate
I
to
couldn't afford that.
house my children in their womb, and I'm kind of against surrogacy in the first place for a lot of reasons.
Really? Why are you getting surrogacy?
I mean, it just depends on the context of the surrogacy. I
Have
think
100 babies.
the
How do
idea
you
of,
feel about a
like
rich
farming
woman
farming
who's paying
out
for
a
it?
womb, and then because no matter what, right, when you separate a child from its mother that young, there's going to be trauma that's associated with it. I'm an adopted child myself, and I've done a lot of research into this. And, you know, I'm not going to say that I'm going to be judgmental of people for doing this, but there's a lot of cases with surrogacy that people, you know, they're just like, oh, we think if we have this baby, it's going to give us this perfect little family and we're going to have this little unit. And it might sound a little sensitive, but bear with me to the end. When you get a surrogate kid, when you get an adopted kid, when you get somebody who is taken away from their mother that young, it's the equivalent of getting a rescue dog. You don't know if that child is going to have severe trauma, because that being taken away from your mother that early causes severe trauma, is separation, and that child can't articulate that they're traumatized. So that develops in a lot of different ways throughout life.
I have a few guy friends that are very fucked up over being adopted. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, you read about this, like, the reason we don't do Russian orphanage adoptions anymore, there is like this study where they were talking about
that's
how,
not just
like, when
because
you
of
normally go
surrogacy.
into a
That's
child's
because of
nursery,
the
there's like
way-
cooing and making noises. They're trying to engage. When you walk into the nursery at like these Russian orphanages, you can hear a pin drop because they
Wait,
know.
but that's totally different. That's totally different from surrogacy. Russian orphanages are like the first 3 years are like,
I'm just
yeah,
giving
yeah,
one
yeah.
example.
Because those are super
So
disanalogous, right?
what people don't understand, that you're inherently taking a risk with something like surrogacy. The child is not, like, a lot of parents, even my dad had said this before, was under the impression like, oh, I just thought you would have been grateful to have been adopted and it, you know, you would have immediately felt like part of the family. That's not always the case. Oh, like, I was in and out of treatment programs my entire life, and it's no coincidence that 80% plus of these treatment facilities starting at a young age were all adopted kids or surrogacy kids. And you're going to see a spike in that going forward. And like I said, I'm not saying this as a direct judgment. Sometimes I am judging the surrogacy situation, but it's not directly a judgment on the people. But people don't understand that that's the kind of thing they're getting themselves into. They think, oh, like I said, we're just going to bring this baby in. It's going to be no big deal. They're going to love it. We're going to love the baby. We're going to have this perfect little family unit. Well, it could be somewhat of a ticking time bomb. You don't know what kind of problems this kid's going to have. A lot of it turns into drug problems. A lot of it turns into abandonment problems, which could lead to,
Are you opposed to surrogacy with education then? Because it sounds like a lot of the problems is basically like disclaimers aren't included. Like, I agree, if you're like getting a surrogate kid and you're like, it's going to be easy and there'll be no trauma from the baby swapping from like the mother that it's come to know for the last 9 months to just not being there. Of course, that would be traumatic and
there's
destabilizing for
nobody, I've
attachment.
looked into this. There's nobody that talks about this really. And I mean, I'd be shocked to find out if there was. Just like there is not enough resources that prepare people for this high likelihood that you're going to have to deal with severe trauma that roots from a cause that they have no way to articulate whatsoever.
No.
And that can manifest in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not always the me judging the parent. A lot of these, surrogacy situations are like, well, I don't want to lose my body, so I'm going to rent out a womb and I'm just like, give me the baby.
Yeah,
And
Kim, look at this comment from Hannah here. One of the Kardashian girls who used a surrogate mom said herself she didn't feel a connection to her surrogate baby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much I trust the Kardashians to have a human connection to any of their children, in fairness.
But we're keeping up with
That's probably a bit of a unique circumstance. I do hear what you're saying. What you're saying is the disclaimer issue. So my question to you was...
not just that, though.
Well, okay, hold up. If I could just ask you my question.
Yeah, sorry.
Say, for example, we had surrogacy, but the disclaimer was included being like, just so you know, this is going to be more difficult for the child. There is going to be like early childhood attachment issues. You're probably not going to feel as bonded to your child, so you might have some like dispositional issues as well with the child, and a whole bunch of like important little things that we don't probably know fully about that get settled prenatal. You're going to have no information about. Would you feel more comfortable with surrogacy? Because I know you're not saying like all surrogacy is evil. You're saying like there's not enough disclaimers. So now I'm saying, imagine there was disclaimers. What would be your reservation?
I think the hesitancy is on the like how easy it is for people to just decide they want to have surrogacy. It's a little bit more difficult in terms of adoption. There tends to be more of a rigorous process, but even that, like, there's closed adoptions, there's all kinds of stuff. It's really hard for me not to see it as a form of human trafficking. And I know that might sound like a really crazy jump, but that's it. You're buying a child, you're buying a person from somebody.
Did you ever
And
watch the movie The Island?
I haven't, no.
It's a Michael Bay movie. It came out in like 2004. It's with Ewan McGregor and ScarJo. You
Mhm.
might like it because the whole concept is that, well, I don't want to spoil it, but
Spoil it.
basically,
I'll still watch it.
okay, well, so it's where all of these people they survived a planet-ending catastrophe. They're there, and so the whole goal is that they want to go to the island, and it's a lottery. And so there's all these women with babies. They're pregnant, and once they start going into labor, they get to go to the island. But it's literally just for billionaires and the 1% of the world to have their extra humans with the organs or the person that carries their baby for them. I think you should it's a Michael Bay movie, so it kind of falls off at the end, but I think you would like it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, another problem I have with surrogacy is like I wish I had the information right here, but there was a situation where there was this homosexual couple who was trying to get a surrogate, and the woman ended up getting cancer, and they were like, "Oh, well, we want you to abort the baby now." And she was like,
Oh.
"No, that's insane. I don't want to do that. If you guys don't want it, I'll take
I
custody
saw
of the
this.
baby. I'll have the baby." And they said, "No, that's legally our property." They took her to court, and they forced her into having an abortion because this baby was, their property. And they were able to win this, and they were able to successfully force this woman to abort her baby that she would have been perfectly capable of and perfectly willing to raise on her own. She was offering to reimburse them, all this other stuff. So I'm just like, I'm not saying this is every single
Do you
case.
know,
but-
is that actually, well, where? Is that true? I can't find anything about it. But
I
I'm
saw
willing to
the
believe
article
you.
going around on Instagram. Like,
I don't.
I read more.
Article on Instagram, right?
Hey, there's
women
a couple
practice
other
abortion in
stories I
US.
showed you were real, and those were all from Instagram.
Well, the problem is the stories the photo that was attached to the Instagram story is completely unaffiliated with the Russian family that was having lots of children.
Oh, the Russian family was years ago, but I did see that one. I didn't share that one. No, the girl with like the 100, or she wants to have 100 kids. But no, this thing that she's talking about, I heard about it, and I'm like, I
think I
hide
saw
under
a
a
thread
rock
on
most of
Twitter.
my
Yeah,
life.
I just
know
want to make
they-
sure that the precedent that we're outlining actually happened. Like, if it did, obviously we can all just
I mean,
be like,
that's
yeah,
not
that's
the only
bad.
case where that's happened.
Boo! I like hearsay.
I would need to, like, okay, maybe. Chrissy likes hearsay. I like evidence.
my big problem, like I said, people don't understand the kind of situation that they're signing up for, and they're often unprepared, and then they send their kids to these therapeutic programs where often, like, almost every single therapeutic program I was sent to has been shut down by the state for abuse. They tell you, "Oh, don't worry, we will help you fix your kid." And it's a whole industry in and of itself. And then beyond that, there's so much. As soon as you monetize the value of a human life in any regard, you're opening up a slippery slope where I see too many similarities to human trafficking, and I see too many instances where these kids end up back in the system, end up abused, addicted to drugs, living dangerously, like these, like I said,
Surrogate kids specifically, or adopted
sorry?
kids are you talking about? Are you talking about adopted kids or surrogate kids?
Both. It's
well, they're not the same, right? Because
no, they're not. But the root of the problem is very similar, which is the traumatic moment of being separated from the mother, whether it's immediately after birth or kids who are adopted later in life.
Okay, maybe like that's not
Or
the root of
sur-
the problem.
yeah.
The root of the problem is whether, like, probably in the case of adoption, you've got an impoverished mother who doesn't want to have an abortion, but doesn't want to also
That's
like
not
have
always
a
the
child.
case. I mean,
Not
like, my
always,
mother-
but that's probably more often the case. I mean, I can look up the stats about like what leads women to choosing adoption, but I think it's usually teen pregnancy and too poor financing. Yeah. And so those are probably the two leading causes. Whereas in the case of surrogacy, you're talking about the most richest people on the planet opting for this. So like, I agree that both of these things are probably extremely mishandled in America, but they're mishandled in extremely different ways. They can't be conflated together.
I'm not saying that I'm just saying the root is the same. The root of the trauma is the separation from the mother. So whether that is like because of a surrogate or whether that is the mother giving up the child, the
But in
root
the
of the
case of an
trauma
adopted
starts
child-
with the separation from the
Well,
mother.
In the case of an adopted child, there's other traumas that you need to include. For example, malnourishment, high levels of FASD that goes undiagnosed, probably their whole life. They get thrown into the system because they have impulse control problems because their brain isn't fucking developed, because their mom was abusing substances their entire pregnancy, right? Then they get adopted to a family who knows nothing about their history, who knows nothing about the mother's history. It's a really different situation than to a woman who's being paid to carry a child, right? And again, they both have issues. They're just not the same thing.
But I understand. I'm just saying the issue for the child is the separation. Whatever that turns into is secondary, but the initial issue is the separation. And the separation is what causes
that's the
trauma.
common issue that's the common issue that they both have. Yeah, absolutely. Like being separated from your birth parent is an attachment nightmare, of course.
Right. And I've dealt with that on and off my whole life. I know a lot of other adopted kids who have a wide variety of different stories, whether they were brought in from another country, whether like with me, it was like a private adoption, whether, they had to surrender their baby. There's a lot of different scenarios. And like I said, I do tend to, there are some situations I have no problem judging. Although I pray my Bible and I repent because these are things I'm not supposed to do as a good Christian woman. But it's hard for me not to have some kind of a bias about it. It's hard for me to not look at these situations and kind of feel a little bit of disgust and feel a little bit, I just like, I'm overly empathetic towards these kids who are being dealt a rough hand and it's not their fault and it's not their choice. And like I said, it causes problems. Like it's a lot of the root of problems I've had growing up, and a lot of the root of the problems that people I know have had growing up. And we don't really have any like solid foundation as to why they are there. We just know that it exists, and it's really hard I'll speak for myself, to relate to the world around you and to be able to like explain that to people, that there's just something fundamentally missing that I don't feel I'll ever have. And a lot of adopted kids feel that way. And surrogate kids and people who have that separation, who don't,
Hello, my friends. Hi. Sorry to crash the party. Hi, everybody.
Oh no, welcome.
I have questions. I was just watching. Sorry, I'm Keanu, by the way. Hello, everybody. Christy Anthony, you look lovely. I love that sweater.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
We just talked about it. It's her new 80s mom sweater.
Yes. I know. I told her, I forced her to buy it at Macy's because I said, my God, you have to have it.
I'm about to drop everyone off at Hot Skates with a $20 bill.
You are right. Exactly. You're a fun mom. You're a cool mom.
I am. You can drink in the house and everything.
Yes, absolutely. I'd rather you drink with me than, out, Exactly. See, I just have a question, and I just tuned in. So it's Kim, right?
Yeah.
So you're adopted?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was adopted a few days after I was born.
Okay, I have this one question. Surrogacy because somebody mentioned Chloe. I'm a big Kardashian fan. Unfortunately, I know that's not a popular opinion.
Okay, I like Jersey Shore. We all got our vices.
I love Jersey Shore as well.
You
love you hate them, right? I don't think so. Okay, so when you're saying that I always say to my betrothed Visconti, I don't want kids, but if I did, I'm like, I'll Kardashian it. I'll pop my egg and his jizz in somebody else if I'm Kardashian rich, right? You grow it in somebody else and then you have a baby, something like that. If it's your surrogacy, you mean it's really hurtful if it's like ripping the biological mother and
even if it's your egg in another woman's body, it's still that baby still has 9 months of like growing in this woman and developing.
It's your blood. It's your voice.
Like, think about it. The only thing this baby will mostly hear for the majority of its life, once it can develop hearing, is the mother's heartbeat.
Is this podcast?
Yeah, this podcast and the mother's heartbeat. And it's going to be feeling things with the mother. It's going to be developing with the assistance of the nutrients the mother provides. It's going to be sending out stem cells into the parent itself. It's whenever you have a kid, even if there is unfortunately a termination due to miscarriage or whatever, the cells of that baby stay in your body for the rest of your life.
Whoa.
So
cool.
That surrogate mother will carry the biology of this baby for the rest of her life, and this baby will have developed in its crucial time period inside this other woman. So yeah, it's still, you know, it's still your egg, but that trauma of being separated from the woman that delivered you is still going to be present. And like I said, it's not
so the research said, so say you didn't know at all, like you didn't know that you were born in another woman's body, but you still had the same genes, or, you know, egg and sperm, in it, just you just popped it in somebody else's oven, like
right. Well,
that's
this
the only
There's pretty good evidence.
terms,
Pretty good evidence that there would be attachment issues. Like it seems to be like attachment window seems to be for like 1 to 2 years. That's why like all the Russian orphanages studies were really important, because it turns out that like if they don't get proper attachment in the first 1 to 2 years, they can be like pretty fucked up for the rest.
They
of
grow up to be sociopaths.
Like the Unabomber.
Hold on, hold on. No,
figure
Kim.
skaters.
Hold on, Kim. No,
Goodness.
they do not grow up to be sociopaths. That is super false. In fact, they typically grow up to be extremely like mentally disabled. Most of the Russian orphanage and Ukrainian orphanage grew up to be disabled children, not sociopaths. Just so that's super clear out there. I don't want people thinking that attachment issues make sociopaths.
I
mean, they can.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I
would need to
Have you
supply
guys ever
evidence
met
for that.
anyone from a Russian orphanage?
Yes, several. At least 7.
Were
And
they all
most of them are
sociopaths?
institutionalized right
Oh,
now.
so they're disabled.
Not like for violent offenses, for
Wow.
they have I've been in like therapy, like group therapy with these people, so I'm obviously not going to like dox them or anything, but a lot of them discuss like having a severe disconnect between what they have observed as like real emotion and connection,
Wow.
and they don't feel that they have a bond with anybody they interact with, no matter how much time they spend with them. And
Okay,
it's hard for
I'm
them to
willing
like
to look that up. I'm extremely dubious of that claim. One of the most notable findings from the Ukrainian orphanage situation is specifically social disability. We see high rates of autism and other kind of like
Right.
unnamed social inabilities and a lot of executive dysfunction. That's
I
my
believe that. I'm
understanding.
not trying to sell. I'm just speaking from my personal experiences and speaking from the people that I know.
But you're talking about being an orphan, or being in an orphanage. We're not talking about surrogacy here.
No, we're specifically talking about people that
what
have
is
been
the same,
adopted
the
from
how is
Russia.
different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the end of that story I was telling before is in Russian orphanages, they were observing that the kids wouldn't make any noise at all, the little babies and the toddlers, because they know that the reason that kids make noises like that is because they know it'll elicit some kind of attention, they'll get some sort of reaction. And they were silent because they wouldn't get any reaction. Like my friend who grew up, who was adopted from here, has severe scarring from fecal matter sitting in his diaper so long because he literally didn't have the instinct to cry out about it.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Like
Terrible.
literally like in his 20s, like severe scarring all over his butt. And
I have
all
a
over-
family friend who was adopted, like he was adopted, he's the oldest, the second the mom was able to give birth to, like naturally. Like craziest thing, and now he hit like what 30 or something, and kind of out of nowhere totally lashed out at his mom, and like just, and they couldn't have been better to this kid. I mean, this family was like rich but also like present and very good parents, like very conscientious and nurturing and all of the things. And it's just, and because I've spoken to the mom and she's like, I don't understand like why I'm the enemy, because she said like, he did like a 23andMe and found out he had siblings that were, he's in his late 30s, these siblings were in their 50s. And then he also learned that when the mom gave birth to him, because he was the last, like I don't know if he was an accident or whatever, the mom told everybody that the baby died in childbirth.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
traumatizing. That's
and then like, and
extremely
he was like,
traumatizing.
I'm alive. And then when the mom, just before the biological mom died, she like told the other siblings that that this kid was still alive.
Oh my goodness.
And it shortly
What
after
a
that,
bitch.
he kind of lashed out at his kind of real mom who raised him was so great to him. And like, it is like, it's been a real trauma. It's been like a real pain for her, because she's like, I don't know what I could have possibly does.
Well, that's the thing a lot of adopted parents and a lot of surrogate parents run into is like, I don't understand. I feel as if I'm doing everything in my power when the real answer to their question is it's not you.
But surrogacy, is there a difference though? If surrogacy, say it's a gay couple, right?
Well, I mean, I'm really against that in
Or
general.
very well dressed and thin.
Right, or very well dressed. Right.
Neil
Say it's a
Patrick
gay
Harris and
couple,
his
like-
husband, you know.
Right. No, wait. Oh, so, but I am definitely not against I don't want a kid. So I'm not, I'm a layman. Just talk to me like a complete moron. All right. If it were my,
she's like, I was.
She was like, I absolutely already was, unequivocally. I could tell it just by your essence when you popped on the screen. Just say I'm like, if I go like, if it's my egg and the guy's sperm and you put it in somebody else, is there degrees of it? Like, you really think that kid will be really traumatized from that?
There are degrees in every single person. Like, I know adopted kids who love their biological family, never have any.
I don't mean adopted. I mean surrogacy.
I'm saying women who are separated from the mother. I know a lot of them who feel this undying need to be able to meet their biological
mother. But that's not the mother. I'm the mother. If it's my egg
but she still gave birth to the child, so like, there's still that bonding period.
That's not the mother, though.
We have to remember, though, negative stories are always most salient, right? We're always going to remember the adopted kid that was fucked up. We forget all the adopted kids that are super, super normal and don't have any major issues. Not a ton of
I'm
research.
not even talking about adoption. I just mean
there's not a ton of research on surrogacy. Just to be clear,
I understand what you're asking. I understand what you're asking.
One question. It's this one question. I'm the mother. If I pop my egg in some other broad who's good at giving birth, whatever, right? And it's my husband's jizz. Sorry to be so crass. I am the mother. I am the mother. Are you saying that is still traumatizing to the kid?
When the child gets removed from the birth.
Think about it. Does a pizza remember who spun the dough?
Right. That's my one question. I don't mean
in the case of a baby.
Oven it was in.
Well, in the case of a baby, you need to remember babies learn accents, they learn dialects.
I don't care what kind of accent it has.
No, hold on. Let me explain. I'll explain all of it. The important thing is that there is an attachment formed between, like, prenatally. Like, there are traumas that you can associate back to prenatal thing. There is increasing evidence because the brain is developing.
That's my one question. That's my one question.
Trauma. I'm not going to be as like doomsayer as Kim.
But
I don't think it's insurmountable.
A lesser evil. I'm not trying to be having a baby and throwing it in an orphanage.
Adoption.
You have no idea. You have no
right.
idea. That's the problem. It really is truly Russian roulette. You have no idea how that is going to affect them.
True. No, I mean, that's not true.
It is true that what that manifests as later in their
adoption is not analogous to surrogacy, and you cannot compare the statistics on
saying,
adoption.
I'm literally just talking about the initial trauma of the separation of the mother, which you yourself just acknowledge as what happens.
But
if I'm the mother and I pop it in somebody else, I'm still the mother. I don't remember being.
I understand, but that doesn't. That doesn't mean that
does, because an adopted child immediately has a whole bunch of other traumas and prenatal stressors that it's exposed to that you can't control for in research on adopted babies that surrogate babies will not be exposed to. For example, teratogens and high levels of stress is presumably going to be less in surrogate mothers than in adoptive mothers. So
the key word there is presumably. You can't know that for sure, and it's a case by case basis.
You're saying the
Wait,
mother.
Do you think adoptive mothers and surrogate mothers have similar lifestyles, like at all?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people are that hormonally your body can still produce stress. You can still feel stress,
but you're
of varying
not,
degrees.
If it's my egg
whether
and
you're
somebody else's jizz, I'm the mother.
But the baby doesn't know that.
I understand.
Keanu, just tell the baby that. Be like, I'm your fucking mom.
I don't want a kid. I don't want a kid, obviously. But,
if that's okay.
Your question.
For a while, but for Kim, I'm hearing what you're talking about here in the sense of, it's no matter how the baby is, let's say, cooked up, right? Literal. That's the terminology I'm going to come up with. There we go.
Exactly.
It's a pizza. It's a pizza.
Look,
Italian food for Anna, okay?
Exactly.
Right? It's the simple fact of removing that baby from the oven. It's that bit, no matter whether it's a surrogacy or whatever, right? It's that bit that you're talking about where you're turning around and saying, hang on, that causes trauma.
It does seem to be.
Is there, hang on a minute. No.
Yeah,
Wait, because
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard you all. Is there any exception to that rule whatsoever, Kim?
I-
in terms of
look, I was
don't
gonna-
even think there's research on that one thing.
Okay.
Like, I don't think
I would love to answer
One
your
at a
question.
time, please.
I would like to hear her question.
In terms of your research and your experience, have you found any exception to that rule whatsoever? Because surely there must be, right?
Right. So, like I said, I don't know if it's like an exception, but this can affect people in different ways. You'll have some people who it seems to really not interfere with their life at all. It seems to never really be something that causes them trauma or stress. It might affect them in some ways, lesser than others. Or it could be the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was like the first thing that ever happened to them, and it could lead down like a very troubling road. So I would say, instead of like there being exceptions, there's varying degrees of how it will affect you, and that's kind of what I was saying the Russian roulette of it all is, because you won't understand the long-term implications of that.
No, we can't. Hold on. We cannot use Russian roulette. We can't use that word.
Yes, I
We can't use
can.
that
You
word.
can't tell me what.
No.
You can't compel my language.
You're not
This
saying
is like my
her-
real life experience. I'm just speaking.
You
from
were adopted.
Sorry.
What she's asking too is that one question.
Then that there's
One at a time.
Wait,
time, please.
a person that's not being affected by it at all to someone that's, let's say, middle affected to someone that's then on the extreme side where it is affected. If you're saying there's varying degrees, then there should be 0 affected to 100 affected, right?
Well, I don't think there can be a 0 affected, because, like I said, it is a traumatic incident. No matter how you put it, separation from your mother will cause the trauma of separation is going to be there. Whether that influences a major part or a minor part of your life, like I said, that varies, and I've seen it vary person to person. Some people, they'll think about it, but it's not something that causes them immense stress. There are other people where it consumes every second of every day, and they never feel like they belong anywhere, and they never feel like they have family, and they're constantly searching to fill this void. So that's
From
all I meant.
surrogacy or from adoption? I keep getting confused. Which one we're talking about?
I'm talking
There's no
about the
research on
separation
surrogacy,
of the
just to be
child
clear.
from the mother,
No matter how
whatever
it's
that may
called.
be from.
Well,
No
whether
research on
it's the
surrogacy.
mother
But-
dying,
but-
whether it's the person getting adopted, whether it's the person living with the mother for a while and then being adopted, whether
Right.
it's the person being born and then immediately given into a surrogacy.
That makes perfect sense. My one question was, if it's that one situation where you pop your kid in somebody else's oven, right? Cook it in somebody else's oven, right? As our dear friend just said, right?
Right.
Hey, up, Keanu.
If I didn't know that I were cooked in somebody else's oven, if nobody ever told me, I don't remember being born. Are you saying unequivocally I will still have trauma because I was
You would
just
have an
mixed
effect.
up?
Yes.
Okay, can I teach you guys the
I'm
least? Can I
genuinely
teach you
happy.
guys?
Being born,
Can I teach
period,
you
is
guys?
traumatic.
Can I teach you guys the least sexy word ever? That is the answer to this problem. Okay, it's called the diathesis stress model. Has anybody heard of that fucking god obnoxious word? Okay, the whole point of this is about epigenetics. So, are you going? The spectrum that she's talking about has everything to do with your own natural, like, set point of stress that you can handle. So for some babies, like Keanu, I know that you're gonna come out and you're gonna be like, "Rock Shaka, where's the fucking party at, boys?" Right? You're not gonna give a fuck. You're like, "Where's my mammy at?" But other people are gonna come out and be like, "I'm a homebody. I just want to go home, and I don't have my birth mother anymore. I have this fucking dumb surrogate mother bitch who I have to live with instead."
no,
Right? So
I
there's
mean,
that
but what if it's
spectrum
my
because of
baby?
epigenetics. What if it's your baby?
I know you keep
Unless you carried it, there will be that distress because there's a lot of weird bonding that does seem to occur prenatally.
You're not answering my one question. That's my only question. Is it's my baby if it's my genes and my husband's jizz?
Yes, it is your baby genetically.
Somewhere else, that woman that birthed it or was sliced out
So
or
your
whatever
question
is not
was,
the
even if
mother.
the baby doesn't have awareness that it didn't grow in your body, is there a potential for trauma? And the answer to that is yes.
Sure,
but
but
a
you
lot of
can't
people
call that
who
the mother if it's just
Sorry, the
popped in yet. You
the
know what I
oven,
mean?
the incubator, the pizza oven.
that just feels cringe to me, so I'm not going to say that. But
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
I
I
just
think I
asking,
agree with Kim. I think
yeah, I
how
don't.
could that not be traumatic?
Yeah, I just like I said,
I'm sure it may be. I'm just
It's a
asking because
stressor.
what
I
if you
think
didn't
you're getting
know?
caught
Is
up
my
on the word
one
traumatic.
question.
It's a
there's
rest
stressor.
of
the
it, I
birth
completely
process is
understand,
already
yeah.
a strain.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use adoption as an example because it's the one that I have in my brain. But like, there are situations, for example, where like they don't tell the kid that they're adopted, and they still grow up with this. Where they feel othered, where they feel
That I
separated.
agree
I'm
with
gonna
you
call
with.
out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call out Jersey Shore on this. Angelina just found out that her, spoiler alert. Angelina just found out that her
Thank you
dad
for
is not
speaking
her
in terms I'll
dad,
understand.
and she's a basket case. She's the worst one on there, and you realize like, oh wow, like all of this stems from her daddy issues.
She didn't even have a suitcase. She brought her clothes in trash bags.
Trash bags, exactly.
You know?
So
I mean,
Angelina is a great case study for this
no,
kind of thing, where you
I
grow up
agree.
not knowing, and then you find out later, and it's like, oh wow, like it's only been one episode, but you could even see in there like this moment clicks with her, and she's like,
Major
wow,
inferiority complex.
none of these other things that I thought mattered,
Yeah.
and now I'm able to like take a deep breath finally, and you can see, and I've seen that in so many situations with so many different people.
I totally understand what you're saying. It's just that one instance where I'm asking.
So with the
Yes.
surrogate, if they
It will
don't
be a
know,
stressor.
if it's still your biological kid, you
Yes.
pop it in somebody else.
It will still be a stressor.
That
it's
is
still
that
a
was my only
disruption, it's still
question.
a separation, and it still has the potential to cause the kind of trauma that I'm talking about.
Okay, obviously adoption cannot be obviously that's traumatizing. Clearly, everything else, whatever, I completely like understand where you're coming from. That was just my one question on it. Just that
Right.
one thing. What if you had no idea that you were
My guess would be yes. My guess
yeah.
would be that like even if you didn't have any idea, you would have some sort of internal feeling of maybe not belonging, maybe there's something wrong, maybe you feel some kind of disconnect that you can't explain. Like I said, I've been in a lot of group therapy with people of all kinds on this spectrum, so I'm just kind of reiterating what I've passively
The evidence from
absorbed.
this is if you look at like under 2, so you don't remember anything until you're about 2.5 to 3, your hippocampus isn't online. But we know
Also, I was hammered for a lot of
yeah,
that.
you were also Chrissy came out fucking rocking.
With a White Claw.
The issue is that in
White Claw.
documented cases of like child abuse under 2, we still see major attachment issues and trauma related issues, even though when you ask the child, do you remember what happened to you, they go no. So it doesn't seem to be the case that like, because there's a difference between remembering, like episodic memory, what we call, and like autobiographical memory, versus remembering, which is like more procedural and bottom up. And so as these structures are being built, your brain's kind of a fucking asshole, and it kind of like writes everything in, even if you don't remember. So that's kind of what's happening in the case of
And how
surrogacy, although to be
frustrating.
clear, might not be the same level of stress as an adoption. Just to be clear.
Because as an adult, right?
It
Like
could
you're an adult in therapy. There's so
Probably
much
not.
you can talk about and work through, but like you can't work through that because all that like that trauma happens when you're so young, and who knows?
Different people you can I don't want to be a complete doomer, but like you can work through it, but like like when you find out that you have a disability, when you find out that you have a mental disorder, when you find out there's some sort of traumatic root or some sort of problem in your brain, you do have to take steps in order to learn what that means about like how you have to adapt to the world around you and learn to not fix the problems, but learn how to address the problems and still be able to address life as life happens.
But
So,
doesn't
like,
this happen to people that are just born with their parents, not surrogates, not adoption
course.
anyway?
Yeah, of course, but like I
Mm.
would, like I said, the root of it, the fundamental cause of it is different, and whereas like there might be more direct ways to deal with these problems of like not belonging.
Wow.
Can I ask, because
somebody
I'm
who's
not familiar with either of your guys' content, are you guys like child like care experts, or is this just like a area of fascination?
Well, it's an area of fascination for me just
I'm an
because
addictions counselor and a psychometrist, so I do
I'm
like
sorry, you
psychological.
cut out. What was it?
I'm a psychometrist and addictions counselor, so I do like psychological testing for all the way from like 6 years old to 18, and then I do addiction care for youth and adults.
And I grew up in group programs and therapeutic programs from my earliest memory
So
is
you
being
felt
in
like it
therapy
was
for
like
this and dealing with therapy for this and learning about, and I didn't go to school for it, but I've read a lot. I've talked to a lot of specialists. I've talked to a lot of adopted kids. I've, seen what their lives are like. I've sat with them in therapy. I've sat with them one-on-one. a lot of them are people that I've taken into my home and worked with when they were homeless. I've helped them, when they end up in prison, because that happens a lot.
What if okay, so we're no bueno, like if it's a gay couple and they want to have a kid,
that's human trafficking. And
okay, just to be clear, I wholly disagree with that. We're 190%.
Okay, you don't have to disavow.
You don't have to
everything
agree
you
with
don't
it.
agree with.
It's all right. I mean,
you're paying, in my opinion, I'm
Why?
prefacing it with my opinion, you're paying a woman to grow a baby that you're buying from them. You're buying
What
a
if
human
they do
being.
it for free?
That doesn't happen.
What if you
You're
pay them
paying for
really well?
No, it does happen.
It
So
does
my
happen.
fiance, his twin brother is gay, and I told him, because I'm the youngest one, I said, if you ever wanted to, I would do it for you. That's my future
The
husband.
exception doesn't prove the rule, and like that's very
I'm not
noble of
saying
you.
it does prove the rule, but that wouldn't be buying. I wouldn't expect any money from him.
Okay, then great. Yeah.
What if a gay man pretends to be straight for a week, impregnates a woman, gets her pregnant, then offers to take the child? Is that human trafficking, or is it fine now?
Heard of that?
Hold on, does she come or not?
She definitely. Oh God, she comes so much, so much.
Or like a woman that
And I'm
desperately
out.
wants a woman that desperately wants a baby. That,
Yeah, this gay man's clit game is on point. Okay, I don't know what to say.
a woman that desperately wants a baby that can't have one, like something like that. Human trafficking.
I mean,
I think Kim is looking at the real, you're looking at the definition of
what human trafficking is, which is
Are you looking at the definition? Because I feel like if
I
you're
can pull up
paying
the
the woman
definition if you'd like
exorbitant
me
amounts
to.
of
I can
money,
open
it's
up
like
Merriam-Webster's.
ontologically the opposite of human. I feel like human trafficking is slavery, and so if you're paying her like $200K, it's like necessarily
Okay,
the
so
opposite.
you're paying her, so like obviously the guilt is not
What
there
if there's
anymore.
no
I didn't say the
payment?
guilt isn't
What
there.
if
I just
there's
said the
no
human
payment?
trafficking part isn't there.
But that's still you're still paying someone to give you a
What
human.
if you're not paying?
Like,
What if it's a family
that's
member?
true.
What if I couldn't have a baby, and then it was if I had a sister or whatever?
it says
a lot of like I
You're a
said,
trafficker. You're a slave trafficker.
trade
Keanu.
trade of
you know,
humans for the
you can-
purpose of forced labor, sexual slavery, or commercial sexual exploitation. The trade of humans. Okay.
Nothing is
But
so black
I
and
don't
white,
want
and I
children.
don't want to.
Have you watched The Good Place? You can't be good anywhere, okay? It doesn't matter what you do, Keanu. You're fucking trafficking people. Fucking asshole, man.
I don't even want to.
No, I don't think I ever
It
said
doesn't
that.
matter. You're still trafficking people, Keanu.
I'm not saying that. I think you're just like you're looking at it in a child that you made, grew, birthed. You're giving away to someone else, or
I'm saying that
selling.
the root of my problem with it stems from the fact that there is no information and awareness about these problems. And I think that, like I said, we'll use gay surrogacy as an example here. These gay couples believe that, now we're together, so if we add this baby, we're going to have the holy unity, and we're going to have this perfect little family union. And that's often not the case, and it's often a lot more than they sign up for. And
but why?
And it sounds like most heterosexual relationships. Most
Apparently
like,
in
I'm
general, it's
21
more than
and
you
this
sign up
baby
for.
is gonna solve my relationship problem.
I get that you guys are
Our
like hurt
sex
by what
life
I
will
said, and you
improve.
think that like I'm trying to hurt people's feelings here, but I'm just trying to have a real conversation about like the problems that this causes, and really like at its root, that's what, if you're paying somebody to grow a human and
We
you're
took
paying
the payment
them
out of
to
it and
give
we
you
still had a
custody of that
problem.
human, you're facilitating and buying a person.
And it's like you're putting a price on a human life.
When,
too,
exactly.
probably.
The problem when you
Yep.
value, when you monetize
Isn't
the
that the
value
same
of a
thing as
human life,
adoption?
Isn't
that's
life insurance human trafficking? Because I'm worth like $100K right now. So does that mean I've been human trafficked by my insurance broker, or how does that work?
no, that's
Oh, okay.
no, you're not
Okay, so
allowed
that
to.
human life pricing is okay.
Well, then what do you? How do you? What are your thoughts?
I'm not
on
gonna like entertain false equivalencies here. Like
Why are they disanalogous?
adoption? So what would you say?
Life
to do with
insurance
it
to be able to leave money to your family is not the same as you're like buying a human
Paid to be
because you have
born or
life
paid to-
insurance.
Well, what would you say
Sure,
to
but
do
it's-
with okay, so adoption places exist for, I guess, for a reason. So
Right.
what shall we do?
Well, I mean, like, look, like when you even
Just leave them in the
like I
Kill
think
them.
that there needs to be a more rigorous process, not financially, but as far as therapeutically, maybe the parents should see a specialist that deals with adoption and talk through that. Like you know how like in marriage in a
To make
church,
sure
like
they're
a lot of people will have like a meeting with their priest to have like counseling before they get married. I think maybe there should be that kind of standard for surrogacy and for adoption. I think that there
Do they
just
not
needs
already
to be
do
a
that?
higher accountability for arming people with information, and maybe part of that should be mandatory therapy. Maybe part of that should be some kind of classes.
Would they have to
I
pay?
thought
Yeah,
that they
I mean, I'm
did do
all
that.
for that. Yeah,
Wait,
that's
so
all paid.
did your
It's
parents?
kind of hard to
Jim,
get a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Jim,
adoption
did your
process is
parents
really
not have to
rough.
like do any of that?
Did they have to go to therapy in order to adopt me?
Well, no,
No.
don't they have
No.
to? I don't know the process
has
of
to be, like, a
adoption.
The adoption
My
standards, especially
adoption-
private, are horrible. Like this
They're
is something
horrible.
I'll
And I
fully
mean,
own with Kim.
you
and they're
get into
shit.
stuff like CPS too, and I'm actually with Patrick Kelly. We've exposed a lot of child trafficking that has taken place within child protective services. Like there's so many different levels to like, oh well, the kids are supposed to be safe here, but they're using this like cover to facilitate human trafficking on a even more twisted level.
For sure. The issue is that you can't conflate, therefore, because human trafficking has occurred in this situation, because there are absolutely biological parents that also traffic their children, right? And that doesn't mean
Sure.
that having a child biologically means that you're a human trafficker either, because you're not paying them and they have no rights until they're 18, right? And so it's like, I agree. Like, if you want to talk about radically dismantling the childcare system, I'm all with you. I just am not comfortable with like bludgeoning morally people being like, so it's all child trafficking.
I'm not saying it's all child trafficking.
You said that surrogacy is child trafficking because you're paying for a human life.
Yeah, I think that's a bit.
Yes, I think in many instances that it can be
Okay, so
equated.
many instances.
I'm not. I don't really believe I ever said every single instance. If I did, I'll you know.
Kim, like, isn't there also like your faith plays into this too, right? Like, because I know
to an extent,
like
but
we've
my
spoken. I think
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's part of where you're coming from with this. Like, you just you overall just like don't think it's right. You think that like if you made the kid, you should keep the kid and raise the kid. But of course, there's like, this is not a perfect world we live in. Some people have great adoptive parents. And you could have so much trauma and act out and be the fucking worst with your own biological parents. So
Of course, yeah. It's not like biological children are exempt from family trauma.
Okay,
we
right.
adopted kids don't own the patent on being traumatized early on.
I feel alienated and ridiculous and out of place everywhere I go. And my mom, I was sliced out of my mom, and my parents get along great. So,
the slicing out of your mom might have actually caused some trauma that might have caused the separation.
No, it's completely fine. She couldn't. It was.
You're just
My
a
mom is
comedian. I'm not saying it was
my
her
mom
fault.
is my literal podcast co-host. We couldn't be closer. Literally, I have the best family life ever.
Dude, if I ever
I'm
got
just an awkward
pregnant,
human being,
slice
yeah.
me up and I ain't pushing.
I used to say the exact same thing.
Well, here's the thing.
That's the hot take, Steph. Thank you.
Hang on a minute.
Watch
right?
Walking Dead, and you might change your opinion on that.
Nothing wrong
Or
with not being
Alien,
able to
you know,
push
where they're
out
like-
a baby, right?
Well, no, the whole thing in Walking Dead was like they had to give her a C-section because Carl was a C-section, and like I don't know how they do it now, but isn't that a thing? Like once you have a C-section, you have to have C-section.
They do it
My
differently
brother
now.
never
They
both.
do it differently now. Yeah, they
have a regular
slice
birth
your
after having a
messenger instead of
C-section.
cutting them. Yeah, it's much more based.
Well, also,
Wow.
What was
Hell no.
You gotta stop.
Anna is never having kids.
I never thought we would be talking about this.
Anna, lasagna.
I did not think we were going to be talking about this either.
This is all my fault.
I'm
for
so
bringing
sorry,
up-
Christy. You're
for
like
bringing-
getting ready to have a baby, and
This is all my fault. I take full responsibility for this conversation. Push up says children are from heaven. Thank you. Push up. Still haven't seen you do a push up. Hunter vote it. Hashtag surrogate cast.
Also,
No,
Chrysanthemum,
it's
this is a
fascinating.
fun conversation. Don't worry, we're all fine.
It makes me want to
Yeah.
read more. Sean King, a friend adopted a newborn with health challenges. The birth mother overwhelmed with 6 kids in 7 years. Couldn't keep the baby. Heartbreaking. Yeah,
Look.
these things happen.
Look, like
Fucking
life
life
isn't
fair.
perfect. Life isn't black and white, and there are sometimes situations
We're all shades
where
of gray, exactly. Right. So
just to be clear, Kim doesn't hate adoptive parents. She's just saying there's lots of complications that come with adoption that nobody's aware of and nobody wants to talk about. I got you.
No, I'm not trying to hate on
Yeah.
everybody. Some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
I'll
I
hate.
got you. I
There
got you.
needs to be more education. I think there's
I
more.
agree.
I think
Thanks.
everyone should took the freaking class that me and Frank had to take before we got married, like whether you're Catholic or not. Like
I hated that stupid class.
Oh, you did it already?
That weekend could have been done in 45
I
fucking
know.
minutes.
I know. They like to take their
45
time.
2 days.
Stretch it.
How
What
much
did you
they-
learn?
Chrissy,
Tell
how
us.
much did they charge you?
I don't remember. Maybe it was like $60.
her
or something.
firstborn child.
$60.
I forgot. I forgot.
You had to pay for this?
Yeah,
That's
when you get
crazy.
married in the Catholic Church, you have to do all this stuff. So
A
you have to
pre-K
take
now.
like a couples retreat, which I was
Ooh.
reading that because we have like our little booklets, and it's like if you don't know this about your partner, you really
I
shouldn't
know.
be getting married.
Yeah, you should know
Like that's
what your favorite
alarming.
meal of the day is. Like,
Yes. I refused to have a I wasn't confirmed. I went to Catholic school. I did the whole deal, but I can't have a priest tell me how to track my periods by the moon or whatever. And I just, I
no,
said,
you
"Listen,
use
it's
the
not
app.
happening yet."
You use the app that I used. That then I immediately got pregnant. So that's the Catholic period.
Once
tracking
this
app.
IUD is up, so is my passport. I look forward to having them both renewed, and we'll be just fine. You know,
Zato,
It'll be all
Zato,
right,
thanks for the
yeah.
super chat.
Amen.
Panel's thoughts on blood harvesting from newborns for a UN DNA database. Isn't this what Chrissy Teigen's doing? Alex Jones spoke about it last Friday on Crowder's Mug Club. Yikes! This scares me, but I'm not surprised.
I can say something about it because I literally just had to go through this experience. They tried to when I gave birth to my son. They said at the time that it was like a mandatory state thing, and I'm actually in the process. I was first of all, when you deliver, they try to make you stay at the hospital for 24 hours, which they really shouldn't be allowed to do. Both times
You want your money.
Yeah, they want their money, and
Back in
when
the day, like our mothers and grandmothers, like they
We
were
left
in the hospital
immediately.
for days and days and days.
Well,
It used to be like,
I've seen the exact opposite. Where they kind of give you have your baby and you kind of go on your way if everybody's doing okay. But they've literally both times when I just said, hey, I'm fine. If you want to do tests on the baby tomorrow, I'll come back tomorrow. And both times they threatened me with the police and CPS.
what?
Right after having birth.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, I had already been able to like talk them out of doing that because that's insane and ridiculous. But they did talk me into, they were like, oh well, this is a mandatory thing, we have to take your baby's blood, it has to, like, it's a state mandatory thing. And it was part of this DNA database thing, and I'm in the process of forcing them legally to destroy my son's file.
Wow.
So it's extremely evil, it's extremely I mean, Alex Jones is, put another $1 in the Alex Jones was right jar. If you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Man.
horrible.
What do you think they're doing with all this DNA?
It sounds like they're doing mostly testing.
1984.
Yeah, but obviously there's like privacy concerns that come with it. So they're going to be testing for like genetic issues, but obviously if
They're
like,
looking for
forcing you to
genetic
do it,
abnormalities. If you catch my
Oh, they're
drift.
gonna have a field day if I ever spawn.
And think about it, right?
birthdays.
They know
this child will
they're-
hate lasagna and chicken nuggets,
I-
chicken tenders.
I
There
have a
was
lot of
recently-
birth defects. So
There
I
was
was
a huge
born
hack
with
into 23andMe recently, and I think they God, whoever this hacker was, they really wanted a certain, like, they wanted the files or the info on like thousands of Ashkenazi Jews, and I think it was one
Oh.
other group.
Gee, I wonder why.
And it's like, whoa, it was, and like I've always said, I would never do something like 23andMe. It's like it could only be something bad that would come of that.
Well, I was sort of tricked into I don't want to say I was tricked, but like I had like I'm adopted, so a big part of me was like, what if I have family I don't know about?
I found
like-
out I was 2% Greek on 23andMe. I had no idea. So I also, you never know.
They also falsify a lot of their genetic claims. I know a lot of people who have like found out that like their like ancestry analysis was like, misleading and false.
Mine was like spot on. They're like, you're from these islands in the Azores. I'm like, yep. Thanks for telling me what I already know.
Right.
I don't want anyone to know my genetic secrets. Thank you, William Kalau. One more gift for Swaddlers. Had no idea what Swaddlers were until brought Will Jr. home from the hospital. What is that? Like a little cuddly binky thing? Thank you, William. Very generous. Oh my God, it's a red boy. Time to play the sound effect. I'm gonna get it ready. Everybody hold on to your hats. Here we go. William Kalau for your child's first train set. Oh my God. When a guest or off-color super chat threatens to derail the show, conductor Chrissy always gets the show back on track. No, I don't. I actually famously at wrangling.
It's okay. Nobody screamed whore this episode yet.
Yeah,
So. There's still time.
I'm really impressed at how little animals are participating in that, actually.
Thank you, William. It's an interesting discussion. Hunter Voket, I don't like surrogacy. That's my take. Good for you, Hunter. You'll never have to do it physically. Anthony, oh my God, with a satanic super chat. Diaper money. We need more Stefs in the world. Oh.
You only gotta get one of me. That's it. I ain't spawning. That's it.
Gotta have a baby. That's annoying when people say that. Legal Vices, thank you for the yellow boy. Someone please restart Stef's Italian heart. I think Anna's Italian cuisine talk damaged her.
No, I'm just more fascinated than anything else now. Like, I've got a zillion questions.
For my lack of eating. Here's the biggest thing. I don't like the taste of water, and everyone loses their mind about that.
Wow.
Like water definitely has a taste for sure.
I don't like it
does.
either. No, I know it's not the
What does
taste.
water-
I'd rather drink a
Any
Diet
water?
Coke.
Like what about Fiji? Do you like Fiji water? That shit's good.
No, I don't
How are you
like
alive?
just plain water. And honestly, if I drink water, it will make me sick. Like I just want to puke.
I hear that.
Yeah, do you have bad tap water? Like what?
No, like any water.
It's
Just
just
water.
not. It doesn't.
The
quench
wetness
your
of it that
thirst.
she doesn't like.
It's not the wetness. I
The
like
wet-
apple juice. That's wet too.
You have to drink something with water
Do
in
you
it.
like
I mean, your
cucumber
body's
water?
all water. How are
No,
we
I
using
mean
that?
I drink I put like Mio
Mio.
in water so it tastes like fruit punch. But I'll drink that, but like just plain water I can't do.
What about lemon water?
I don't like lemon.
Steph needs to go. I want to really quickly make sure there's no more Steph questions left. Oh, from Legal Vices. Oh my God, it's my girl Steph. Also Anna and that one Chrissy chick and the rest. Thank you, Legal Vices.
One Chrissy.
What's up,
Let
man?
me see if there's any other Steph related concerns.
Seth, it was good to meet you since you're
It was
leaving.
lovely to meet you too, Misty and Keanu. And hey, up
Nice to
Anu
meet you,
again.
darling.
It's
Erudite
4 a.m.
and
where you live,
Winston
Steph. I had no
down here.
idea. I can't believe you're doing this at 4 a.m. I don't deserve you. Steph, thank you for joining us. Where can people follow you and what's coming up?
You can follow me over on YouTube, Stef the Alternerd, or on Twitter at Stef Alternerd, which Chrissy has kindly got on the scroll down below with the rest of these lovely ladies. And yeah, expect from me daily royal gossip about the gruesome twosome, Hazard and Megsy, and all the adventures they get to come up with that I get to talk about. Yay!
Do we think that
that
Anna? Do we think Anna and Steph kind of look alike? Who said that
little
earlier?
bit.
It was
I did.
So I think it's the hair, maybe.
Well, just when you first popped up, I was like, "Hey, I think that's Anna," and then I was like, "Oh no, it's not."
Here, turn your head.
Because I opened my gob and then the fantasy was ruined.
wait,
What do you mean the fantasy ended? The fantasy
Why are we
like
tiny?
took
What
off
just
on a new
happened?
level.
Oh my God.
I don't
What is
know. I was
happening?
trying to make it so you guys could do side by side. Wait a minute.
Oh, this is.
No, that's not it.
I open my gob.
That's not
I
it.
open my gob. I can't do it.
I love it.
Oh, we're
I'm
right
really
next
not
to
doing
the
it.
very.
Wait a second. I'll do this. Hold on. I figured it out. I'll do this. And then I'll do this. Wait a minute. No.
Musical chairs. Oh my
Wait
God! What
for
is
it.
with
Oh,
There we
that?
go.
Wait.
Oh, there we
There we go.
Now both of you say gob.
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 You have to say gob.
Gob. No, you have. Oh, you're lucky. You have the little chin dimple. I don't have that.
Hey.
I want that. I've always wanted that. Like a
Apparently, it's genetic, and I get it.
It is
from my
genetic.
child.
I don't have it. I have all what is it called? Not dominant. Recessive genes. Sucks.
Recessive genes are the best. Yeah.
Other than the brown hair.
Well, I meant like the facial features.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got the dark. Mm.
Hair and dark. I mean, I can't tell what color your eyes are from here, but it.
They are
Brown?
hazel.
Brown. Hazel?
So yeah, both of those are
Gorgeous.
dominant, I believe.
Both gorgeous.
Well, I am honoured to have been compared to Anna, but there is no comparison. She wins hands down. I mean, let's be real.
Oh. Come on, I don't have a
both
cool
winners.
accent like you.
You're all winners.
I can't say Harry Potter all cool.
Everybody.
Harry Potter.
I'm not a fan of Harry Potter though. Oh, I've read the books.
You're British. You're supposed to be a fan of Harry Potter.
I know, but
Yeah, you're genetically
Blasphemy.
required to love it.
You
Steph,
are.
apparently we're supposed to be
It's a
right,
legal
love it, but-
requirement. They actually
It
will
is.
show up at your door in the UK.
Yeah,
if you
that's why
don't
they
like
take your
Harry
DNA.
Potter.
Actually, they take your DNA. And be like,
Oh.
does this person love Harry Potter?
You
And
know
if you don't,
what? Now that I've learned so much from Kim, maybe I don't love Harry Potter because maybe me mum and me dad aren't actually me mum and me dad, and I was actually a surrogate baby, and I was ripped from my mom. And me not liking Harry
I'm really
Potter
happy that I
is
can help
kinda
connect
like
this for you.
unresolved trauma.
Yeah.
Situation.
Look at that knowledge.
Like a life-changing learning moment.
Knowledge
you, girl.
gain. Damn. That's crazy.
They're keeping that in their chamber of secrets, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
know?
And
That's
that
what
one,
I
I'm going to remind myself that sleep actually exists because it's past 4 in the morning for me. But thank you so much for inviting me on again. It's been so much fun.
Thank you, Steph. You're the
See you,
best.
Steph. Thank you.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye, Steph. Steph.
I'm in the seat of power now.
Well,
Not for long. Ah!
Oh, for like 3 seconds, Anna.
Not for long.
Ah. Yes, now
I
we're all
love
looking at each other. I need this for my OCD. Okay, a couple more soupies, and then we'll have a lighthearted topic. K-Max, chat keeps getting spammed. Might need to sub only mode. I think we took care of the spammer. Damaged, deranged lunatic. Chrissy loved Padme's pregnancy outfits. Yes, she had wonderful costumes.
Chrissy,
And,
did it bother you? This is one thing that bothered me about that. In the scene where she's on the balcony and it's like the blue pregnancy dress and her hair is perfectly curled and she's brushing it. I'm like, that's
Oh, that made no sense. That's how you could tell a man was in charge of that whole scene because I'm like,
Yep.
she's literally just brushing out her own curls, but then
her
they like are
perfect
still-
curled hair. I was like, what are you doing?
Never do that. You would put the brush away.
We're talking about it's Natalie Portman, Padme.
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Okay. See, that's
Yeah.
the only one I remember because I thought she looked so beautiful.
Because this is what
Well, she
brushed
is
out curls
beautiful.
look like. This is what you do. Like it's either wash your hair or brush out your curls and have a little mini rat nest going on.
I like it. I
Brushing
like
out
the
her
way you
perfectly
look.
curled hair. It drove me crazy when I watched it when I was a kid.
Wow. That's crazy. Push-ups. Misty, did you ever meet Assange? Been to the embassy?
Unfortunately, no. I have met his dad and his brother, though. And his brother's actually going to be on my show on Thursday.
Ooh, can you send him a fruit basket?
Assange?
Yeah.
No.
They don't do an edible arrangement?
You can't
In prison? In Belmarsh? No. Definitely not. No.
a gift
not.
basket.
I want to see if I
no-
can send Owen Schroyer an edible arrangement in solitary. I'm going to see if what I can do.
Is he still in solitary?
I have to check. It might be. But I
Goodness
think his thing is
gracious.
half over already.
I mean, they left Biggs in solitary for over a year.
Jesus. With no
Yeah,
Who
it's
are we talking about?
inhumane.
no edible
Joe
arrangement.
Biggs.
Who's that?
He
was
was one of the Proud Boys arrested for January 6th For
Also,
shaking
my
his
baby
head.
daddy. Yeah, he also fathered my
Aw.
children, but through a
Oh.
surrogate. So yeah.
Dan Halen, it's refreshing seeing a northerner that
wonder.
doesn't want a child at all. Most northerners have children at the age of 12 these days. What do you mean northerner? Like a New
Oh
York
my
Steph.
God.
with myself?
Steph's a northerner
Oh, okay. Got
in
it.
the UK. The accent gives her away.
You're a
That
Northern
is
Irishman
it is in the north.
Yeah.
lady.
Thank you, K Max, for the super chat. What do all the women think about online sales for Black Friday this year?
Way to be shopping.
Wait. Do you think just because we're women we'd be shopping?
Yes,
Are any of
yes,
them,
yes. I have been shopping. They are terrible. Like,
are any of them worth it or a total
30%
waste of time?
off is not a Black Friday sale deal. I have a
What
bunch
they
of
do
kids
is
I
they
got to mark them up.
Buying a new
mark
mini
everything up before Black
I
Friday,
know.
and then they go, "Oh, like look at this! It's 50%.
Here's a
off."
deal.
So here's my thing. It relieves my stress a little bit. So I'll just go and put things in my cart. I won't check the app for like a few months. And then I go, like, if I get an email that there's a sale, because there's a lot of kids. So I like to buy throughout the year. And these sales suck. They were better for like Memorial Day. Like, this is ridiculous.
Wow.
I'm not amused to answer your
You're doing
super
us
chat.
women shoppers dirty right now.
I just thought of a tweet I have to do right now. 'Cause
Any of them
Anthony
worth it or
Cumia-
totally
Anthony Cumia tweeted
Navigation had a great
a
sale.
tweet of a bunch of girls robbing an Ulta. So I'm gonna quote tweet it and say Black Friday came early.
Oh no.
Great.
That ain't right.
Gotta do it before I forget. Gotta do it.
Shit.
Well, so I'm getting married in February, so I'm doing all like the decorations myself. So
congrats.
I want to get all the Black Friday deals for it. And so for my centerpieces, I have all these things in my cart and I'm like looking at the price and I'm just like
How do you
but I'm
wanna
like
do-
hoping either Black Friday or Cyber Monday does something. And so far it hasn't. So this super
feel
chat
like-
is hitting me really hard right now.
That was for you. I feel like
It is for me.
I feel like super chat. I feel like Cyber Monday is almost always better than Black Friday at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like Black Friday is like the tease for Cyber Monday.
I also love when they try to like extend Cyber Monday and it lasts until like Thursday.
Yeah. I enjoy that. They can keep doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm the queen of procrastination. Like please, like leave the sales up, but it's still, it gets me the giggles.
The best are always right after Christmas when everything is on like absolute clearance.
Or
gonna
like
do all
right
their
after Halloween when you get the clearance chocolate.
Who's gonna do all their Christmas shopping like December 26th and then hang on to it?
My mother.
Me?
How do you know what you're gonna want the next year or what people are gonna want? It's
I make a lot of
Oh
my gifts.
no! I do Christmas shopping December 26th for this year. And I'm like,
Wow.
it got lost in the mail. It's so crazy. It's just like delivered late.
Keanu, maximum legal limit of drugs.
Oh, I said that far earlier when I because I know you wanna do you because you're German and you want to like go through the pain of
I
giving
love
birth.
pain.
I'm like, I want you to have the maximum legal limit of drugs, the maximum legal limit. But that if I were going to give birth, which I never would, I do not want a child. I can barely keep up with myself. Also, my betrothed is very elderly, so it doesn't make sense. But if I were to do it, I would be like, either just knock me out, slice it out, and give me a baby, or so I don't want you to go through pain, but if you feel like you can do it, then
I want to go through pain just so I can remind him of that anytime they act up. Be like, "You wanna see my broken taint?" Yeah.
It's very Italian of you to be like, do you know what I went through? The pain your mother went through.
I tried to do the natural my very first and I don't let this scare you, Chrissy, because it was just me being unprepared for it, and I had to labor in a hotel because they wouldn't admit me until I was 9 millimeters or 5 millimeters dilated. But I was in labor for 4 days.
I was for a second. I was in labor. Technically, I was in labor.
And I didn't accept any pain management.
You're
or
making
anything
surrogacy
during
sound
that,
better
other
and
than
better. Holy shit.
If
yeah, I
I drink
understand.
White Claw during birth, then there's no possibility.
So the problem though was I had red flags about the midwife group that I was at, and I should have taken those into account earlier on. The reason that I had to just give up or I don't want to say give up, but I feel like that's really defeatist. The reason that I had to switch my plan last minute is because the midwife group that I was working with, they administer nitrous when you're at a midwife group. That's a form of pain management. It doesn't necessarily make the pain lesser, but it kind of like makes you feel like, oh, whatever, I don't care.
Isn't that what they do to kids, like at the dentist, like the thing that goes on your nose?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I
And
love
it doesn't cross the blood barrier, so it doesn't really affect the baby. But the midwife group that I was at actually, they threw out the apparatus for my mouthpiece, and they didn't check. Like in the middle of I was in the tub and I was doing the thing, and I asked for it back after 10 minutes, and they had thrown it out, and they didn't realize they didn't have any more. So they didn't have another way to give me more.
Trash. I'd be like, go find it.
Yeah, I mean, that there's somebody that's been laboring in the hospital nearby for days, and you didn't make sure that the nitrous apparatus had backup equipment. Like I said, there is a lot of red flags about this group that I should have paid attention to, but I was giving birth in Connecticut at the time, and in Connecticut, it was the only midwife group. So I was like, well, better that than nothing. And I found out real quick that no, in fact, it was not. It was
Note to self: never give birth in Connecticut.
Yeah, no kidding. Damn.
Don't do anything in Connecticut. Are you kidding me? Connecticut.
I went to school except for marry your cousins, right? That's where you go if you want to do that.
I don't know if that's
all I know about Connecticut is from what I've seen in Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
Yale is there.
Amazing.
Next, K-Max in the super chat for the panel. Does Diet Coke or any soda taste better from the fountain than from a can? I thought it was crazy, but determined a can makes it taste metallic. Nothing beats a fountain drink soda. Soda is garbage. Nobody should be garbage.
Diet Coke.
Soda is amazing, but Diet Coke is disgusting.
Soda's garbage. Please don't drink soda.
Mountain Dew.
Hey!
Mountain Dew.
Absolutely not. Diet Coke. If I go for a run, I don't want a water. I want a Diet Coke after I'm done.
I had a cancer with my sugary beverage.
Listen, I got every cancer gene. I'm getting cancer no matter what. I want my fucking vices. I don't smoke. I don't do any of the other shit, but I will drink my Mountain Dew. And you know, when I went to Europe,
I like Mountain Dew. It's all right. Yeah.
When I went to Europe, I had I just know, I'm like, I don't speak German. Just give me Coke. And they brought it to me, and it's all like in the glass bottle. And it tastes so much better over there because it's all the real sugar and the real
Mexican Coke. Mexican Coke is actually sweeter.
Listen, the best Coke I ever had was in Switzerland, and when you cross the border to go into Germany, it's different.
It's that high qual sugar. They don't have that high fructose corn syrup bullshit. You know.
I have memories of being in Switzerland and being like, "This Coca-Cola is far better. Why?
It's so much better."
You're so right. Yeah.
I think it's the white supremacy in Switzerland. I think that's what makes it taste so crispy.
I don't know. I didn't see very many white people in Switzerland.
Supremacy.
That's true. Their immigration policy has kind of fucked that policy.
It's not as bad as Germany. Like, it was like a shock to see a blonde person in Germany, and we only saw him because he was my fiance's twin's boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
Is the only
you should have
blonde
dyed your hair. You should have represented. Should have been like, I am here for my people.
I'm not
Germany.
Yeah, but you could have been blonde. You're white.
I was blonde like a month ago, but no.
Oh.
Back then, no.
Okay.
Russell Hall says, looks like Anna's having a Connecticut wedding. Oh.
Oh, fuck you, Russell.
In your face. Push-ups. There's no more trafficking. Eliza Blue ended it. She did. She solved it. Sergey, thanks for the super chat. Chrissy, you got featured in Pearl's video thumbnail. You're famous. Yes.
You did? What's the video about, Chrissy?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, let's look it up.
We have a Pearl of the. Should we go to our Pearl of the Week segment?
Oh,
That's
God.
I thought I missed the Pearl topic, but I want to see this video she did on you.
Pearl of the Week. Pearl of the Week. We need to get.
We're
this
talking
is Keanu's
about her,
time to
so she's
shine,
doing something right.
guys.
Yes, can't wait. I'm clutching my pearl.
Wait, what is that? What is Pearl's
It's
YouTube
glam. It's
channel?
glam, y'all. Stop it.
Glam,
It's girly
yes,
thing. Glam.
What?
Hunter
It's called
broke
Just
it.
Pearly Things, I believe.
Anna, do you like tacos? I love tacos. Thanks, Hunter.
I know what you're talking about. Fuck you.
Is this a
It was the
lesbianic type super chat? Jeremy Parker. Anna looks crazy gorgeous tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Aww.
Crazy.
You should have seen Tulip.
I
What
saw
was
the picture.
Tulip wearing?
It's too ridiculous.
Who was an Ewok? This is the outfit that Leia wears in the Ewok village.
Yeah, there's a link in the private chat
Oh,
to go
let
to her
me see.
Instagram.
I have to see
Oh,
it.
It's
your
so
little.
cute.
Oh my god. Can I
It's
pop
so
this up?
Princess.
Can I pop this up on the
Yeah,
screen?
so
Okay.
cute,
It's
Anna.
Oh yeah, save me from having to find
Oh,
it.
it's such a little bubba.
It's ridiculous.
I love
She's my
it.
angel. Look at her.
When I saw it, I look like I guess.
Look at that face. Look at that
my
face.
Oh my goodness.
I
Look
love
at that.
her.
That's
Oh,
my
look
baby.
Look at your Bobby baby.
Oh my
I'm getting
god.
like
this
the
is the
cuteness
best picture.
aggression
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh. Oh, and look at her stature. Look at her little
Look at her
regal
little
face.
face.
That is a
Her little
regal
face is
creature.
ridiculous.
That's my baby. Go all the way over. There's one where she's like afraid. It's so cute.
I
Look
can't.
at
I
her.
don't know why this thing is. Oh,
Oh my god, you're so big. That's my face.
That's my
Look at
baby.
She's so damn cute.
Is it time for
Oh,
my close up, Mr. DeVille?
I love her.
Oh, the bubba.
She's so cute.
You're my baby.
Oh my god.
The shoot was all
God.
about her. It was
love
amazing. My baby. I don't see a video with you on a thumbnail, Chrissy.
Fake news. Hunter
Fucking
Vogt,
lie.
Connecticut is a terrible place. Please do not ever move there. It is terrible. This is coming from someone who has been there 31 long years.
We'll start you a
Aw.
GoFundMe. We'll get you out of there.
We'll get out of there someday. The fan with no name, thanks for the super chat. Men evolved to find a certain hip to waist with ratio attractive because there were no C-sections in the Pleistocene.
Pleistocene?
Pleistocene.
Okay. Fucking nerd.
Pleistocene.
What is a
He's like,
Pleistocene?
get owned with facts and logic, nerd style, Chrissy.
A
Fucking
Pleistocene? That sounds like
wrecked.
the name of a rave or something.
Oh, God,
It's
I
an
know.
era. It's an era of time.
It's an era when, like, we think humanoids, like Homo sapiens, began to exist. That's what it's.
I'm still
It's
waiting
like
for them to
dinosaurs,
exist.
Chrissy.
Also,
Like,
prove it. There might have been C-sections. You don't know. Okay, women are very tough and strong, and might be
Yeah.
full of testosterone. So
I can't
correct.
pick Connecticut out on a map. I don't know what the Pleistocene is. Probably.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like a nose job, but 2 million years ago.
Ah.
Yeah,
A rhinoplasticine. Okay, here's the pearl of the week. Pearl of the week. Pearl of the week.
Clam of the moment.
It's the Pearl of the Week segment. So this week, Pearl was taking her aim at our beloved Jessica Alba.
what? Why?
What?
How dare she?
Oh, I saw this.
Because she's
Don't-
too
She's a
old,
billionaire?
right? She's too old. Yeah.
She's too
Oh,
old.
don't
Women-
get
Bro.
me. Don't get me.
She's
Women are so
married,
good.
has children, and is a billionaire now.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah,
she
and
possibly? What did
is
Jessica Alba do wrong now?
She's
Jessica
Women
so
don't like
aged.
beautiful.
Women
It is
don't like
crazy.
to admit.
Did she
Okay,
really?
let me read
Hold
this.
on.
She
Hold
looks
on.
12.
Read,
She looks
read
12.
this tweet.
I'm
Women
trying to read
don't
the
like
tweet.
to-
I'm trying
Please
so
do,
hard.
because it's
I'm trying
ridiculous.
so hard
The
to read it.
average 26-year-old.
Women don't like to admit the truth that Jessica Alba is no longer as sexually attractive as a 26-year-old because it would beg the question: if Jessica Alba cannot sexually compete, one of the most beautiful women ever, what does that say about me? I think she's talking about like the collective me, like a
It's just-
woman. I don't know if that. I don't
No,
think
she
is
needs
talking about
herself. She's having
there.
she's
That's
coming to
hilarious.
God right
It's only
now.
hilarious because a lot of her argument is that like the modern 26-year-old is like fat and lonely and addicted to having cats and you know
Did you
has a
see
high body
the-
count and is therefore a low value. So like by her own logic, like the average 26-year-old, like it does not meet that standard. So she does like constantly contradict herself with her own ideology, but you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
she does
putting out
constantly
clickbait.
contradict herself. Yeah, she listen. She is an engagement whore. That's all she is. She's an
Yes.
engagement whore. I just yelled whore. Does that?
Oh no,
count?
I
Like,
think
does
she
that count?
believes what she says.
Yes, it
I do.
counts. Yes.
Okay.
No.
I don't
do
think
not.
so. I think she's
Clam, and I
correct.
refuse to call her by her name because there's only one Pearl, Mr. Krabs' daughter. She's also a whale, but I refuse I refuse to call her even by her name because she does not believe what she says. She's just sitting here going like, look
Have
at
you
all these
seen her
mid
videos where she
girls
talks about the
being
guy that
angry.
left
Yeah.
her for the guy who married the next girl after her?
That was older.
And like, do you know? I mean, like, I don't know a tremendous amount. I read a lot from Poll and stuff like that, but like, about her, like her dating history. From what it sounds like, she's had her fair share of bodies stacked.
Yes.
And she keeps getting left for more attractive women.
Clam is a very heavy walking contradiction. She is a she is
saying
complete
IG
walking
pictures are not real life. I just saw a video of her. She doesn't look like that.
Yeah, she looks better.
So here Pearl is
She
saying
looks
that
better.
Jessica Alba.
She is. I mean,
we're giving
come
Pearl
on.
power right now. I'm just letting you guys know.
That's what I say.
hate this
right?
part.
But it's
You mean
Pearl of the
Clam?
week.
Yeah.
Bro, most dudes would drag their balls on glass to get like a whip from Jessica Alba. Guys would sell their left
she's
nut
so hot.
to be able to have Jessica Alba's sweat poured on their face. Okay, shut the fuck up,
Mhm.
bro.
She's so hot. I also love that she made like a kind of she's an entrepreneur. She made the Honest Company, which is like good organic.
Yeah, she's a billionaire now.
Baby
She's a
products.
billionaire. Right, and she's like an all-around lovely human being.
And also,
with
how can you say
honey
that-
hair and gorgeous skin?
Get
out.
This is where this
Clam.
argument falls apart. Like, how do you? Jessica Alba's not competing with anyone. She's married and has a family. She's
Yeah.
not like out there hunting for D. Like single women are. So like to say, oh, I think once you're married, it's like I think the wall goes away. I think the wall is like different for everybody, and the wall is
there
only
could still be a
something
wall.
that angry people say to just cut a woman down. Like, whoa, the wall.
This
you
is
know?
why Clam knows. Clam knows. She doesn't even agree with what she says. She doesn't.
I disagree.
Because
I think
no-
she does believe what she says. I think a lot of it comes from like resentments of her own.
Well, when I say that,
about
I'm
her
trying
situation.
when I'm saying that, I'm trying to be nice because otherwise she's mentally ill. She doesn't actually agree. She knows this makes her money. She knows it will get people more followers, more things. It will just get the incels, the boy run media to just go like, yeah, Clam. Oh, we love you, Clam.
She's very
because
good
we
at getting
can't fuck."
engagement,
Yeah.
but I think
That's
she is
it.
very tainted by her
I
think
I
she's
also don't
dirt.
think everything she says is wrong. I don't think I don't completely agree or disagree
a
with every
broken
single
clock
person.
is right twice a day. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I honestly had to meet her after a while because it was just too much all the time, and I just like I like to have more worthwhile things show up in my feed instead of like constantly seeing like, well, you're going to be more attractive at 20 than you are at 30. Like, yeah, I get it. People age, and sometimes that doesn't look so good. And
This
sometimes
is-
it
like,
looks better.
listen,
but-
Imagine saying to your grandmother, like, you hit the wall, grandma. Like, what do you do?
Well, it depends on your relationship with grandma, right?
Listen, it's
I don't know.
2023. There are ways these days. Come on. There's Botox. There's things. Listen,
you can tell.
Have you seen Kris Jenner?
$500,000 in her face.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
Kris
seen-
Jenner is looking rough though.
Oh, well, have you seen?
Well, she's
have
like
you
70 years old.
Well, have you seen Kris
elderly.
Jenner's mother? I don't know what's keeping her going, but her body is animated from maybe the money or the the fame. There are ways. They did a makeup campaign with Mary Jo, the grandmother of the Kardashians, and she looks better than fucking Pearl. Pearl can
Yeah,
suck my
I
dick.
mean, Pearl isn't like the example of somebody who's aging well.
I can't believe she's only 26, y'all.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think you like to comment a whole lot on people's appearances because it's a lot of that is outside of your control. But holy shit, she's only 26. That's
I
crazy.
will.
like I said,
comment
I
on
think
it.
a lot of her personality comes from problems that she's had with her own relationships and in her own life, and she's kind of like projecting that in a sense on a grander scale. But like I said, not everything she said has been totally wrong. I just
She
think
does
she's
not
just-
believe what she says. It's making her money for the incels who.
I think
and
either
that's
way, the motive is kind of sick at its root. Either if it's like a lack of self-awareness of herself and like the projection, or if it's literally just a clout chasing thing, it is like, that exemplifies something.
She does have a
internally
bit of like
wrong.
a burn it all down. If I can't have it, no one can.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
exactly
energy.
the
Yeah,
attitude that I get from her that makes me feel like this is like at least to a certain extent like a legitimate.
You know what I think I'll call Clam from now on? Let's just take the P away. We'll call her Earl.
My name is Earl.
Although
if you want women to
put
freak out,
Earl in a box. Earl.
if you look
all
at
you
her
have to do
YouTube
is
numbers,
mention
though,
the uglier the
they're
older
rough.
they get.
Yeah, like her YouTube numbers for the number of
I
subs
think they're
that she
better than
has.
mine.
Yeah, but they're still like for having like 2 million subs, you shouldn't
I
have.
think a lot of her subs
4K
are bought though.
views.
She paid for them.
I don't think so. She just got shorts, and the problem is that
Yeah.
shorts don't translate to like long form video.
They don't
Like,
equal
never
watch
wear
hours.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, but
Earl.
YouTube's like really fucky with the way that they send out notifications, and so oh my god,
they are.
Oh,
really
hello.
This can't be a
Earl.
real photo.
Yeah.
it is a real
Almost-
photo, Chrissy.
Yeah, 1.8 million views, and her last 5
Oh,
videos, let's see,
poor girl.
18K, 10K, 20K, 18K, 39K. Let's compare that to Ab Preach, who have 2 million. We've got the last 5 videos have been 444, 635, 830, 865, and 506. She just
like
doesn't
100, not
low.
thousands. Like, are you talking about
No,
hundreds?
Sorry, 506,000 views.
Okay.
Versus
But that's still low for
14,000.
a 2 million.
For 2 million sub?
Yeah.
Do you guys think women are overly sensitive about their looks or about aging?
Yes. Women are overly sensitive about most things.
I'm not at all. I'm not overly
The
sensitive.
exception
about,
doesn't
like,
prove the rule.
True. Maybe
You're
some
an
women
outlier.
are. I
Even
like
you realize like your first instinct was to get defensive instead of just like letting reality exist. Your first instinct was to be like, well, that's not me.
No, I think
that's
she
a
was
very
just answering
woman-
the question.
Oh, no,
I don't think Keanu was getting defensive.
I'm never defensive. I say everything with a smile on my face. I don't mind the hate comments. You got me anything you want. I get
Oh, I don't
horrible
mean that in a
comments all the
hateful way.
time.
Keanu does get a ton of shit though. Like she's not.
And it doesn't bug me.
she's
I go,
fine with
it's
it.
just, come at me, right?
Janet came out of her
I would
surrogate
say,
mother going,
honest-
Rock Shaka, okay? Fuck you, bitch.
I think it's a little bit different for people that are on the internet because I think I used to be a lot more sensitive before, and now, I mean, this past weekend I had people screaming, like bringing up my dead sister and dog, and I like
Holy
it doesn't-
shit.
I don't
you get
understand what that was all
desensitized.
about.
It's
Why?
just Chrissy. It's because I said the girls in the Marvels were pretty, and they made them frumpy for the movie, and because of that, I'm the embodiment of all evil.
Because of that,
so they brought up your dead sister?
Yes, that's their go-to. But
Look,
so
feminism's
I
winning,
feel like the
okay?
internet. Well, they'll insult my looks and whatnot, but I feel like because I've been on the internet for so long, like it just okay. What?
Well, even off of internet fame, do you guys remember Honesty Box?
No.
Jesus.
Okay,
Yes.
so like way
Hi.
back in the
porn
early days
star.
of Facebook, there was
no.
like an additional app for Facebook called Honesty Box, and you can leave anonymous messages to people that were just like comments or whatever. And this happened when I was in like the 7th or 8th grade, and even in the 7th or 8th grade, my Honesty Box comments were filled with like "kill yourself," like
Oh my God.
you're like all sorts of epithets. So like I always say to people online now, like I've been dealing with the like I was being told to off myself in the 7th grade. If you want to like shatter my feelings, if you want to rattle me, you're gonna have to try a lot harder than that. Like,
Damn.
you especially like just
remember
being
the-
online at all, even regardless of being a personality, you get
Honesty Box,
desensitized.
and I was an OG Facebook user.
You don't remember Honesty Box?
Dude, it was a big
I loved
remember
Honesty
it.
Box. You would like message the boy who you thought was cute, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, I think you're so cute." And then you'd be like, "Steven will never know," or like
I
whatever.
really wish I had kept some of it because I got some of the creepiest and most insane Honesty Box comments.
Before I was with my betrothed, I had a dishonesty box. Am I right? Just kidding. It's a horrible. I was.
Yes, come see us December 3rd at Tampa Side Splitters.
and I wanted to say, Anna, yes, that would piss me off too. That would be like upsetting to me if somebody.
Well,
were
no, it's gotten
going
to the point where it happens like every time they get mad at me, which is very often. That's their go-to thing. So it's completely desensitized me from it. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe part of my soul is already dead. But
It's
so
not
when
dead,
somebody,
you just go, yeah.
well, their biggest thing.
It's just a job thing, you know. It's weird telling normies about like all your death threats that you get because you're like, they don't
Right,
really
they don't get
like.
it.
I don't care. I don't care that people like threaten to like hang me and rape my husband. Like, just like part of the job.
You'd think
you
it
know?
would be the other way around.
You would think. Did you see his hair when he even? That is a sexy man. That
I
just
saw
walked in
that
there,
tall
okay?
drink of water
I
walking around
understand.
behind you. I wanted to ask. I didn't.
Yeah, that is the man that all my haters want to rape. Okay, and I don't blame them, but
Oh wow.
you have to get through his fist of
Are they
fury or
jelly?
whatever.
They want to
I
rape
should have
him?
Frank come hug me randomly in the middle of SimpCast. Just to be
You
like,
should
"In your
ask him."
face,
He's probably
ladies."
gonna have to once you get like super pregnant and you'll get all emotional and you're like, I just need a hug.
Oh,
You won't necessarily have to.
Hunter Vogt. No, it was actually a serious question, Anna. I really didn't mean anything mean or sexual. Sorry if you took it that way. Tacos are a food I love.
I'm used to Russell Hall's super chats, so yes, I actually just had tacos. Okay. I don't like vegetables or anything like that. I went to Del Taco. I haven't been to Del Taco since I was a child. I ordered soft tacos. I did not know I said no lettuce. I didn't know it came with tomatoes. I get all of this meat, a tiny little bit of cheese, and all of these tomatoes. I'm like, what is this? This is no taco. It's like a taco truck or no deal at this point.
Okay.
That's the one thing I missed about LA.
Erudite, you have a simp. Push Up says, please have Erudite on more often. She's gorgeous.
You know, I don't know if that's the right reasons to have me on, but I guess it is called SimpCast.
It's
so.
a reason.
That's true.
It's definitely
Erudite,
a reason.
Best titties, please come back.
Yes, best in show.
Yes. Well, we have to work with what we've got.
Well, thank my daughter.
You know, until we're past 26. You know.
Then you're done. You're done.
Then we're done. I'm far past there.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had to pee really bad and you have to make a game time decision?
Chrissy, just go to the bathroom.
Hold on. Gino Visconti.
Oh, that's my betrothed.
Oh, it's Kiki's betrothed, and he gets a sound effect.
He's so weird.
Keanu Thompson, Visconti. I knew I would find you here, Keanu. P.S. Pissing away Stansel's money. Oh.
Hey.
Gino. Russell Hall says, in all caps, Russell Hall's super chats are delightful.
Yes, you are, Russell. Yes, you are.
Oh, little Russell.
Okay, we're lightening this up officially. 1,
2, and 3.
I can't do this. 1, 2, and I do have to pee. This story makes me want to pee even more. Influencer Emil Kaiser. Do you guys have Stanley cups? They're all the rage right now in the water bottle community. All the
yeah, okay. No,
all
I
the
do.
pretty girls at the gym have these.
Yeah.
Influencer Emily Kaiser stuns TikTok fans.
I thought you were talking about the hockey cup.
That's what
I really thought that's what you were talking about too. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Revealed casually that she peed in her Stanley cup after getting stuck in her car while running errands. Oh no.
Girl, I got you. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I broke down in Compton and I had to pee on the side of the freeway.
I would do that.
I didn't pee in my cup though. I peed outside.
This is
why would
like
you
a
do that?
lady.
Yeah.
These are not cheap, these Stanley cups.
I feel like this is
He
a
is
weird
like
flex.
sterile, isn't
This
it?
is a very weird flex. Like,
Why would you
Yeah.
like announce? I don't understand.
Why
Like,
would
if
you
gotta
need to announce
do
I
it?
respect
Like,
her.
yeah.
She's got no shame. You pee in that
Okay.
cup, girl.
Here's
Okay,
the
pee in
real
the cup,
question.
but you gotta tweet about
These
it.
are
Imagine
these are
you go to journalist
$45.
Okay, imagine you study for 4 years to be a journalist, and then this is the fucking shit that you have to write about.
Right.
Influencer
What if
pees
you
in her
want?
cup.
What if you want to write about this?
I'm sure that they picked
I
this story.
doubt it. I don't know.
I don't think the person that wrote this article studied for 4 years.
Well,
they
You know what?
probably
I'll give you that
studied on
one, Anna.
YouTube.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
Chrysanthemum, I lost my Air One bottle. That
I
we got
know,
in
I
LA.
know.
But
We've got
if worse came to worse, I would probably just piss on the
Pee in it.
road before I peed in the Air One bottle. I mean, but I
Yeah,
would. Pee
What
in
if
that
you're in
too.
an
What's the
urban
big
area,
deal?
like
Yeah.
downtown? Would you piss on the road, like downtown midday?
Yes, I have no shame. I peed in like outside a gas station.
midday.
Oh, I
Like,
get
it
While
just
I was
flaps
pumping
out?
gas.
barefoot, yeah.
To be fair, I was pissed at the gas station attendant. He deserved it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's your form of justice, is marking your territory
He
outside
was
of the
lying to
establishment.
me. You don't understand. I had to go. I went in, I paid him my $20, and I said, "Where's your bathroom?" He's like, "We don't have a bathroom." I was like, "They don't make buildings without bathrooms." And he's like, "We don't." I'm like, "I'm a paying customer. I just have to pee." And he's like, "No." And he was super rude. And I was like, "Fuck you." And I ran out. I started pumping gas, and I was like, "I can't hold it."
You know what? You convinced me.
And I had an extra set change of clothes in my truck, so I just changed right there.
Wait, did you pee in your clothes?
Yes. I was wearing shorts.
Okay. I thought you like dropped short.
We're gonna go run some errands.
No.
So
I
let's
just
do a
stood
run
there
through
and
per
peed.
usual of what we're gonna go do. First off, I need some energy, so I think we're gonna go get a drink from Dutch Bros. I really liked the hazelnut drink that I got last time, and Mama needs some coffee. We're finally gonna go do my Pottery Barn pickup today.
I already hate her.
This time we're gonna go to the correct location. If you guys were here for my last errands video, then you know that I went to the completely wrong location, so they didn't have my order. So we gotta go to the right one because I ordered a table runner. Then I have a bunch of bags in the back of my car to go take to the women's shelter from when I cleaned out my drawers in my closet recently. It's time to decorate my tree today. So freaking excited. For some reason, I keep forgetting to get ornament hooks. I need to go to Target and get ornament hooks. Then I'm also gonna return these stockings I got the other day. We decided to just keep the ones that we already have. So let's go.
Hold on. This is a
Do
whole
people
industry?
actually watch other people go do errands?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a
Are you
thing?
kidding me?
Yeah.
That's such a big percentage
rich
of
girl
videos.
errands?
Are there people who
Imagine
don't
buying
have
things.
errands?
Oh my
Household
God.
chores, cleaning, like, oh my God, disaster
Okay, so the cleaning thing I get,
videos.
because that's like, there's something kind of satisfying about watching somebody clean their stuff. I get
Yeah.
that. But like watching somebody, I don't even like to go do my own
Grocery
errands.
videos.
I don't give a
like-
shit.
I
don't give a shit.
Have you seen like day in the life of like a stay-at-home girlfriend videos?
Who even
No.
is this?
They'll make you want to kill yourself.
I want to kill myself now, and I've only been watching this for about 45 seconds.
No, see, I could watch this all
Feels like
day.
a lot longer than that.
It's
She's
4 minutes
24.
long,
Emily,
guys.
Emily
Is
Kaiser.
she rapping? Did we just have to listen to this white girl rap?
Oh my God, this is terrible.
Okay, I
No
think
way.
Racist.
Where is
This
she
is
from?
terrible.
Oh, I love these candles, by the
volcano?
way. They're
Is that
so
anthropology?
expensive. Volume spot. Oh, so that is just, they're so good.
Best holiday candle you can get. Also have Shocker, the best jelly cats here, and they have all
I
the
hate her
holiday
voice.
ones. The Santa. This
you
one
don't
is
like
also
it.
so cute. I'm practicing self-control right now though, so I'm not gonna get any. I got my coffee. There's a man walking in front of my car, and I need to know who he's speaking to because the only thing I heard from his phone conversation is, "I'm just inviting you to meet really rich men who came from power." Who's he talking to? A daughter? A cousin? Another
That's
guy?
great.
I'd love to know.
This is definitely LA.
This is so LA.
And do you hear the
Yeah, mine. I love their iced
sensory
honey lattes.
auditory like
I triple
The
checked
verbal
the
cry.
and this
The
time
nose
it's red.
speaking.
So I'm now thinking about it, and I'm like,
I hate the vocal
I
fry.
mean, she has beautiful skin and she's pretty. She's
no, I could watch this all day, and the way that the sound when she was unwrapping and then the of the door shutting, I could watch this all day long. It's all I watch on TikTok. This is like, I probably know her. I probably messaged her.
You call this errand?
Just pee in the cup, woman.
Yeah.
I know that's what I'm waiting for. Again with the rapping. I can't.
She's so thug. Oh my gosh.
Also, this outdoor mall reminded me that they
This is
have
painful.
like a Santa station here.
I need to get to something. I need to see peeing in the Stanley Cup.
Lululemon. Oh, I know where she's at.
Okay, we made it to Pottery Barn, and this one's so pretty.
Pottery Barn.
Have ornament hooks.
Uh,
I get a couple packs of these. Christmas at Pottery
Ornament hooks. Pottery.
Yes.
Ornament hooks at a CVS.
Queen.
Who is shopping in a store anymore? That's what I want to know.
Queens are. Queens are.
All right, when is she gonna pee in the cup?
8 minutes in. Yeah, you're gonna have to go right to the end.
Pee in the cup. Pee in the cup. Pee in the cup.
One girl, one cup.
I didn't think she. I thought she was talking about how she peed in a cup.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
thanks for running errands with
No,
me,
no,
and I
she
hope
just
you
said it. She just said it.
Rewind.
No, she just said this is my Stanley Cup and I love it so
here.
much.
I also had to go to the bathroom so bad, and there was nowhere to go to the bathroom around there, so I had to piss in my Stanley Cup. So this thing's getting burned, but I love you guys so much. Thanks for running
Hold on, I think I saw some urine climbing.
errands with me, and I hope you have an amazing night.
Climbing up the straw. Let's rewind.
Oh,
There
she
is
had a
no way
full-
that where to
she
go to the
did
bathroom.
have to go. Honestly,
Around there, so I had to piss
fair enough.
my Stanley
Why
Cup.
wouldn't you just piss in
There's
your
urine
empty
in the
Starbucks
straw!
cup?
There's urine in the straw!
That is
Oh my
urine
God,
in the
there is
straw.
urine in the straw.
We had
Wait,
to
no, hold
go.
on. Hold on. That's the light from the
No, it's
window.
No, it's definitely
It
urine.
might be the light from the window.
Urine
Wait,
in
play,
the
play it on
straw.
slow. Chrissy, go in slow mode and
you
let's see if
zoom?
it's
Hold
still
on.
there when she moves it down.
This is. I've now turned into an investigative.
Speed. Go to speed.
There's some
Need to
urine.
know.
Right over. There you go.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
as slow as possible and then play it frame by frame.
Right there, yeah.
To go to the bathroom so bad, and there was nowhere to go to the bathroom around there.
Pause it
So
as
I had
she's
to piss
lifting
my
it.
Stanley Cup
Down. Oh,
There's
it's for
pee
sure
in
the
there.
light. No,
Oh,
it
it's
moves the
pee.
light. It moves
Play it.
the light.
It's pee.
It's
Nope,
No,
play
play
it.
it again. Play it again. Play it again. It's gonna move.
Things getting burned.
It's
Yeah,
pee.
see? No, it's higher now. It's higher now. It's not
It's
pee.
the light.
It's not.
It's not pee.
It's a light because the distance from the top to
come
the bottom
back 2
changed.
minutes here. I also had to go to the bathroom so bad, and there was nowhere to go to the bathroom around there. So I had to piss my Stanley Cup.
See, it keeps moving as she moves it down. You see, because
Yeah.
the light behind is warm as compared to.
All I want is her to just take a sip. Is that so much?
This thing's getting burned.
For a super chat.
I also love that you slowed it down and she was speaking at the
Same.
in a normal like
I can't really talk. I talk really
I
fast.
talk way too fast.
Yeah, so I can't really talk about that. Yeah.
Honestly, shout out to fast speakers. I don't have time for you to mull over your words, okay?
I
Also,
cannot
they
stand slow speakers. Thank you. Oh my God. It's like my biggest pet peeve. It's so
Me too.
hard.
Yeah.
Like, especially if I know what you're trying to say and like
Speak at
within-
1.25. Speak at
Yes.
1.25 to
Yes.
1.5, please.
Nah,
It's
speak
so
at 2.
painful.
Delightful. Thank you, Russell.
Yes, Russell,
Sergey.
we know.
Okay, fascinating how you guys simp for Pearl taking notes. I love Pearl. I want her to
we
be
love
my friend.
Earl.
I only talk
here.
about Pearl when I'm on this show.
I know, same.
I don't even know who she is. Like, I don't.
Graham-
This is the only exposure I get to Pearl is here.
Graham Patel getting
I'm gonna
50
look.
points
I'm gonna
tonight.
look at your Facebook,
don't
and it's just
think
gonna
so.
be full of you liking Pearl
Pearl,
posts.
Pearl,
I don't even have
Pearl,
Facebook.
Pearl.
I don't have
I've
Facebook.
No, I meant Twitter. I meant Twitter.
It's
Hail
definitely not
Darth
on my
Mayor.
Twitter.
This is funny. Hail Darth Mayor, the January Sith Lord. That is my title. Thank you. January
Clam told me.
Sith.
Clam told me on Twitter she was like, because I kept posting this. She has a music career. I don't know. She posts these songs of her singing, and I kept doing this one thing where she's like, dance, and she said, "Last warning, or you're blocked." So I really try not to mess with her.
Wait,
anymore.
to
Wait,
you?
Pearl sings? Pearl sings?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've covered this
Did
on
you
my
hear?
show. Yeah,
She like
yeah.
met with Nick Fuentes, and then a week later, she wrote a song about the people
She's
we're not
like-
allowed to talk about, and that was literally
Oh,
her song. Like,
yeah.
why can't we talk about the?
Oh,
And then she
everybody.
had to delete it, and it was like a whole thing. Yeah, that's what her music career amounts to, in my opinion.
Okay.
Dance.
That's how little I know about her.
It was
Like-
pretty funny. I have the recording of the video somewhere.
I have it too.
Singer, look at this.
Get it, Earl.
I don't wanna tell you all at once, but it's easy.
Wow.
I think she's good.
Make it fast. Keep on driving.
So goddamn.
Very masculine.
I would love to see a complete pivot into singing.
She did this whole other video. I covered the whole thing on my show. I went like, and she was like, sitting around, nobody's talking, everybody done staring at their phones. Can't we just get together and dance? And then I kept putting that clip of dance.
That's one of your drops.
And she and I kept putting it over and over and over because I'm like, Pearl, don't hate on women. Just everybody, men, women should all just get around and dance. She said, last warning or you're blocked.
There's
I'm
something
like,
so funny about someone who thinks they're good at singing. Like, even if you are good at singing,
I
thinking
actually
you're
don't
good at
think
singing.
she's bad. Like she's very Joni
I mean, she's not the
Mitchell.
worst voice I've ever heard, for sure. But I don't
I'd
think she's
rather her
good.
sing than speak, to be honest with you. So, like,
Aw. That's funny. Russell Hall, To fill that cup to a level where the urine was rising up the straw, she would have to insert the straw and pee through it, which
Bro,
is
this
possible.
fucking according to my calculations, based on the turgid pressure that would be required to cleanse the straw.
Okay,
Do not shame our internet autists. They are
Russell.
gems.
First of all, I don't think that that's true because I'm pretty sure based on the diffusion pressure that you can actually have a higher level in your straw than in the broad cup. Pretty sure we'd learned that in physics. So you're fucking wrong, Russell. Number
That
one.
woman
Number
might
two,
have a
why come here with
giant
your fucking
bladder.
physics knowledge? Okay, anyways. Sorry.
You guys think that Taylor Swift is a witch?
Yes.
Where the fuck did that come from?
The answer is yes.
You know what? For the sake of
I
this
think so.
conversation, sure.
I
Where are
think
you
so,
going
yes.
with this?
I'm going with I think Taylor Swift is a witch, and so does the Daily Wire. Okay, here we go.
Well, the Daily Wire thinks so.
If they think so, then obviously.
Segue, anti-hero. Taylor Swift witchcraft rumors keep swirling.
Also, don't you love that they picked a photo where she literally looks like she's doing
like-
witchcraft?
She's doing like a Stevie Nicks impression.
Okay, don't you like how it's like a successful woman and they're like, she's a witch?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's why they're
money,
let's-
Anna.
Let's see why.
Yet. Women can only make money through divorce, Anna. Haven't you listened to any of the
I know, right?
Okay, so
God.
people believe that she has achieved
Hey,
her mega success.
a lot of women make money but through divorce. Let's not
Through
pretend
cult
otherwise.
practice.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it
my
doesn't
mom's
mean that
one of
only
them.
women can make money through divorce.
No, not. I
Okay.
didn't say only women can make money through divorce.
That
I
was
said
my
a lot of women have made a lot of money through divorce, and that
I
is
agree.
just
Next is
a fact.
Bezos. So apparently there's people who believe she makes her success through occult practices.
Oh,
At
God.
one
Oh my
point
God.
in 2018, she said she was a Christian, but not much since then. And people believe there was a moment during a performance of the song Labyrinth
She's
that
not a
lightning,
real
that
Christian?
a plane flew over
A
at
plane?
exactly the right time. Okay.
Just wait.
Wait,
Satan's
so out of
coming.
the
Satan's
plane-
coming.
A plane!
Oh shit!
That
She
is
must
the
have
devil.
conjured it.
Wait,
That's
so
the
out of
devil's
the
work right there.
hundreds of concerts that she's done in the past year,
Anna,
at
stop
one
with
of
your
them
math.
there was a plane.
Stop with your math. This is
Oh my gosh,
facts right
the,
here.
the witchcraft here.
Yeah, this
Listen,
is
I'm not the
fact,
biggest.
Anna.
I'm
Is
not
there
the
a
biggest
plane
Taylor
every
Swift
time?
fan.
I'm not
I couldn't-
either.
I can't name you a
but
single Taylor Swift song.
This is like, was this a
Have you
parody
ever
article
conjured
they
a plane?
wrote?
No.
I think they're serious.
Wait,
which is
who wrote this
sad.
article? Is my
There's
curious.
more,
I'm curious.
there's more
It's
examples.
Kim Ham. It's Ken Ham again.
Let's see.
That's weird.
Ken's an
Or-
idiot.
Okay. For example, earlier this year, why is there a lot of background noise? I'm gonna just mute you because that's a little annoying. Okay. Here we go. For example, earlier this year, a bolt of lightning struck above the venue just as Taylor sang the lyrics, "I dance in a storm in my best dress" from her 2008 song Fearless. There was also a literal lightning while Swift performed the 10-minute video of the song All Too Well. Right when the superstar sang the line, "F the patriarchy," a bolt of lightning flashed across the sky. Could it be witchcraft?
There's weather. How terrible.
no.
She's a witch.
Besides storms, there have been other coincidences at Swift's concerts. One occasion, fireworks went off in the distance during an instrumental part of the song Enchanted.
If she were a witch, then the fireworks would have gone off in the
This
distance.
is why nobody takes the Daily Wire seriously.
Yeah,
In
nobody should
April,
take
the
the
Florida
Daily
sky turned pink just in time for her to sing her romance theme song, Lover. She sang it at a sunset.
A lot of weather-related
witch.
coincidences over here.
Do we agree now that she's a witch because a
No.
sunset
I'm so
happened?
annoyed because I came in this like, yeah, she's a witch, but now
If she's
During
a witch,
you really took the
During the Mexican
air out of
leg-
my balloon.
During the Mexican leg of her Eras tour in August, rain started pouring on Swift as she performed Midnight Rain.
More weather.
Is there anything in here that isn't about the weather?
No.
The plane technically wasn't
Well,
about.
the plane.
Died.
The plane.
A woman died recently of thirst during one of her concerts.
Oh, that
Totally
just
Taylor
happened.
Swift's
Yeah.
fault. 100%. That what everything
Has nothing to
that
do with the
woman
venue
did.
not allowing bottles of water when it's over 100 degrees in Brazil. Has nothing to do with that.
She should have made it rain.
Don't
during
be
that
logical.
song. She should have drank the rain.
I like how Lady Gaga, like they had all the conspiracy theory about her like drinking the baby's blood. She's not a witch, but Taylor Swift.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
oh no,
yeah,
Lady
Taylor
Gaga
Swift
is
is
definitely a witch.
I think she's a witch. How else could she get so famous?
Lady Gaga is definitely a
well,
witch.
I don't know. I made
sorry, but her
decades of
songs
building up
are-
her brand and audience.
I don't like Taylor. It's what I always say about Anne Hathaway. I think she's a great actress, but all women unequivocally hate her because she's just so abhorrent for some reason. Beautiful, definitely great actress. We love her movies. I love Taylor Swift songs. I listen to them early. I listen to them often. Right? Just something about her.
Keanu. Riddle me this.
Hate. Like
Riddle me this, Keanu. During a song, Swift and a group of dancers donned long cloaks and carried glowing orange orbs as they moved around the stage in a deliberately ritualistic manner. One TikTok video questioning that the portion of the show went viral with the content creator saying, "This is Taylor Swift's song Willow, where she is a witch during rituals." The first video you saw was taken by a fan the other night at the concert. And he says, "Yes, summon the demons, bitch."
Wait. So they could wear clothes so they could change their costumes underneath the giant cloak so they wouldn't have to go off stage.
Or it's witchcraft.
And Willow, like, is she a fan of like the Little People Willow movie, which had like witches and magic in it?
Oh,
like,
wait, no. It could be Willow, too, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was a witch.
yeah?
There it is. Taylor Swift the witch.
Yeah, don't you like how they had a different costume before they put the cloaks on, and then all of a sudden they're on stage in these cloaks, and all of a sudden they take the clothes off in a different costume, almost as if that's the point.
Also, this means you have to believe in witchcraft.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist to scientists.
Some people believe in it.
I mean, a witch, a plane flew over her concert. It's a big venue.
One time.
What are we? One time. Are we?
And it's by an
Probably near the airport too.
Yeah, it's by an airport.
She didn't bring up a cauldron and like I don't know, make people like her music more. I don't understand.
Okay, also during Willow, the dancers wore hooded cloaks and masks, and they all danced around a fire in a display that some deemed a celebration of witchcraft.
Oh my god.
Oh good god.
Fires, cloaks.
I gotta be on Taylor's side for this. I'm sorry. She is the voice.
I
of
don't even
reason.
like Taylor Swift.
All right.
Just 'cause
What about
this
this
is
tweet?
nonsense doesn't mean I side with Taylor.
What about this tweet? Witches be like, "Sometimes I just want to listen to music while pining away, sulking, staring at a window. It's me. I'm witches. Never fear. The Willow Lonely Witch remix is here."
Okay, so maybe she likes it. Like, so some people like fairies, some people like mermaids. Maybe this is just her fantastical creature fascination. That doesn't mean she's an actual witch.
You're wrong.
right?
She is a witch.
What about
and
this?
I am a mermaid.
In the music video for
You
Karma,
identify as a mermaid?
there's
Yeah,
a
it's my
brief
pronouns,
moment
mer and maid.
when the singer
Mer
can
and
be seen
maid.
dancing in a devil mask while surrounded by
Also,
demon
she's a
looking
devil.
creatures.
She's not a witch. She's the devil, actually.
Same
She's
thing.
multi-
It's entertainment. It's entertainment. Like you have any idea how many times people wear devil masks and dance around cauldrons and shit like that? It's entertainment.
I know, like, what? I just went to an Alice Cooper concert. These people would lose their
Right?
goddamn minds.
Right.
They do.
How about this? Nicole Booze related her experience to the New York Post in May, describing it as an out-of-body experience as though it didn't really happen to me.
Going to the concert.
Go
Concerts are amazing. It can feel like an
Yeah.
out-of-body experience. It's cool. I
right.
just got to go
Yeah.
see Tool. It was awesome. It's
Are
like,
we going to call Taylor Swift a witch and not Ozzy Osbourne a warlock?
People did try to call him a warlock.
I mean, I do think that they would actually classify them.
I mean, but you would have to believe in actual magic for this to
One Christian YouTuber dove into the rumors, explaining how some fans think Swift is casting spells that are causing memory loss from the stage,
it's her voice.
Ooh.
while some blame the amnesia on sensory overload. Others insist it is a demonic overload.
I thought that was tequila, but I'm glad to know I can blame
Right.
something else.
That is a demonic overlord, Tequila.
People can't. They're like elated to see her. I'm a fan of hers. I find
see a
her,
comment where someone is talking about how D&D is satanic, and I would just like to address that very quickly.
Yes,
As
please do.
somebody who is religious themselves, that also enjoys Dungeons and Dragons, I've got this accusation many times, and I'm just here to tell you that while you can draw similarities in the sense that there's like role play elements, in the sense that demons exist and you can have evil characters, it's just a bunch of nerds who want to fucking role play. Excuse my French, I'm sorry. I know they just want to leave people alone with their hobbies. There's a lot worse people can be doing than getting together with a group of people and playing a tabletop game. So if you
Not like
wanna
you guys
say-
are hanging out on Epstein's Island, right?
yeah, right. Like, what would you rather than be like in the middle of some field somewhere drinking cheap malt liquor, or like playing a tabletop game? Like, just like reevaluate your priorities, please.
Interesting. Carmen Smith Studer had a really interesting comment
Carmen!
regarding the Taylor Swift concerts. It's not what happens necessarily on stage. They use the loosh from the audience and they do rituals under the stage. And if you guys aren't familiar with loosh, it's not the thing you clean yourself with in the shower, by the way. Loosh is a type of energy that animals and humans generate in situations that involve an intense desire and a negative emotion. It is a life force that resides within every living and non-living thing, including animals, plants, humans, the universe. Loosh can transfer between two or more objects and is a strong inrush of vital energy caused by a strong desire in the individual experiencing it. It can also be generated in a situation like a lonely person pining where no adrenaline is involved. Ooh, I'm into all this stuff. I think it's fascinating.
I just sometimes it just is what it is, and like digging into it more. I don't know. I feel like some people just have too much time on their hands. Like with this whole Taylor Swift thing, like the girl is just making money and doing her thing. I'm sure she's done worse. Like, I don't know if you guys remember when she like backstabbed Kanye. Like they faked this whole thing, and Kim released the phone recording of her, and she like Kanye's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna diss you, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll laugh about it, and then she played the victim, and then Kim released the recording. So
Yeah.
she knew about it the entire time. Like, I feel like Taylor does like shady shit like that.
I'm saying her personality is bad. Her music
well,
is
I'm
great.
saying like I don't witchcraft really like I don't know. I think that's dumb.
They've been burning women that are successful and maybe a little bit like, oh, if they say too much at the stake from the dawn of time. You're a witch if you're too powerful, right? That's just what the boy run media wants to say. Listen, do I think, would I be friends with Taylor? For some reason, I don't know what it is about her that I don't like, but I love her music. She's incredibly successful.
She doesn't
so a
seem
bunch
fun.
of boys are going to call her a witch, probably, is what I would assume.
I
Because
think
of
it's
flavor.
women too. I wouldn't just say it's just one
sure
gender.
I think it's
that
people who notice symbolism and for people that which symbolism is meaningful to them, they'll put two and two together and notice patterns and be like, well,
I mean, I'm
there's people who
into
don't notice
symbolism
it.
too. That doesn't mean that is that, because I mean, I've seen like stuff that people that hate me say, like all the conspiracy theories about me, and I'm just like, you care way more about my life. Like my mom doesn't even care about my life like the way
So do
these
you
people
think,
do,
Anna,
and
do you think
with all these different things? So
Do you
I don't
think
know.
Taylor Swift is not consciously choosing her outfits, choosing her dancers, choosing choreography.
I don't think she's in
everything
charge
about.
of everything, but at the same time, she could just be fucking with people. Or,
So
like
do you
I
think
said,
that someone is choosing this, or do you think it's all just random?
I think, well, I mean, obviously there's a point to certain things, but there's videos of her in like the disco outfit, and she's like, why did you make me wear this? And it's funny, but she could just be trolling people. Like everyone gives me shit because every photo I post has a ton of filters. I'm like, yeah, I'm trolling the people that meme me because they
I don't
purposely
think
choose
Taylor
bad
Swift is
photos of
one
me.
to troll people. Like she.
Oh well, if somebody
Oh,
was
she
calling
is.
you,
She
if-
does.
Lavender
She
Haze.
absolutely
Lavender
trolls
Haze.
people.
Yeah, Lavender Haze is exclusively a troll song because so
Yeah.
many people are
all of
convinced
her
that she's
songs
queer.
are about a man that wronged her. She trolls
people.
early.
And she
trolls
literally is
people
just
often.
dating them so she can get music out of them.
Yeah, she is a troll for sure. No question.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody called me a witch, I would. You
I
best
think she's
believe
evil.
I would dress up.
I would lean into that shit. I do that all the
She
time.
wasn't evil.
Y'all,
I just said
my
I don't think she's a witch.
No, my name on Twitter is Comrade Misty is Putin's buddy because I got called a Russian so often. Like I lean into that shit all the time. You want to call me a Russian? Okay, fine. I'm Putin's buddy. I mean, of course, yeah. She's trolling people. I think on some level.
I think that's why she can't keep a boyfriend. It's because she's a witch.
I think she doesn't want to keep
If
a
she was a
boyfriend.
witch, she could keep a boyfriend. She could just enchant a man to stay with her.
No, she's witching all her ex-boyfriends. It's so people are like involved in the drama of like who's gonna be next, who's gonna break her heart next. Oh, poor
Because they're
millionaire
all
billionaire
famous and they want
Taylor.
attention. At this point, the only reason guys you have to be a fucking idiot to date Taylor Swift if you aren't doing it if you think, oh, this woman's actually gonna love me and settle down, you're a fucking moron. All this woman is doing is dating guys for content. That's the same thing with Pearl. That is all Taylor Swift is doing. She's not a witch, she's a businesswoman. There's a difference. Well, in my opinion, witches don't exist. So
boss.
people that obsess with that, I'm just like, I don't know, everyone's got a hobby.
So you don't think evil exists? You just don't think
I didn't
witches
say that. I said I don't believe witches exist.
Oh well,
You don't
if
think there's
evil-
people who
I mean,
manipulate things.
I think there's people that do very bad things. I don't believe in magic.
Yeah, evil is real.
My
It's not-
childhood
there's
got
nothing
destroyed a
magical
long
about
time
it.
ago. I wish that fairies and all that stuff was
Yeah.
real, but they aren't.
Interesting. Carnal, did you hear about the woman's car that caught fire and the Stanley that was left in the car still had ice in it? Stanley offered to replace her
Yeah,
car.
and
That's
magically, the plastic straw didn't melt. I don't buy it.
That's
awesome. Maybe because it was full of urine.
All the way up
Nice,
the straw.
nice
Hunter
urine.
Vogt, does Pearl kind
No.
of sound like Adele?
Oh my
Or
God.
is that
No.
I give this
She's a
give
songbird.
give Clam an album. I would much rather hear her sing about her sadness.
She wasn't
than never
terrible,
tweet
but
again.
Adele, really?
Summertime sadness.
Yeah.
Hunter
Yeah,
Vogt,
Lana?
Taylor Swift is it doesn't matter. So Taylor Swift is probably a witch. Most celeb women are. I agree.
Well,
I think
what
the
are we
Kardashians
saying? Am I misunderstanding the term witch? Do we believe in like witches? like
Not in like
Rosemary's-
the Salem type, like with a literal witch
Oh,
hat. and
yeah,
a
that's
whole
what I'm
outfit.
talking about. I'm like, do I have a witch's hat in my? If somebody,
You're not like making a brew in a big cauldron like the
Right,
classic.
double
Chrissy, just
toilet
for you,
bowl.
I'm gonna cosplay in my next calendar as a witch. Just for you.
I think
No,
there are
you
modern
mean-
witches.
Oh, you
I think
mean the what's the modern term? I'm actually
Wiccan?
wondering. Like
anyone who practices
Wiccan.
Wiccan.
like
Wicca?
I
I have
like-
friends who are Wiccan. They're not
No
witches.
way.
Like they're not. They can't. Like
It's the occult.
The only scary movies that like truly scare me are like culty sort of movies. Like Rosemary's Baby, I love that movie, but like I guess they're witches.
They were
but they're not.
Satanists.
But it's not like they're when they say Taylor Swift's a witch, they mean like she's
A Wiccan.
She doesn't have a wand like Harry.
They like
Potter,
think that
right?
she's like part of the Illuminati. Usually, is what I think most people mean.
That's
know
what
who-
people are meaning then, not like okay, like a
yeah.
something that's
They're
sinister,
like
not
worshiping
a witch.
Satan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
with-
yeah.
Okay, something worshiping.
Which you
Satan,
kinda
but-
have
Well,
to do to
according
make
to
it in
YouTube,
Hollywood.
I'm in the Illuminati because I paint eyes, and my channel got flagged for that. I'm like, I'm
True.
just practicing, you fucking YouTube cunts.
I'm
I
like,
don't
why
know.
an eye like this.
This is
Oh,
a
no,
whole
now
nother
that-
see, you're
level
Illuminati.
of.
Chrissy.
Like, yeah, if you just do
I
like
did the thing.
yeah.
Which
They
witch is
know.
which?
Which Hazel? T Swift had a fan die opening night in Brazil. Just saying. Yeah, blood sacrifice, baby.
No,
What was
she,
the guy-
she had the fan die because of dehydration. Because just like Misty said,
Yeah,
it's
who told them
100
not to
degrees and you're
serve
not allowed to have water.
And the venue
Wasn't
wasn't
there a
allowing
rapper?
water. It has
She
nothing
kept
to do
the
with
water
passion.
from them because she wanted someone to die.
Yeah.
For her sacrifice.
Totally.
Yes.
Yes.
Russell Hall, diffusion pressure doesn't apply when peeing in a cup because
Oh my
overfilling
God,
it with
Russell.
piss would make it run over the top unless you inserted the straw.
If she had the straw already in, she just cupped it to the side and then peed. I think diffusion
I'm gonna
pressure
think
would
about this
apply.
all night. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the
As
night.
somebody
and be
who's
like,
peed in the cup, okay, I kept the straw in because I didn't want it spilling out at the top at the end.
I think
So
just
Samantha,
throw
Mom,
it
don't
in the
think about
dishwasher.
witches. Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about them.
No,
Zato,
it'll
Chip
disrupt
Chipperson-
your breast milk. Do
My-
not
my
start
breast
thinking about
milk.
witches.
Chip Chipperson would be a great guest on SimpCast. Oh, I think Chip Chipperson is retired, but he was great. Russell Hall, witchcraft doesn't need to be real for witches to exist, just like Scientology doesn't need to be real for Scientologists to exist. Thank
I
you,
just
Russell.
need a
Good point,
definition
Russell.
of what we're of a witch. Like when
What is a witch?
yeah, right. Because if we're talking about like,
Someone who like puts blood in a meal, you know what I mean? Because they think they're gonna make you like more attached to them, that kind of shit. Someone who puts like period
so
blood.
no,
in
yeah,
cake.
but then does that make magical things happen? Because I can't abide by. If it
No,
made a play,
they think it does.
They
Like the
believe it
issue is like,
does. They
what if
think
the
it
witch
does.
thinks
So
it
it's
does?
a delusional person, is what you're saying. Is your
Yes.
equivalent of a witch?
Okay.
Depends on what you think about.
A witch is a practitioner of witchcraft which involves the use of alleged supernatural powers of magic to inflict harm or misfortune on others.
Magic, right? Well, I don't
That's not the
exactly.
same as eating blood.
Witchcraft.
Well, like
So
blood
do I
magic
think?
is like a
Do I
thing.
think maybe Taylor Swift has maybe put her period blood in one of her ex-boyfriend's?
I think she put it in a CD.
Possibly, I don't know. You never know. But
Could
I
you
don't think.
imagine the NDA that she makes the guys sign before they start dating?
Oh.
Because none of them come out and say
That's
anything
true.
about her. That's what I want to see from
That's
Taylor
the real
Swift.
witchcraft, yeah.
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 That these guys willingly sign that because none of them come out. The only guy that I think said anything about her was Calvin Harris because he's like, oh, she dumped me and then it did a whole album on me. I expected more from her. So, but none of the other guys say anything about her. I'm like, I want to know what dirty secrets they have about her, but
Yeah,
they
'cause she's a
know
witch.
they had to have signed an NDA.
Yeah.
I am going to be right back, you guys. Give me like 1 second.
Okay. Viking says, "Can you call the Pearl segments Clam Radio?"
Clam Radio.
Clam Radio. Russell
Clam
Hall.
Radio.
Anna, you have webbed toes, a forked tongue, skin tags. You're covered with hair, and the devil's mark is tattooed on your ribs. We all know you're a witch. Thank you,
It's not the
Russell.
devil's mark. It's well, now it's 17 spiders.
Wait, that's the only thing you just refuted? You didn't refute the rest of it?
No, that's all true.
true.
That's all true. No, fuck you. It was supposed to be pretty Peter Pan stars, and I got 17 fucking spiders. So it had good intentions.
Crypt Keeper, witches are real. Ever heard of Dathomir? Y'all need to learn about other galaxies out there. Uh-huh.
No, it's
Nobody here got that but me. But
I
it's-
got that. I watched the show.
Really? What? Who's from Dathomir?
In Loki. It was in Loki.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was in the other one. It was in I literally just saw it. They wear red capes. They're a bunch of ladies. They all stand around. They talk
Handmaid.
about how
What famous Star
they
Wars
ta-
characters from Dathomir?
They talk about how their grandkids don't visit them anymore. They're
Darth
doing
Maul.
spells.
Darth Maul.
Thank you.
There we
Is
go.
it actually?
Yes, it's Darth Maul.
That's
Yeah.
Isn't that the one
I
with
just guessed.
Padme? That's the same.
I'm not a fake nerd. I just don't absorb
No, she's
all the
new. She's
details.
new, guys. She's new.
I just
It's
don't
okay.
always pay attention to all the details.
No, it's okay, Chrissy. You know what? At least you're like watching it and you're like getting into it slowly because everybody starts somewhere.
I'm trying.
You
Zach
are
just
trying.
Does Chrissy know that Jim is married? Jim who? Hunter Vokic.
Norton.
Keanu, please, for the love of God, get saved.
Well, you know, if I walk
Ooh.
into a church, I might burst into flames. So you're right.
Don't walk into a purse. Brandon Falcon, thanks for having Kyla on. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, thanks, Graham. Holy cow. Witchcraft. Everyone's a
Okay, I'm gonna show you something that I think is
Oh
the
my
closest.
god, this torso guy video.
Okay, this is the closest thing I think I can equate to witchcraft, but there's got to be something behind it. Play this guy's video.
Holy cow. I was taken aback. Okay, this is startling. God, am I gonna get a flag for this? Okay.
Just don't play the audio.
I know, but for the content.
No, you won't get flagged.
Okay.
God.
The power of Christ. Oh.
Like, look at him.
What? Wait. Oh.
He does all of his makeup. He's a makeup artist, and he's got no arms and no legs.
We're gonna watch this again.
That is so wait.
Impressive. What the fuck?
I want to see him doing the makeup.
If you go to his account, if you go to his account, he does the makeup. He like uses his like shoulder and like does this thing.
You're kidding me.
That's wild.
Oh, that's not his account.
Oh boy. No,
I forgot what's Torso Guy's account name. But no, that's all he does.
Maybe in the
I
description.
love that roll maneuver.
I can't believe they stole his video and didn't credit him. Is it maybe in the more section?
I was gonna say it's maybe under more.
There's a lot of accounts like that on Twitter. Let me see if I can
know.
find him.
There you go.
Oh.
Nope. No limbs. There you go. It's
No
for
limbs,
sure
that's
no
him.
limbs.
No limbs.
How does he? Okay. What?
How do you run a
How
social
does
media
he do it?
He's
How does he
married. His
click?
husband does it.
Okay.
He must have a huge dick.
Just
because if you don't have arms or legs,
just click on one and he'll do his
Click on
makeup.
one.
It's-
Click on the one where he's using his shoulder. The center
This?
up. Sure, that one works too.
Now, see, I think this is more. This is closer to witchcraft than Taylor Swift, in my opinion. Like this is magic that he has been able to do this. Look,
how?
look at him.
Cut hair with his shoulder.
This must take hours.
Oh my god.
Why not just buy a shorter wig?
I know.
No,
That's a really good question. Why didn't he just buy a cropped wig?
Because
What a waste! Oh
Because
no!
Maybe we can make this video of him cutting this one.
That's true. That's
Yes.
true. I'm so stressed watching
Wow.
How- yes.
that. Oh my gosh, that looked amazing.
Oh my god.
I'm
speechless. I there's no excuse for me to never
Yeah, I
not
was
do
gonna say,
something
fuck.
again.
Now we have zero
If-
excuses.
was he born
ladies.
like this?
Yes.
No,
That
somebody
doesn't
chopped
mean
off
he
all
doesn't
4 of his
need a wig.
limbs.
He does the same maneuver every time.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, so he props it.
Oh,
Ah,
shit.
Yeah, this is definitely
But
more
how does
proof
he-
of witchcraft.
How?
Okay, but how does he do eyeliner? How does he
But
do
this,
eyeliner?
this is what I would consider closer to witchcraft than Taylor Swift.
No,
Yeah.
this is just
Yes,
close
it
up
is.
magic. This is close up magic. I've seen this before. They pull a quarter out of your ear and then they do their blush with their
no,
shoulder.
no. For him to be, was he born like this?
Yes.
If he was born like this, that makes me feel like there's no magic and there is no God. Like that
Yeah.
that is what I.
Oh no.
So,
100.
I'm not
Thinly
veiled
veiled
sure,
insult.
but and
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
he's sassy. I love it. Oh, and he's got sponsors. Look at him.
Oh, wow.
All right, there is a God. Look at him.
He's
Look at
got
this.
sponsors.
It's got sponsors. Okay, there's Harry
Okay,
does
yes.
eyeliner.
He uses
What
the,
the fuck?
he uses the
with his
table as a
fucking
limb.
finger.
I love it. Okay.
How
This
long
is
do you think this
incredible.
must take him?
Hours.
Years.
Maybe not. Yeah.
He looks pretty adept.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is so
probably-
impressive.
He's probably so good at sucking dick. Think about it.
I know. honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
And get this, he's married and Pearl isn't.
Damn.
Gosh, guys.
Oh my god, Adam.
Clam, what's his what's his worth? How about that?
Oh, shit.
Dyson Airwrap.
I love it. Okay, yes. All right. I'm into it.
Oh
I
my
want him on
God.
the cast.
I
need
can't
it.
even like blow dry my own hair with my arms
Right?
and hands.
I was gonna say
I'm
like
terrible at
you
makeup.
would
Like I'm
question
so
my
bad at all that stuff.
contour.
Yeah.
He's more
No.
attractive than me. He does his makeup far better than I do.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. Look how in love.
I love it. Okay.
Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
This is who sets
God.
up the camera for him.
Wait, are they both limbless?
No, he's got arms and legs.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, I thought I saw no arms on the partner too, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Listen, that's a big commitment because when you got no arms and legs, like who's wiping your ass?
Yeah, like
They're
how does
both
anyone open
limitless.
doors in this
Bidet. They must
I
have a
love it.
bidet.
Yeah, but
I
you
know
have to
I
like
can
turn
get
it
the car
on.
door.
I don't know, like leaning your hips
Uh,
to like hit it.
I love
All right,
it.
let's watch
I
him
love
get
it.
dressed. Whoop-ah. Let's do the
I-
roll. Do the 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 roll.
Oh my God. This is incredible.
So impressive.
Why does he need a
oh my
bra
God.
though?
God,
Oh
this
my
must be like
gosh.
half an hour.
It's like, do you need help or are you getting dressed? I can't tell the difference.
That is amazing.
He's thinner than Pearl for sure. So
Look at that. Wow.
I'm so curious how he does
Oh,
his
look
skirt.
at this. He just throws it onto his head.
He's got a little stick, a little hand stick. Aw.
This is amazing.
I love this. Oh my
Bro,
God.
I feel so inadequate.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
I
He
know.
can put a skirt on with a stick.
And I can't put a skirt on.
And
with my
what did we
fucking
all
hand.
do today?
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you think
I
he can jerk
want my fake eyelashes.
Do you think he can jerk himself off with this tool?
Oh, for Christ's sake! I don't even take the train. I mean, I can't even imagine the. I don't think it's witchcraft. I just think it's
Magic.
He's just really.
We're just all lazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that. It's just that's his life. He's had to
Yeah.
learn to
Yeah.
adapt. I mean,
I love it.
it's
Wow.
Just, the card was dope.
Yeah, I just
Right.
want to say bye. I'm gonna head off because I gotta sleep. I'm still fighting off a flu, and I gotta
Oh
milk
no.
the horse.
Bye.
Feel
It was
better.
nice meeting you.
It's
Thank
nice
you
to
for
meet
holding
you.
it
Meeting you.
together.
Yeah, thanks for
What's
having me.
going on? What's coming up on your channel?
I'm going on the Whatever podcast to debate Michael Knowles, November 30th.
Yes, we
So-
love the
Have-
whatever
hey,
podcast.
Love it.
Eat before you go, and if he gives you shit about not having a straw,
Okay.
Tell
That
him
feels like
innocent.
very personal experience.
he yelled at me about my straw. It was
Okay,
a-
I'll tell
a traumatic
Brian from
experience.
Anna, give me a straw.
There you go. Or let you
Bring,
keep your
bring
straw.
your own comfy
Okay.
chair.
And it gets really
Seriously.
hot in there, so wear something you're not afraid to sweat in.
Okay, I was thinking this outfit was going to be my,
That's cute.
my
I
plan.
love it. He'll love you.
The jacket first, so then I can bust out in
Very
hoary goodness
cute.
afterwards.
I can't
Love
wait. You're
it.
going on when? Tuesday?
November 30th, I'll be on. And then,
Oh wow. Great.
yeah, and then
I'll be
Bridges podcast
watching.
hopefully starts December, so catch that too. With
And
me
you
and
did talk to
Destiny.
Destiny, right?
Yeah, Pedophile Destiny and me are having a great podcast together, so
When does that start, or has it started already?
hopefully December. That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and do not bring your Tamagotchi to the whatever podcast.
I'm going to, Courtney. Thank you for that pro tip. I'm for sure going to
Good.
bring my Tamagotchi and feed it the entire time.
That would be
That's
iconic.
awesome. I might actually end up watching this
Thank you
episode.
so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me,
Interesting
Chrissy.
combo. Good times. Good times.
Okay. Have a good night,
Yeah,
guys.
everyone
See ya.
sub to Erudite.
Bye.
Bye. Zach says Chrissy hasn't met Jim Norton's wife. I haven't met her, but I follow her on Instagram. Let's see. Lancer, witchcraft is dangerous. Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous Catholic I thought I said dermatologist. Demonologist. Demonologist had a run-in with a Germanic Satanist. He put Lorraine in the hospital. Spooky.
I think a Satanist is different than a witch.
Yeah, and Ed and Lorraine weren't
A
they,
lot of people would make
exposed
the
as being
argument
giant
that they're
liars.
part of the same thing.
Yeah, they're at
I'm
different
not saying I'm
levels.
one of those people. I don't.
I feel
I'm
like
not
it's like the
pretending to.
equivalent of like vegans to vegetarians. Like I would consider
Both
them
annoying.
different.
Mhm.
Yes.
Both annoying.
Viking says, "How does he do it? I'm stumped."
Aw.
Yes, he is. I agree. He is very limber. Russell Hall. Anna will be so pissed if she gets a straw. Oh my god! and thank
If he
you for
lets her
the-
fucking keep a straw, that motherfucker.
you for the orange boy bust or nut smash. Just sends an orange boy super sticker with no words. Thank you, Buster. I love hearing when people like I know are going on the whatever podcast. It fills me with joy. Like
Oh, Chrissy.
want that for everyone. No. My time has come and gone.
For those that don't know, that mofo like left Chrissy on red and snubbed her.
Gave me a date.
You would have been a great guest on there too.
And I would have had a lot of cleavage. Okay, I would have dressed like a night out. Okay, I would have brought it. And I wasn't even like very visibly pregnant yet. Now I just look fat. But yeah,
you don't look fat. Please. You're the thinnest boy mom I ever saw in my life. I just saw you in person.
Yes,
Please,
I'm gonna be a boy mom. I'm gonna wear a lot of blue and green. I'm gonna have a like a big bag with a lot of balls in it. What else?
Big sunglasses. Like, come on, boys. That's
like
get in the car, darling.
In your room, you smell. You know, like, a lot of that. Like,
you need the like jazzercise exercise leggings. You know, like the brightly colored. Yeah, to match your new top.
Yes.
Do you have Kim? What kinds do you have?
I have a boy and a girl.
Oh,
yeah. My daughter was born first. She's 2, and my son just turned 1 in October. Yeah.
Is he a Libra or a Scorpio?
Libra.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, my husband and I are both Scorpios. So
that's the best one.
Our daughter's the only one that's not an October baby in this house. All the others are October babies.
What's your Scorpio birthday? Actually,
I'm the 24th.
Okay.
Of October.
11th.
13th, Friday
31st.
Scorpio.
Oh my goodness, this is
wow, so many Scorpios.
That's crazy.
You know why? It's because 9 months before Scorpio season is Valentine's Day.
Yep.
It's a moment. Yes.
So we were all obligatory holiday sex babies.
That's right.
Misty, what are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, that explains everything.
Does it? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know anything about it. Nothing. None.
That's so Capricorn of you.
Okay.
Not read about it.
David Bowie was a Capricorn.
Yeah, I do know that. David Bowie. Yeah.
I love a David Bowie moment.
I love
You have you have a no nonsense like tough love aura about you that I love.
Fair.
That I wish I had more of. And Misty, you said you had kids, right? Or
I do.
Or kid?
Yeah, 2.
What kind?
Girls. Both.
Oh, how old are they?
15 and 13. Just
oh
turned
my
13.
God, full-blown teenagers.
Yes. Send help.
My stepdaughter is going to turn 13 in December, and she's already getting into the teenage years, and I'm like,
oh, my youngest has been a teenager since she was like 9, so it's
or just like she was the sweetest little kid, and now everything is like that, and I was like, is this what I was like? No wonder my parents were so mad at me all the time.
Carmen says, my daughter is a Capricorn. Y'all are brilliant at earthing things people dream about. Earthing.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
I understand.
Does that mean like manifesting things that people
I think so.
dream about? Maybe. Okay.
And also Gino's a Capricorn.
Oh, hello, Bisconti Sans. That's my betrothed. Yes, he's a Capricorn.
Nice.
Scorpios are glorified Cancers. Okay, you take that back.
Not even.
You take that back right away.
You emotional babies.
Scorpios are way better than
we are the
Cancers in
superior
every
of all the
way.
water signs.
Every way.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just like a fucking ball of unchained emotion, like with no purpose, no point.
Exactly. Just
Like-
moving furniture around all the time in the house for no reason. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Kalel, Chrissy is fat. I have not heard that word since like 1997.
Right?
Viking. Now that Chrissy is a tarred wife, trad.
was a Freudian slip if I ever heard one.
That was
My
pregnancy
God.
brain. That was 100% pregnancy.
I hope I'm not seeing the future here. Okay, now that wife, mom, when do we
Oh,
get
that's great.
a butter churning stream? I think that's just something people would masturbate to.
Butter
Listen,
churning.
Chrissy, for real, pregnancy brain is legit.
It's
legit.
I already had pregnancy brain, and then I became pregnant, so I have
It's gonna be
no
so much
brain
worse.
left.
Because I was also like really, I have severe ADHD. Pregnancy just made it so much worse.
It's
Oh, yeah,
what
I'm the same
little
way.
brain power I have left is all being taken up by him.
Yes.
And,
My
it's
favorite
bad.
pregnancy expression is I have 2 brains in my body and I've never been so dumb.
Yeah.
Aw.
I always
Beside me.
resonated with me so personally. I had a lot of very funny pregnancy brain moments, I will say.
Yes. It's real.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself.
Yeah, be very forgiving of yourself.
Be very patient with yourself.
You're even more forgetful.
Yeah.
Complacent. Oof. But that's
My
part of
big
being
thing
a
was
hard
like
wife.
my big thing was like saying words that were close to the word that I was trying to get to, but like not exactly the right word. So like the big one that my husband likes to make fun of a lot is I was trying to ask for something on the windowsill and I was like, hand me that thing from the windshield.
Oh, that's enough. That makes enough sense.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's Orange Boy. Get ready for a Bible verse from Hunter Vogt. 1 Samuel 15:23 King James Version. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king.
Mm.
The more you know.
Whee!
Sergey, witchcraft isn't real. Let's talk about astrology.
You like how I did that,
I
man?
get it. I mean, I just didn't realize we
No,
believed
guys,
in
it's
witches still. I
no,
didn't
but
know.
I feel like this is the thing, like, which is a perfect SimpCast topic, because boys just don't get it. They're like, you guys actually believe it. It's like, no, it's like us talking about our nails or our hair. It's just something fun. And like, no, I don't think anyone actually like believes in every single aspect of it. It's just something fun to talk about.
Right.
I
And it's
know
like
that
you're on a team.
beyond understanding about Scorpios, because I am a Scorpio, I know very little about it, and I don't.
I know
pretend to.
nothing about any of it.
I
I don't know
nothing.
shit about fuck.
I don't even. I can't tell you which ones belong in which months. I'm useless in
No.
that.
I don't know much. Only that Scorpios, we seem to be the assholes of the zodiac. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
Like right.
Yeah.
So and when you do read it, it is a fun girl thing, right? You read it, you're like, well, that is
It is
me.
fun.
Yeah, all
I'm
my
exactly
girlfriends- all my-
like that. You know, it's just
A lot of my girlfriends.
I get why people are.
Fun.
Yeah, I get it's harmless. It's harmless. Like
It
it's
is
just
harmless,
It's
right.
entertainment. I get it. Like I don't judge people for being into it. I just don't.
It's like watching bad TV or
Yeah.
junk food of any
Yeah.
kind. It's
Right.
just
Well, I
like
think it's also like you're on like obviously we're like on Scorpio team kind of thing. So it's like when you're reading Harry Potter, it's like, oh, are you a Gryffindor or a Slytherin type of
Right.
thing?
Yeah.
I think like that fun.
Human beings like to see themselves to some degree represented in a group, just like if you were to give hallmarks of a certain type of person, of a certain type of fandom, or of a certain like fan of a thing, or they tend to be like this, and you go, oh yeah, that is me, or like, oh, Italians be like this, or New Yorkers be like this, and when that matches up with you, it's like it's kind of a fun feeling.
I would like to like
validating.
learn. Like I'd like to have somebody tell me like the stuff. I don't know what you even call it. Like
I have a whole
what is it,
birthday book.
Capricorn?
I
Do
can
you?
read your whole thing. Where is it?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I just don't. I've just never really paid much attention to it personally.
I'll take a picture of your birthday and you can read the whole page because it's long.
Okay.
It has your strengths, your weaknesses.
Did any of you guys ever do the pattern app?
The what?
I think I did it. I think I still have it on my phone.
Where you can it's basically for astrology, and like you can input your birthday and somebody else's birthday, and it tells you how compatible you are as friends or as romance or whatever. It's like it was kind of popular for a while. I don't know. I was wondering. My friend had me download it to see what our thing said. So I was curious if anybody else had downloaded
I
it or
haven't
had
looked
read
at it in years, but now I'm gonna. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a if you like, I like to read about just about anything, and that kind of stuff. It's interesting reading. It's at least, entertainment.
Okay, what's your least favorite zodiac sign?
Ooh,
I'll tell you.
Let me think.
I am not into a Pisces man because all they want to do is cry at me and read me poetry and sing me songs.
Sounds like an ex-boyfriend.
That's
It
how
is
I
an
feel about a
ex-boyfriend.
Cancer man. A Cancer man is like they're basically not even men.
He's like, you don't want to hear this poem I wrote about you? No. It's weird. Why? Like, why are you always crying? It embarrasses me.
You can't be more of a
Pisces man.
No,
Absolutely
Scorpio.
not. Oh, good God. For Christ's sake. I'm very
Wait,
emotional.
you guys are all Scorpios?
Yeah.
Yes.
So very out of place here.
I'm a Friday the 13th born November Scorpio. That's why weird shit. And I'm
Hey,
very
Keanu.
emotional. Yeah.
Peaches is a Pisces. But
I
he
love
has
Peaches.
never read poetry or like he is so the op. I don't know. Maybe
It
his
might
twin
have
got
been
all
this
of that.
one Pisces that we were not
agree with
together
her.
long, but it was always I wanted to get out and kiss you in the rain. I'm like, that is very just how gay of you. Please come on. Could you, God, are you ever erect? For Christ's sake. So I don't
soft.
Maybe that was the one Pisces. I
Chrissy,
didn't
what's
like.
yours?
Cancer men, you can't do it. They're more of a chick than you are. It's too much emotion. It's like I need someone to like hold my ass together. I mean, that's a bad way to put it. I need someone to like kind of be logical and be a little bit more like organized and like basically like have man traits. And Cancer men are too messy.
My dad is a Cancer.
Sorry.
He's not. I've never seen him be what you just described it, but I think it's because he's a different generation.
Who else did I was?
Did
like,
you date a Cancer man?
Yes. It was
That's
the
why.
worst experience of my life. Nothing got done. Like it was a big just waste of time.
My mom is a Cancer, and I love her. But yes,
Cancer women
definitely.
are great.
Does it matter? I was gonna say, does it matter men, women? Is it
Yes.
different? Okay.
Very different.
All right. I'm learning so much.
Because
But
Cancer
even-
traits are already kind of inherently female, so it works more with a woman. With a guy, it's like you're just too emotional.
But she won't get to an appointment because she's moving furniture around. But why did you decide to start doing this? That's what I just don't understand. But like, I love her. She's my best friend. But like, I go like, what is this? What's happening here? You know. But.
See, I used to be like a little annoyed by like Aries people, but the bean might be an Aries, so
I love Aries. They're so much fun.
Okay.
I just found like Aries, they're so impersonal. They're very good at like keeping up that front. And like you never get to know them really.
I agree. That's how my brother is. You're like, what are you thinking? Are you ever going to tell me? I guess not. MTBS Steve, I too am a fellow Scorpio. Should have said something like a week ago. My birthday is in fact today. Let's go. Oh, wow. Happy birthday. Wow. Are you almost on the cusp of what comes next? Sagittarius? Sags. Viking. I'm a Virgo, but my liver is Cancer. Oh.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Can I ask a question? I hear
Yes.
people talk about all the time, because I'm a Capricorn. I hear people talk about December Capricorn and January Capricorn. There's a difference?
Yes.
There's a huge difference.
I'm a January Capricorn. What does that mean?
Ooh, it's better.
You're a little bit more reckless than a December one.
Fair.
Yeah, like December, I feel like they're very, I wouldn't say OCD, but they like things done a certain way, like maybe a little bit more militaristic. Whereas January, they like things done a certain way and everything has to be their way, but they don't have a problem like binge drinking or letting loose and stuff. I feel like they're a little bit less uptight than December.
Fair.
I'm going to send you the pages.
Okay.
Fan with no name says I'm a Sagittarius and I actually love shooting my bow and arrow. I don't blame people for indulging. Sometimes these things do align.
All of my very, very many of my like really good friends are Sagittariuses, like born on like it's September, isn't it? Am I
No,
wrong?
it's November, December.
December.
Sagittarius. No?
It's the end of November, beginning of December.
Yeah, and then it's Capricorn.
Oh, then I'm wrong. Then I take it back. But yes.
We'll have to confirm.
We
that,
like
but
a Sagittarius moment.
a serious man. I'm no Pisces man. I'll just keep the poll my rope for Keanu to myself and go cry in a corner alone. Yeah.
No. Okay, I apologize. Listen. You might just not have been right for me, all right? I'm not a witch, you guys, okay? I swear.
I don't know. Now I'm questioning it.
Keanu's a witch.
I know.
I could buy into that. You're very enchanting.
Somebody get a glass of water.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you the birthday book pages because it's a lot. It's like this thick, and it's got like a huge.
I got holy shit.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, send me my stuff. I'm totally curious.
The more you read and you're like, oh, okay, this is right, and then this is right. Oh yeah, I always do this. Then you start to get really curious about it. Not that it's determined your whole life. Like there's some people that like technically me and Frank are not astrologically compatible. So that was a big moment for me to
married
get
to
over
a fellow Capricorn. Is that weird?
No.
All right.
Sometimes like signs when you marry your own sign, it works really well. But Chrissy, like when it comes to Geminis, like I've always like I can become instant friends with a Gemini, but it never lasts. Well, at least for women. Like I get along so good with Geminis, but then the motherfuckers tell all my secrets. Which I don't like.
My husband's not only a Scorpio, but was literally born the next day. Like just a few hours. Like we have less than a 12-hour difference in our birthday.
My husband's only 3 days.
That's cool.
But like 13 years.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like he's like a few hours younger than me.
Wow.
He likes to he says that he followed me from wherever we came before this.
That's so cute.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Here, I have like the magic app, all that. So here, I'll read your Capricorn one.
Oh, good.
Capricorn is symbolized by the sea goat. You're motivated, determined, and practical. You see no need to take unnecessary risks. Career is a major concern for you. Advancement and recognition are alluring concepts. You are ambitious and strong, but also somewhat conservative. I don't think that means political.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that's true. I'm not super like big on like recognition or any of that shit. No. In fact, I kind of hate it.
I recognize.
So you're
that.
modest, but you find
I
it
recognize you.
I get really uncomfortable with recognition. But yeah, I would say I'm ambitious. I'm definitely practical. I don't remember what else you said.
What are
But
your
yeah, some of
kids?
that. My kid, I don't know. May 11th, whatever that is.
Taurus.
Okay. And then October 20th. Libra?
Libra.
Yeah.
It could be Libra, Scorpio.
I knew one.
All right. So your Libra Libra is symbolized by the scales. You're romantic but particular, diplomatic but indecisive, but ultimately happiest when you're in love. You don't really like to be alone, period. You abhor conflict and have a highly developed sense of objectivity and conflict resolution.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
All right.
The scales. Yeah. My brother.
And then your Taurus child.
Yeah.
Taurus is symbolized by the bull. You may be stubborn, but you're grounded, steady, and demeanor makes you someone others can count on. You're also a sensationalist who loves good food, physical affection, romance, and material goods, and only the best of everything.
So Taurus.
It is so Taurus.
Love a fuzzy blanket. They love like a nice.
They're extra. George Lucas and Henry Cavill are both Tauruses.
Oh, that's a great sign for a man.
What's Franklin actually?
He's a Gemini with a Taurus moon.
What the hell does
I
that
can't
mean?
believe you guys know all this stuff. I'm like honestly a little bit blown away and impressed by all this retention that's going on here.
We're witches.
This is just for like the generic, like when your birthday is. It doesn't go off of like your charts.
Wait, Chrissy, what'd you just say? Something about he's a something with a what?
Your moon sign is also a very important
What's that?
Piece to the whole puzzle, because it's like if you ever find yourself like, oh well, I'm not a textbook, say Scorpio in all of these ways, that's okay because your moon sign has some influence over you.
But what is a moon sign? I've never heard of
Depends
that.
on what time you're born. So it's like if the moon is in this area when you're born, you're like this sign.
Holy shit, this is very complex.
It is.
That's why I was confused about
I had
Sagittarius.
no idea.
Your moon of the moon in the zodiac at the exact time of your birth. It's a personal planetary placement that gives you insight into your emotional self. It's the soul of your identity, the subconscious part of you that you might keep hidden from others. Your moon sign guides how you feel and intuit, and it influences the experiences, people, and material items in life that offer you a sense of security. It's often described as your mushy center, your inner child that needs tending to. But it's like, whereas your sun sign is like the role that you play, like the role you play on the stage of life. It's how other people see you.
Okay.
So my moon is the emotional one, isn't it? Yes. Right?
Yeah.
My moon is a Cancer, and my sun is a Sagittarius. And
Isn't your sun Scorpio?
No, wait. So this is what I've been told.
Your sun sign is your main sign.
My Scorpio is my main sign, but then it's Cancer and Sagittarius. That's why I got Virgo and Sagittarius.
So maybe Sag is your rising.
It's my rising or whatever, sun.
That's the third most important. It's sun, moon, and rising. I mean,
what's the rising? What's that mean? I'm so fucking confused.
It is confusing.
Man,
okay, your
what is
rising sign.
So your moon sign is the time you're born.
The moon is your like emotional self. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, how do you find that out?
How do you
like,
determine your rising sign?
The rising sign is also known as your ascendant sign. It's a sign of the zodiac that rises on the eastern horizon at the time of the person's birth. It represents the microcosm of a person's entire life experience, including themes, cycles, and patterns that will show up in their life over and over again. That's neat. It's the rising sign is one of the three legs of a person's chart, which is along with the moon side. It's said to indicate how the outer you. And it indicates the outer you and how other people perceive you. It speaks to the image you project out into the world and offers insight into your skills, talents, and strategies you might adopt to make your way in life.
I'm so confused.
I'm just a Scorpio. That's just what I go off of. I know.
That's a lot. Like, this is like, you need a PhD.
You do.
I know, for something that may or may not actually exist, like witches. So.
And your sun sign is your primary sign that influences the sun.
So that's Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. It
reveals your most pronounced personality traits and defines to some degree who you are, how you perceive the world, and where you allow your thoughts to take you. Ooh.
Okay, so how do you find your rising sign then?
You have to know your date. Date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth.
Okay.
And then you plug it into this calculator and it tells you everything.
Pop it into like a chart calculator.
Okay. All right. I need to do that.
And then you enter your social security number and your home
DNA.
your information.
Yeah.
Your favorite color, your pet's name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of Chrissy, did you ever go pee?
Nope. And I never will.
Your Stanley Cup. We need to Stanley Cup.
And also the whole thing about when you're pregnant, you have to pee a lot. Also very true.
Very my gosh.
Very true.
Awful.
Terrible.
Constantly peeing.
It will not end. You will pee all the time. You will feel like that is all you do is pee.
It's all I do is pee. And
especially towards the end, like waking up when you have like your big belly and to like roll out of bed 50
and you have to
times.
do it like multiple times a night.
Yeah, just waddle your way over.
I have to keep Stanley Cup next to the bed, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup needs to start making the bed pans.
Bedpan. Oh my God. Anna's hairy back says, Anna, please say the word Nicaragua.
No.
Is that person's name really Anna's hairy back?
Yes, it is.
All right.
First of all, says, glad you don't believe any of this astrology stuff. I never said that. I dabble, really.
It's fun. Come on.
Yeah.
Carmen gets it. Sun is ego. Rising sign is your public sign. how you appear to others. Moon is emotional. That's
Okay.
a more succinct way.
I'm just a Scorpio. I'm boring.
I'm Scorpio rising and Scorpio sun, and I think I also have a Scorpio and Venus and maybe one other planet.
So which one is my Capricorn? Is that I don't understand.
That's probably the sun
That's
one.
the sun one.
Okay.
What's your main one? The score. Yeah.
That's
okay.
as much as I've been able to take away from this conversation.
I'm
to get Venti in here. She's like all about all this stuff.
Is she?
too.
Misty, 6 months.
She's
you're gonna be so into
intense.
it. Can't wait. Yeah, no, she's
I
very
doubt
into
it.
You won't even like date a guy. She's like, what's his time and place of birth? It's like, Jesus, just
like,
the
good
guy's
God.
hot, just date him.
I don't think either of those are great pieces of advice.
Oh my God. All that Scorpio is why you walk the land whales. True, because I can be like a little harsh sometimes on the
But
outside.
it takes a lot for a
I
Scorpio.
mean, have you seen my
yes,
Twitter?
yes. I'm like, you can walk. I'll keep it all in, keep it all in, keep it
Until
all
you
in. But if
don't.
you push me enough, then
Yep.
I motherfuck you fucker.
Right.
You're not the person that just like blows up at the cash register. You just like eventually you'll walk into the store
You
and then
snap.
yeah, exactly. Do something. So it's an inappropriate emotional reaction eventually because you bottle things up. You
Mhm.
bottle and bottle and bottle, and then you go like, you know what? You're a land whale. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Get the fuck out. Oh, this is a fun one, gals. I think we had a great balance of serious and bimbo topics.
Oh, very fun.
Kim, thank you for Kim and Misty. I will be hitting you guys up for pregnancy advice. for
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
I have a lot of stuff I can send your way, so I'm really happy to
Like,
do that.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I had like a pinching feeling, like right in my ribs, like under my tit, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Get
Like,
used to that. Get used to like
baby
the
was probably
random.
The baby
Yeah.
was probably stretching.
Yeah. Just get used to like random
What?
pains that don't
So
make
the head is
sense
upside down,
and-
Chrissy. So its legs are like where
going, like-
your ribs are.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
when it kicks you, it's gonna kick
but
your
it
ribs
wasn't a
and your
kick.
gut.
It felt like a pinch. It
Pinch.
felt
Yeah,
like
no, I yep.
like a sharp shooting,
Yeah.
burning pain,
Some kind of, I'm guessing some kind of movement.
or an
Yeah.
STD.
Sounds like witchcraft to me.
Totally.
It was
Pregnancy
insane.
is still witchcraft. Yeah.
And then I moved and it went away, but I was like, that still hurt. Like I remembered it.
You're turning food into a baby. That's witchcraft if I've ever heard it.
Oh yeah.
Just wait until you get much bigger because they're like I would lay on my back
When
and
you
you
can
can
see the
literally
movement.
watch the baby move across. It's so it's like
You
alien.
see
It
like
looks
little feet going like
yes,
this, like
yes,
You can sometimes see little feet. Yeah.
yes.
dancing
You
on
can
the
feel
ceiling.
them too. Like if you put your hand on your stomach,
You can feel
you'll
body
be-
parts.
that's
You
so
can feel-
cute.
Oh,
though.
wait, my favorite was when you can feel hiccups. When you can feel
Yeah.
your baby hiccuping inside you. It's
I
so
hate to
adorable.
be pregnant,
Wait,
but like
do
the
you
only
make them
redeemable
hic-
quality.
Do you make them hiccup from drinking seltzer? Or like
I
bubbles?
I don't actually know the answer
Okay.
to that. But I just know I remember like I was feeling kind of like what I can't even describe the sensation. It's been so
It's like
long
weird,
since, but like
yeah.
it's like it's a you could definitely tell what it is. And I happened to have my ultrasound that day, and she was like, "Oh, look at the little guy having hiccups." I was like, "That's what that is!" Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Pregnancy is awesome. Honestly, I maybe I sound masochistic, but I really loved the whole
I hated it.
I loved it.
Oh,
I loved
yeah,
it.
It does
I mean, I
seem-
had it
it
2
is
years
pretty
in
awesome.
a row, so by the end of my second one, I was kind of like, "All right, kid, like this is your eviction notice. Like, you got time to go." But I loved it. I
Wow.
love the process of like feeling them get bigger. I love the process of like honestly like starting to you can really feel I feel like I could tell their personalities before they even came out.
Oh,
Aw.
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, for sure. It's I mean like with the all the cheesy stuff they say about it being a miracle and being one of the best things ever, like I really resonated
It
with
is
that.
a miracle.
It definitely is. Aw.
But
Like,
I
I'm
hated
getting
it.
more done sitting on my
I love
ass. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, things are happening, and I just have to like eat and go to sleep and
Yeah.
Listen, you're
walk
wearing
around.
gorgeous sweaters. You're giving birth to a boy. You're going to be a boy mom. You look fantastic. Listen,
You do.
it's perfectly fine.
Aw.
Let it hiccup within you.
I'll hiccup back.
And really, you need to go pee.
Yeah,
I do. I'm just gonna have a UTI. That's fine. Everyone turns food into a baby, says Russell. Oh, thank you, Russell. Okay. Kim, where can people find you and what is coming up in your world?
You can find me at Coulter Culture. The campaign show goes live again starting tomorrow. It'll be the first episode with Patrick Halley. So we're back and we're going to be doing episodes 5 days a week. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can see my work on the National File, also at Wrong Speak Publishing, Wrong Speak Net. And keep an eye out for my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It's going to be with a lot of awesome right-wing commentators, including Ramsey Paul. He's going to be a permanent member of the campaign. My husband, who a lot of people remember, Tim Toxics, one of the most based banned accounts on the internet. So we have really awesome people. I'm also we're going to be doing events where we will like let fans join as like NPC characters, and we're going to do cameos, and anybody who is on here is an open invitation to come in and roll a sheet and play an episode or two. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm being the dungeon master for the first time that I've ever done it, but I have like a really fun world created.
Do you have
and
your
it's
outfit
gonna be
planned?
I'm sorry?
Do you have your outfit planned?
You know, I really do think I'm going to get into it that way. I'm doing all the animations for everybody's individual character, but I do think I'm going to kind of try to lean into it like that, because this is like, I do like making political content. I make my own commentary. You can find that at Coulter Culture, my shameless plug. But I want to start leaning towards making more content like this that's just like lighthearted and fun and not necessarily as serious or stressful.
Yeah.
So
gotta
you can
balance
find me at any of those places. Support National File, support Wrong Speak, support Patrick Halley's campaign show. That's, how you can find my work. And also see my own videos that I produce under the handle also Don't At Me.
Thank you, Kim. Misty, what's coming up for you? Where can people follow you?
Well, on Twitter, which is at the bottom of the screen, that has been there all night. I'm there a lot. And then also TNT Radio, tntradio.live, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're moving to video starting tomorrow. Who the fuck do I have coming up this week? I have cool people. Oh, Keith McHenry's tomorrow, who is the co-founder of Food Not Bombs. Dude is an absolute legend. He has some of the coolest stories. He's been arrested so many times. It's ridiculous. He was also like he was on the terror watch list for feeding people, y'all. They put him on the terrorist watch list for feeding people. Tuesday, my friend Kendra Christian, who I've been organizing with for Assange for years, will be on. Tara Reid, some of you may know who Tara Reid is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is she still in Russia?
Yeah, she's a dear friend of mine. She's she's in Russia, unfortunately. Yeah, so she's going to be on Wednesday. As I mentioned, Gabriel Shipton, which is Julian Assange's brother, will be on Thursday. And then my friend Colin is on Friday. Yeah, so good week of shows, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yay. That's it.
Yay.
I'm boring.
Thank you, Misty. You're not boring. You're fabulous.
Not boring at all, please.
Not at all. Everyone smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'm at 11. I'm like 11,000 away from 100K. That's my Christmas
that's
wish.
exciting.
I know. I've been hovering over in the 80s for a while, but it's clicking up. Kiki
that's YouTube
Thompson.
shenanigans.
Oh yeah. I also
Thompson,
I don't talk about the right topics. Oopsie,
No.
sorry.
Oh.
Kiki Thompson.
You talk about all the right topics. Stop this, please. Don't disrupt your breast milk, please. No, just Keanu C. Thompson, Keanu Cast, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and go to Keanu C. Thompson Instagram for all my dates and things. Chrysanthemum, we're going to Tampa, aren't we? Right?
We're going to Tampa in 2 weeks.
Yes,
Monday,
in 2
December
weeks.
3rd at Side Splitters. Great
Yeah.
club. Good times.
Hey, by the way, I just said YouTube shenanigans. I just got on your YouTube to see how far away you were, and I was unsubscribed. I'm not joking. I just had to resubscribe to your channel.
Oh, snap. Look at that. Look at that.
YouTube.
YouTube gonna YouTube.
Fuck YouTube.
We love YouTube, but also fuck you. Thank you, Keanu. Anna, what's coming up for you?
I'm gonna be starving on Thursday. So that's
right. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
I will be
gonna
thinking of you.
You know what? Although every Thanksgiving we go up to Peach's parents and we take a walk and we see the llamas. So I will share with you guys my llama adventure. I'm looking forward to seeing the llamas. Tulip loves the llamas, so that's the most exciting thing in my future. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be painting tonight, and Jack show. I guess we're still gonna do on Thursday, even though it is Thanksgiving. So I will be there a little bit late and off camera. I have a video coming out this week about the whole shenanigan shit fire that went down on Twitter this weekend. So stay tuned for that. And Misty, I had no idea who this Julian Assange person was, and I said his name wrong, and everyone got mad at me. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this person is.
I can
but I used to be like you, Anna. I didn't know, and then once you know,
Chrissie,
you're like, oh my god, everyone has to know.
Yeah.
Well, I have no interest in politics, so I just like everyone that you named. Like, I don't know who any of those people are, but you know what? Nobody knows any of the Star Wars stuff, so it's okay.
I don't know anything about Star Wars, so
There you go. To each our own. But congratulations, you have the person that everybody got mad at me for not knowing.
It's kind of my
Assange
thing.
It's not like you have to be political to care about it. He's really just like it's a freedom of speech case. It's like the ultimate freedom of speech case.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Should matter to
Like,
you,
if you
no
care
matter what side of politics you're on.
Yeah.
No matter nothing I do is going to change the face of the world in that way. So I'd rather be ignorant. Ignorance is bliss in this kind of thing. I got enough problems to deal with in real life.
I applaud you for that. I do.
I'm so stressed out with the stupid wedding stuff, so I'm just like, I'll just ignore what's going on in the world because I got my own damn problems. I don't need to be depressed about the world too.
I don't blame
more
you.
than
I
I
wish I
already
could-
am.
Yeah, I wish I always say the hardest thing about knowing is that you can't unknow.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't
And
you
it's
don't
this
know what
feeling
you
of-
don't want to know.
Yeah.
It's the feeling of helplessness. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what is my
And
knowing
see,
gonna help?
There's already enough going on in my life. I'd rather I will gladly be ignorant, and I will be proud of my ignorance because there's other wonderful people like you that are doing everything.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that's what's going on with me. And congrats on the Assange person. That's cool.
Congrats on your Assanging.
On the Assange.
I kid you not. I thought somebody was trolling me with a weird word.
No.
I know.
It's okay.
I'm gonna
It's all right.
go get Stone Assange after this. So tomorrow is Wet Spot. Actually, tomorrow I am guest hosting for the Anthony Cumia show. Keanu, if you're not doing anything and you want to pop by, please do. And then with Wet Spot, I'm hosting for Cumia 4 to 6, and then I have Wet Spot with Whatever Amy, Joe Curry, Amy Taylor, and Brianna Diamond. And then Tuesday, I'm interviewing the one and only Steve Inman at 5:00 Eastern. That's the guy who does all the voiceovers. He did the voiceover for Melanie Mack's dramatic bouquet catch. And then, my gosh, it's Thanksgiving! I can't believe it. This was fun, gals. Thank you.
Wait, hold
thanks
on.
for having me.
Yeah, thank
Fealty
you.
just explained it to me. Assange is the guy who would have exposed Palpatine before he became the Galactic Emperor. Okay, I get it.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's accurate.
It's a Star Wars reference, but that's
I know it's a Star Wars. My husband's a huge Star Wars fan. I just know.
I
nothing about it.
understand now the importance
Okay.
of this person. So he's like 5s. Got it.
Yeah, he's he's extremely important. Yes.
Feel these trans.
I got you.
Fealty, can you put that in the terms of the Kardashians so I can understand?
Yes, he's the Geeks girl.
Which Jersey Shore cast member?
Yes, exactly. Is it Sammy Sweetheart and
Explain it to me
Selena?
with dog breeds, please.
Yes.
All right, this was great. Thank you for staying this long, girls, and thank you guys for watching this long. We simp for you, as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.